Hey, what is up, guys, and welcome to this episode of Mugscast.
Today, we're reviewing Spider-Man No Way Home. Cheers.
I haven't wanted to talk about this movie all week. No, I'm just kidding. I've been wanting to talk about it for since
2 days.
I've seen it. Dude,
2 days.
Oh, it was a rough 2 days, boy. Trust me.
It probably felt like a week.
Yeah.
So you saw it, what, Friday?
Yep.
Friday night.
Yeah. I just want to say, nobody obviously from the movie theater I watched it is gonna ever see this, but if you were in that movie theater, you guys are fucking trash.
Same,
yeah, dude.
Same.
Fucking trash.
Fucking go.
Like, dude, nobody cheered when they needed to. Nobody.
Oh no,
was,
we had cheers, but
no, we had a couple.
We had
minimal.
Too far.
No, we
way
oh,
too
really?
far.
No, ours were trash because there was literally no moments when some greatness happened. People were just like, oh. I was like, what is this? I fucking clapped. There's the group behind us clapped. It was nice, but other people were just like, what am I even watching right now? Okay, fuck off.
No, ours was opposite to the extreme. Like the second. You had some girl in the back.
Oh shit!
What?
I've got to censor that now.
That's fine. You can say
We're not
doing.
You're fine.
Okay.
We're not doing spoilers yet. We're gonna get into spoilers. We're gonna talk about how we feel about it first. Sorry, actually.
Oh, okay.
It's fine. I'll censor it.
My man
You're
said,
good.
"Hey, yo, mic drop."
Keep going.
You don't say it again
When
because I'll put more.
Something happened.
Yeah.
That's why I said that. My bad.
Some bitch, some girl in the back left, fucking screamed at the top of her lungs.
We'll talk about what the moment was when we get into spoilers, but dude, I'm talking. It was unnatural. It was an unearthly scream.
It would
so maybe
like
we can complain about
hell
people
for
wasn't
a
that
demon
bad.
hell.
Yeah.
Demon hell. What the fuck am I saying?
Anyways, all I'm saying is, maybe my complaint is not that good then, because honestly, I wanted a little more from my.
We
from
also
my thing, but
we
you guys
also
have
had
extreme, the complete
at
opposite.
one of the most important quiet moments of the movie.
Oh my god!
Someone's phone went off, and it was this ringtone.
It was like a Spanish dude singing.
It was so weird. It sounded so fucking weird, and it was the quietest, most serious moment in the entire movie. And they were like, "Oh shit! Oh shit!"
It's some old dude's phone.
Somebody's phone went off. Somebody's phone went off when it was close to that moment. Yes, you don't remember it was ringing? Were you not listening? No, yeah, somebody's phone rang too. No, there was a flashing light and somebody's phone rang, and it was one of those default ringtones where
we had a bunch of Android notifications.
Yeah, multiple times throughout the movie, we were just faintly in the background here.
No, ours wasn't that. Somebody's phone did go off.
That's good. That was fine. That
they
made
went
the
at
experience
serious
better.
moments.
Have you ever seen the Star Wars video where somebody's trying to record the screen and he's like, "Turn the flash off, dumbass"?
Yeah.
That was what I wanted to say because somebody's flash
basically
went off. Yeah.
Anyway, so fuck audiences. And now moving on to the movie.
Yes. Okay. So
L
spoiler free.
Yeah. If anyone's still actually fucking watching this video after hearing us complain for no reason and not talk about the movie. Okay. So,
rated out of 10.
No, not
yet. We did at the end.
I'm not gonna be able to rate it out of 10. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know. But we're just gonna say if we recommend it or not, and if it's good. Just without saying anything about it. So you go first.
For me, absolutely. I recommend it. It was great. It was great.
No, I was just going to say that it was really good. That's it. Okay. I'm not trying hard like you guys.
Okay.
This movie fucking sucks. I'm just kidding. It's really good. I don't know exactly how I feel about it yet, but it's most definitely you should go and watch it. No matter.
Oh, definitely.
I mean, unless you haven't seen the other ones, please don't fucking do that.
No, absolutely not.
Go and see
the
movie. Yeah, it's absolutely worth it. I mean, if you don't go and see it, you're gonna be it's gonna be like an end game. You're gonna be the only person left out of having not seen this movie. So go fucking watch it.
Definitely. It is a culmination of generations, bro. It really is.
Every single age can enjoy it.
It's really good, dude. It's worth watching.
So I highly recommend go and see it.
Definitely.
We don't. I mean, I don't want to do. We don't need to do a lot of. We don't.
No, we don't. Just know
this
it's
movie
good.
is nothing but spoilers.
But from here on out, when I say spoilers, I mean
get the fuck out.
Heavy spoilers.
Get the fuck out of this video if you have not seen. Please.
Yes.
Please get the fuck out. Even though a lot of the shit was leaked and trailers and other stuff, but still
Oh wait, I'll say right now. Everything that was leaked and rumored basically made it into this movie.
Why would you say that in the spoiler-free section?
Because we already said the heavy spoilers from now on.
Because we haven't specified.
I'm saying we already said
But
heavy
if
spoilers.
you know any of the leaks and rumors, then that just confirms all
yeah. But no, what I'm saying is I already said heavy spoilers. You don't have to edit this out. I said heavy spoilers from now on.
No, I won't edit it out. I'll just put up a big fucking warning because we said we were about to get into spoilers.
Okay, it doesn't matter. But but it doesn't matter. Anything. So yeah.
Look, I'm concerned for people that are like me. Okay,
that's fine. I get
Although
that.
I would never watch a video like this. So
true,
because it would be too dangerous.
Okay, but yes, everything that was rumored, everything that was leaked, dude. 100% real.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah.
Even in the smallest of I know there was. Even in the smallest of fashions, dude, was leaked. So
that's what I talked to him about that on the way over here. I was like, yeah, I just fucking whoever leaked this shit can hang themselves.
Yeah. But
you are a horrible person.
But
maybe not.
I want to go ahead and give props. I want to give props, except for the Brazilian team. Good job on your fucking trailers because honestly, had nobody knew about those leaks, they would have done a good job keeping.
Matt has something to say about that.
They would have done a good job.
About how they fucked up in the trailer. Remember you were telling me about it.
Yeah.
Are you talking about the lizard?
I figured he had seen it.
You didn't? Yeah. Oh, no, because we didn't talk about it because I didn't want to talk to him about it. So that's why I said the Brazil team. The Brazil YouTube team.
Said everybody.
Yeah. They accidentally let an extended cut of the trailer play, and it's Lizard jumping through the air, and he gets punched.
Yeah.
He gets
by
punched.
no one.
How do you fuck that up?
Yeah. So that's how people
major.
already knew. But it's funny because other than that shitty trailer, every other trailer did a really good job of hiding what was supposed to be in there.
Yeah, and honestly, I told him as well. I'm glad they stuck to their guns. I'm glad they weren't like, you caught us. I'm glad they fucking did it because still there are people out there who wouldn't have heard that shit and it would have blown their minds.
Even better, good job to the cast because
they all lied their asses off.
Every time they were in interviews, they were like, people are going to be really disappointed. It's so good.
That's what I hate though, is that they were made to go through that because of these assholes that leaked the shit. Like they wouldn't have had to lie about anything if nobody leaked it. Like you fucking dickheads made all these people have to go through that stuff. It's horrible.
I would
feel
actually
bad
say,
for them. I mean, obviously they're actors, so it's like pretty natural for them, but still, like you don't want to lie to people constantly.
But I would say this movie was as big or maybe even bigger than Endgame. This movie's huge.
Yeah.
This movie is huge.
Yeah, I said the same thing. And I was telling him about that as well. It's like, if you fast forward like before the original Avengers came out, this movie, like Spider-Man was, everybody knew Spider-Man, but nobody knew the Avengers. Yeah. Now everybody knows the Avengers, so Avengers Endgame was huge, but like Spider-Man is still like everyone knows Spider-Man.
This movie's big though. This movie's big.
Yeah.
And like not to skip to the end, because I'm not gonna say anything about the end, but this is the first time I've seen an MCU movie where I've watched it and I have way more questions than I know what's coming. I literally have no idea where we're coming from here. Like I have no idea what's next.
In the universe?
Yeah, I have no idea what's gonna happen. Like, this is huge. Like, I'm not even joking. Like,
is it?
Yes, because we can get a Spider-Man 4 movie. We can get an Amazing Spider-Man 3 movie. We can get a Tom Holland solo movie. We can get a multiverse movie. There's so many possibilities. Like, dude, retconned.
There's no way. There's no way we're getting them back.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know about that. There's no way.
I don't know.
I'm not getting my hopes up.
Well, I want to say Toby, but Andrew Garfield.
Yeah, I thought they were gonna kill him. I really thought they were gonna like just eliminate him so they wouldn't even have the.
What the fuck is
it didn't even seem like too important that he got stabbed.
You ready for this? You ready for this? That was actually right? That's my biggest complaint, by the way.
That he got stabbed?
No.
That he didn't die.
Not that he didn't die either. It's
you just wanted to see his shitty little face punched in.
He just didn't. He didn't sell it well enough, dude. Like he got stabbed and he's kind of laid there with a smile on his face, and I was like, "Is he?
I've been stabbed before."
Like,
yeah. I think that was the idea, though. They were playing it as a joke. You're supposed to think that he's dying. And he's like, "I've been stabbed before." I think that was the whole point.
I don't think that's a good moment for that, though. To like joke like that, like right at the end, like a huge moment.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, but it's not really a huge moment.
Okay. We're going. Let's start from
the end and work our way backwards.
Yeah, work our way back for real. Like, okay.
Obviously we don't have any notes, so this is going to be kind of. Even though we just saw the movie, it's still going to be kind of hard for me to recall everything.
Starts exactly how the other one ends. It starts with him swinging. By the way, good job censoring out the what the because it was just the car.
Yeah. I was kind of hoping the movie would just start and on him saying.
That would have been great.
So that you could just play it through and be what the fuck. That would be great. But no, they didn't. So fuck this movie.
Shitty movie.
Yeah, shitty dog shit movie. He's exposed and immediately, everybody knows about it. Like, obviously it's playing on the billboard, but people are like all on their phones. It's broadcast everywhere. Yeah. And everyone finds out immediately, which is a little weird.
But I mean, to be fair, that was kind of the point, though. He literally, Mysterio's the one who took over everything. He had the guy behind his chair, hack and post it everywhere. So it's kind of the point.
Yeah. I guess they probably all got notifications.
But I will say it was in my opinion, it was slightly quick where everybody was like, "Oh, hey, she knows Spider-Man."
Yeah, that was
all surrounded her. That I did not like. They were like, like, "Are you his girlfriend?" Like, it was like, "Can you guys chill the fuck out, bro?"
She's supposed to be like 16.
Yeah, and like,
she's like a
like
little
all
girl
over her.
standing in the crowd,
And
like,
then-
"Hey, you fucking him? Are you fucking him?"
But yeah, like, and then Spider-Man didn't even hit nobody. Like, obviously this was the point, right? He like just like kind of like brushed her off and walked away with MJ. She's like, "He hit me! Spider-Man hit me!" Like, bro, like.
I mean, that's about right. That's the type of shit that would
It
happen
would be something like that,
nowadays.
but it don't happen. It literally popped off like this, dude. It literally
Yeah.
went from 0 to like 100, like instantaneously.
But yes, my original thought, knowing so little as I did about this movie going in, I knew Doctor Strange, and I was under the impression, my assumption was like, it's going to start exactly how the last one ended, and then Doctor Strange is going to show up and be like, we got to fix this shit. Not at all what happened. And in fact, it takes such a long time, not really, but like it felt like it took such a long time to get into what was actually happening. But I liked that because I was kind of worried that all this crazy multiverse shit was going to overshadow the fact that this is...
They paced all that.
Yeah, but like the fact that this is a third movie in the trilogy, and they still have to wrap up Ned and MJ and like all of that, and they did it.
That's what I'm saying. The pacing was phenomenal. Like, I feel like the pacing was really good because we still got MJ got her. By the way, they made her Watson. That's surprising to me.
She's still not Mary Jane. She's still Michelle Jones Watson.
But they went ballsy and MJ Watson. She doesn't go by it. But they still gave her little story. They gave Ned his story. They gave like.
That makes sense, actually, now you think about it, assuming that it's kind of like a similar, as in the Raimi movies where she has like an abusive dad. Yeah. She wouldn't want to keep her dad's name. Yeah. So that kind of makes sense. That's interesting. There's a lot of little things that they said in here that felt like little...
Dude, there's a lot of
little references to stuff and like little like looks and stuff that they give each other.
That bridge scene,
like, oh, that's a...
That bridge scene, like they literally directly nodded Amazing Spider-Man. Before Doc Ock shows up and he starts throwing everybody off the highway, he literally saves that car just like dude, it was so like...
I was thinking that, but I don't know if that was intentional.
I'm pretty sure it was.
It's not exactly the same way.
It's not exactly the same way, but I'm pretty sure he still left the car hanging there. He saved the people and everything.
Maybe.
Like they had a lot of like, they even had like that whole train. I thought at one point, as a joke, they were going to have him in the front of the train.
Yeah, I thought... I wouldn't have been surprised.
Yeah, what I was saying, like they definitely reference a lot of like stuff here and there. They gave us teases before even showing the other two characters.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, what they go back to the apartment, and May and Happy have broken up.
Oh my god, this is so over the top. Happy's like, so he sneaks in and he hears, and Happy's like, "Oh no, I should go check that out." And so he goes in, and the first thing he says, "Have you been crying?" Like, dude, like Happy's like.
Well, also, of course, they walk in and it looks like they're having sex. Of course.
Also, Tom Holland was fucking jacked.
Yeah, dude.
He was
it might be the most he's been, honestly. Yeah. It's hard to say, but like...
No, he was in a phenomenal shape.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I'd fuck him.
Pause.
I'll be honest.
I'd hit it.
Yeah, I mean, Andrew Garfield is still higher above for me on list of...
I don't know.
Nah, I don't know. Tom Holland's pretty good looking, dude.
Tom Holland's
pretty good looking.
Andrew Garfield
I think he's the best. I think he's the best looking.
I think Tom Holland. But it's like neck and neck.
Yeah. Andrew Garfield has more luscious lips.
He has more luscious hair.
So they're in
just fucked.
So yeah, they're and then they find out he's like fucking running around. It's all in one take, by the way. I'm glad I remember that. It's all in one take. He's running around, shutting all the windows, and they're trying to figure out what's going on. And
I like that he fucks up one window. It's so subtle, stupid. And he's like wait, what? And he like. Yeah. Also, how did he not realize you can hear the helicopter as us as the people? You can hear the helicopter, right?
Yeah.
And then he looks outside. He's like, "Is that outside our like?" Yeah, bitch, you don't fucking hear it.
Happy is happy. So I'll give it to him. So then, what happens?
So he gets arrested.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So we have there's a couple little things. And it ends with him being technically arrested.
Yeah.
And it's funny because they're all sitting there and they're all getting interrogated. And he's really, really not saying much. MJ and fucking VP, bro. She's like, I ain't saying shit. Give me a lawyer. Like, bro.
Well, May too.
Yeah,
May too.
No. What do you mean?
Ned fucked it.
I said May.
Oh, sorry. They said Ned. I was gonna say Ned fucked it. He got tricked. They're like, hey, man,
obviously.
You're the guy who shared.
I love that, though.
Yeah,
the way he did it, dude.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He's like, yeah.
He's like, no. I'm not gonna interrogate you. Just one question. So, like, how did it feel?
Yeah, like, dude, he plays
him.
Yeah, and that's just like, oh, I helped him. Like, dude, it's so good.
Like, oh, that's crazy. So is that how it feels to be his main accomplice in all of his crimes?
Yeah, dude. And that's just like, oh shit. Yeah, dude, it's so good.
Yeah,
it's so
really
good.
Great.
Yeah, but May's just like, yeah, give me a lawyer, bro. Let me talk to Peter.
Fuck
like,
off.
Dude, it's so good. It's so funny though because they hit her hard. Like, okay, so this movie is still semi-comedy, right? But there's some like really
They
dark
bring in,
undertones.
they brought in here like some stuff, like some questions that I've never thought to ask. Like what, like in this situation, what would happen? Like, yeah, they're like, yeah, you technically like, yeah, child endangerment. Like,
yeah,
he's
like
still a
dude,
minor.
it's so good.
I've never in my life thought about
when
that.
that happened too. I was like, oh my god, that's a really good
pretty
point.
great idea like, to throw that in there.
Yep. It's so good. Because they're like, yeah, you're his legal guardian. Like, dude, it's so good.
And not only are you letting him do it, you're encouraging him to do it, which is like way worse. Truly.
Yep. And then we get probably my first favorite.
Oh shit, dude. Okay, let me just say right now, this is the biggest surprise for me in the movie. This I had a heart attack. I had a heart attack.
Oh, because you didn't know.
No. Why
that's fine.
in the trailer? They didn't put it in the trailer.
Oh, yes, he was. He was technically in the trailer.
No way.
No, listen. He wasn't in. Okay, so check it. He technically wasn't in the trailer. What happened in the trailer was there was his lawyer walked up to him. By the way, the scene never even made it to the movie. But there's a scene where the lawyer walks up to Peter, and you only see him from the neck down.
But you can tell it's him, can't you?
No, you can't. You can't. Okay, ready? Nobody can tell. They're like, oh, that might be Matt Murdock. That'd be really cool. Everybody's like, oh my god, please let it be Matt Murdock. Came out in IMAX, a trailer. You know, IMAX is a little bit bigger.
You could see it.
They cut and they left this whole part up, and everybody's like, "Oh my god, it's Matt Murdock!" And they fucked it up with the trailer. Yep.
I had zero idea.
Yeah, so that was confirmed on accident.
I literally like my heart like jumped. I was like, "What the fuck?"
He went like this.
Oh,
and the water bottle.
I like knocked over the water bottle. And I didn't do that for anything else in this movie.
Yeah.
Everything else,
it's
I was
very
like,
cool.
oh,
You want to know?
that's cool.
You ready?
That blew my fucking mind.
You ready? Why this is really fucking cool? Rachel was actually saying this, and I think she actually has a really good point. So I think Spider-Man and Hawkeye are very intertwined because in Hawkeye, not just Kingpin. That's fine. In Hawkeye, you know they have Rogers the Musical.
Yeah.
When he's swinging through the city in the beginning, they have the same billboard, Rogers the Musical.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah. It's also Christmas time. They're playing a Christmas song.
Yep.
Yeah.
And now we have Matt Murdock officially in the MCU. We also have Kingpin in the MCU. I guarantee you Matt Murdock's going to be in Hawkeye. And she was saying, I guarantee he shows up even for one episode.
See, I'm so concerned not to get too much into Hawkeye, but it just fucks up the end of season 3. You know what I mean? Like
it might. No.
So I'm sure with the multiverse, they'll explain it away.
Well, no, it's not multiverse. No. Listen. With the multiverse, what I'm saying is, I think we're getting a different Matt Murdock. I don't think we're getting the same Daredevil. That's what a lot of people are saying. This is why I didn't want to talk to you when you started to talk about it. So people are actually assuming it's the same actors, same everything, but this is just our MCU. Multiverse, just our MCU.
I thought that too. We'll just have to find out.
So
I guess.
So I don't think it'll fuck it up.
If it isn't, then that's not good.
Well, I don't know.
But also, I hope it is because we have all this ridiculously good backstory
for him. Yeah.
It
can still be the same lore. It can still be the same lore, just slightly altered. We'll see.
I hope so.
The roots are set in. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
So I'm just happy to see him back, dude. He deserves to be back.
I shit my fucking pants. Yeah, and let me just say.
Oh, he had probably one of the coolest scenes, bro. That brick flew through the window. He said.
Dude, yeah.
And also, Peter was like, "Come on, how did you do that?"
I like they played it off as a joke, but like. Come on, he's supposed to be blind.
Of course, to know but I love it, right? Because he's just like, I'm a really good lawyer.
They all know immediately, like, you're not fucking blind, dude. That can't have been an accident.
But it was still cool, though.
It was badass.
Yeah, it was still very cool.
It was badass.
It was. All right, so yeah, we have that little lawyer scene, and it's such a quick scene, but it's still so fucking amazing. He's literally not in the movie anymore, right? That's it?
No, he's not.
Shouldn't Spider-Man have, like, noticed the brick coming, though?
He did. He was about to catch it.
He literally put his hand
up, but Matt got there first.
Oh, okay. It was amazing, dude. That's what made it even better.
It's so good.
I thought Tom was just about to get shit rocked.
Can you imagine that, right? He just gets tased. He's like, no.
Yeah. It's real That's it. It's fucking, like a huge fucking gash in his head. He was about to catch it. Matt just was a split second quicker because you haven't seen Daredevil, but like obviously he's blind, but his other senses are heightened to like a supernatural degree. So
he sees in like
he can smell something like a block away, like a mile away and shit. So like he knew it was coming before it ever even got close to the window. Peter would have been only like noticed it like right before.
But the cool thing about Peter is he would have had the reflexes to stop it. But
either way. But I'm just saying like that's why Matt noticed it first.
Yeah.
Matt.
So cool.
Murdoch.
Yeah, if you want to watch good TV, I promise you should just watch that show.
I'm going to show it to him eventually.
Yeah,
I'm going to turn him on to eventually. After I watched season 3, I was like, I have to show him this.
Dude,
like,
it's so
shit.
good. The one takes in that show are just phenomenal. Anyway, sorry. Yeah.
How long is it though?
3 seasons.
3 seasons.
13 episodes each.
It's not bad.
It's not bad at all, dude.
Okay, so I just, oh my God, I can't fucking believe it. I mean, dream threesome, Andrew Garfield and Charlie Cox. By the way, I didn't know he had an accent. I didn't know he wasn't American. Did you know he's not American?
Yes, I did know that because I've seen him in interviews. I've seen him.
Why are they so good at doing American accents?
Yes.
Tom Holland, Charlie Cox, fucking Tom Hardy,
Garfield,
Andrew Garfield.
Yeah.
Oh, well, why? Like, why?
Yeah. They actually go to a school for that, though. They really do.
I hate that.
Holland actually said he took like legit classes to learn how to.
Charlie Cox might be the best one I've ever heard, though.
Yeah, his is really good.
Andrew Garfield and him are like. You can't tell.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Wait, what's his name? Stephen Cumberbatch? Is that his name?
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Oh, he's also
he's
as good, but he's
supposed to. He's supposed to sound like that, though. It's supposed to sound like it does
slightly
leak through,
off.
but it's supposed to sound off like that.
I liked his mug, by the way. What did it say?
What? Oh yeah,
for fuck's sake.
Later in the movie, he's called it. Yeah. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Why? I don't know why that was there. So they go
Still
to
so flabbergasted.
I know. I can't.
Bamboozled.
Thinking about it, I had almost forgotten about how fucking crazy that is. So. So I mean, it makes sense, of course. Obviously, they're hiring a lawyer. I should have immediately been like, "Oh, they got to get a lawyer." Like, obviously, it's going to be fucking him because they had just Kevin Feige confirmed right before this came out, right, that he was going to be in. Which, why would you do that? Why would you not wait until after this movie came out to confirm that?
It was because of Hawkeye. Because had they seen Kingpin and they said I was the same actor, we were like, "Oh, and you're not bringing whatever back." So like,
but you still wouldn't have known that he was going to show up in this movie. It would have been a massive surprise.
But it doesn't matter. He already knew it was leaked because of that IMAX thing. He was pissed about that.
Apparently. Oh yeah.
He was pissed as fuck about that apparently. So. They really fucked that up.
Okay, so I don't know what happens.
Okay, so then we get a normal life for them, where it's not really normal. They're just making plans. They're trying to have a normal life, but they're not. By the way, college. let's not miss the fact that what's his name? Flash.
Yeah. Oh
he's
yeah.
Trying to act like he's best friends with him all of a sudden.
Dude, yeah.
Dude, what a dick.
And at the very beginning of the movie, he's drops in the sewers right behind him, and as he finds out it's Peter. I feel like he didn't really like. I feel like the reaction was a little weird.
Yeah, I wanted it to be.
You would think he'd be like, "No, it's Peter,"
dude,
like the guy I've been bullying.
Like you know? Penis Parker, like something, but we didn't.
Well, that was that. He just didn't say anything because you can see on his face he's like, "Oh no, fucking way." But he doesn't say anything.
He doesn't say anything. I wanted more of a reaction, but So. They try to have a normal life and they can't. They're being denied to the schools they want to go to, blah, blah, blah. And then MIT is their final pick, I think is what they say. Yeah, it is because they already got denied to the other two. And then literally that one like puts it clear for them. You've been denied because of recent whatever. And then Peter feels like complete garbage.
Yeah,
like
because it makes no sense for them to be
It doesn't.
Denied.
It really doesn't.
Anything.
But
excuse me, wrong.
But I mean, the thing is, it's believable though because big schools like that would do that. So. He's like
Spider-Man is canceled. So
he's like fuck. I feel so bad for my friends. Literally, he feels bad for his family and friends because May has to live in a whole different area, like because they're getting fucking attacked. Like, dude, it's crazy.
Well, yeah, they go to Happy's like a safe apartment or whatever.
That's funny as fuck though. They literally broke up and now they have to live with Happy. It's phenomenal. Oh wait, I don't want to miss over the part where they're having a conversation on the phone. Oh, well, Happy's sleeping in the same room.
Oh, yeah.
And she's like, what is it? He's like, hey, do you guys mind just going to sleep, all right? And
he's like, we get it. You love each other. Hang on.
Yeah. And they're like, could you hear that whole conversation the whole time? He's like,
not.
Yeah. No, he's like, yeah, enough of it.
Yeah. He's like, I didn't want, not consciously. I wasn't trying to listen.
But it's so
didn't want to hear it.
But it's good.
Yeah, and he's wearing a fucking ventilator, of course. That's like, of course, Happy would have to wear a ventilator.
Of course.
Is it a ventilator? It's something, that maybe is a bit extreme. That's like you're going when you're dying.
Something to not die in your sleep.
Yeah, whatever it's called. I don't remember. But
yeah, so
they go to school.
Yes.
They go to high school, and every it's like this huge publicized event, and fucking.
They brought back the gym teacher, dude. I was so happy.
Dude, they brought back all
everybody.
Three of them.
Yeah, I was so happy about that. So happy.
Oh, yes.
Because even better is he's like, yeah, you're a murderer. Like, dude,
Mysterio was right.
Yeah, dude, it's so good.
I know what you did. We know what you did.
Like, you're a hero. We love you. Look at what the students made. He's like, no, students didn't make that. You made that. He's like, no, the students. You should really check it out. Dude, it's so good.
It was great.
And the gym teacher's just like, you're trash.
As soon as it cut to them, and I saw, the one from Far From Home, JB Smoove, as soon as it cut to them, I just started laughing. I was like, oh, this is going to be great.
Yeah, I already knew.
I'm just glad that they worked them in somehow, because, there wasn't really, that was the best way they could have done it. Otherwise, they wouldn't have been in it at all. Nope. I'm glad.
That's what I like about the pacing is we got to see his high school life. We got to see the negative. We got to see we got to see enough to where it was nice. And then of course he feels like shit. Did something else happen before this? Before he goes to Doctor Strange?
No. He goes up to the roof with them during school, and he's talking with MJ about something because they're on the roof of the school. They're like, yeah, it's good to get out of there. and then they talk about something. What the fuck do they
Then
talk
they
about?
Oh,
Ned
they are having
hotboxed
conversations about the future, and how they should all be in the same room.
Yeah.
This is before they get denied, though.
Yeah.
So we're kind of we went forward and then backtracked a little bit, but they're having that conversation. Actually, it's funny because real quick, I want to talk about this. Did MJ seem weird to you throughout that movie?
How? In what way?
Like every time they would talk about stuff, like she would like get like really down, like almost like either she was gonna like break up with him, or like she was expecting like their life to be complete trash from the beginning. Like she literally made a face when they were talking about all bunking together and how great it would be. She literally was making faces like.
I didn't know.
You have to go back and watch, but she was making weird faces. Like it was something, like something was up. Like she was trying to hide something.
It's because she was talking about the whole like expect to be disappointed thing.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you're right. They did
Yeah.
go over that. You're right. She was already expecting to be disappointed.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
right. It's true. And she did actually say that. She said, "Yeah, if you're expected to be disappointed, you can't be disappointed." So yeah, you're right.
You'll never be disappointed.
Yeah.
So she or he. Why does he go to? He just has a revelation at some point. Where he's
To
like,
Doctor
feels,
Strange?
Yeah, because he feels guilty. Because Ned, to be fair, Ned kind of made him feel a little guilty. Like he didn't mean to, because they were like MJ was way better about it than Ned was, because MJ was like, I would never change a thing. Right,
Yeah.
and Ned was like, "Oh, me neither." And then he's like, "Well, you know," and like, and then he kind of like leaves very disappointed.
Yeah.
and you can tell, and then that's when he feels really bad. He literally like puts his head down, he sits trying to think, and then he sees the little wizard thing hanging, and that's
as soon as I saw that, I was like, "Oh, that's how he's gonna get the idea."
yeah. So he's
that
just like,
fucking
"Oh,
thing.
yeah."
Okay,
So
interesting. So yeah,
Um,
and then he goes to the Sanctum Sanctorum, and he goes in, and it's fucking covered in snow. And there's just two like interns, I guess, that are just shoveling it. Whoever the fuck they are.
They answered a question that I have been absolutely wondering about since Doctor Strange 1.
Oh, okay.
And that's, is Doctor Strange Sorcerer Supreme? And he's not. It's
Anymore.
Yeah, he's not. That's what I'm saying. Anymore. It's fucking.
But yeah, so this is the thing.
What's his name?
Wong.
Yeah,
this
Wong.
is the thing. As that line was being said, Matt goes, oh, his cup says, what does it say?
It says, "Oh, for Fox."
Yeah. And so I was like, oh, that's funny. And then I turned back. I'm like, wait, what did they say?
Yeah, I know what
I
you
heard something
saw.
about
Yeah.
Sorcerer
So
Supreme.
I've been wondering. So I've
But
been
they're
wondering.
saying Wong is now the Sorcerer
Supreme,
Supreme.
yeah.
'Cause he like
and
lost
he
it 'cause
doesn't even
wasn't
literally.
doing
He's not even
something,
giving it
right?
back to Strange either. He's just
Yeah.
like, I'm keeping this shit.
Yeah,
Like,
and it doesn't even fucking
Yeah.
matter anyway, because Strange is still way
yeah,
more powerful.
of course, yeah. But it's just cool, like that. He technically that whole thing
That's good
belongs
though,
to
because
Wong.
it stops him, I guess, from being tied down to this fucking
Yeah.
role of having to stay there all the time.
Yeah.
So that sets up easy for him to do cool shit later. So yeah, he's like, "Hey, let me just go back in time and undo this shit." And he's like, "No,
No. It's like,
no,
what is wrong
fuck
with you?
no,
Yeah.
absolutely not. Even if I wanted to, I don't have the time stone anymore."
yeah.
Which, yeah, of course, he doesn't have the fucking time stone anymore. I guess Peter wasn't. Peter wasn't a part of fucking Endgame, really. Like he wasn't.
Yeah,
there.
he was. He was on the planet with him.
Yeah, but he
He literally was there when he gave him the time stone.
No, I'm talking about like when he snapped. When
Oh,
Thanos
when it snapped him back.
When he
Yeah,
destroyed
when
the
it, yeah.
stones.
I mean, he was there.
didn't
He
know
was in the
about
final
that.
battle.
No, but when Thanos destroyed the stones. Remember?
Oh, yeah, he didn't know about any of that.
know
But he
about
knew
that.
because they still got destroyed when Tony used them. Like, yeah, they're gone. They literally said
Yeah,
the stones are gone.
but
yeah.
he was. Who knows if he was
Because
fucking
did Spider-Man not say, "Oh yeah, we destroyed the stones"? Like they destroyed the stones.
in Endgame?
No, not in Endgame. In between Endgame and or between whatever
In Far From
happened.
Home?
Yeah, and No Way Home, they're gone. Peter literally
What are
says.
you talking about?
When he
Which
says, "I no
movie?
longer." No. I'm talking about in
Far
this
From
one.
Home, or-
No.
Far
Okay,
From Home.
so in this gap that we've had between the last movie being Far From Home
Yes.
and No Way Home, the stones are gone now. They're destroyed. They're not like
They've
they
been
didn't
gone
send them
since
off.
Endgame.
They didn't. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But they didn't destroy them in Endgame. We never saw that. We didn't know what happened to the stones. Literally, Tony Snap died. Boom, funeral. We don't know what happened to the stones.
Yes, we do.
No.
Yes, we do. He puts him back in the timeline. That's why Captain America goes back in time. Well,
Yeah,
we
you're
should.
right.
We should.
You're right.
You're
right. You're right. Yeah,
this
this has been so long.
Yeah.
It's true. Yeah, you're right. He puts them back in the timeline. They're gone.
But yeah.
Yeah, he
Anyway,
puts 'em
Spider-Man
back.
knows nothing about that. Though.
No. No, that's not how it works. Remember, it splits off a universe.
Anyway, it's too complicated.
It's too complicated. Yeah, we'll get to it when we get to it.
Yeah,
It's been
when we
so
get to it,
long
we'll
since I
get
watched
there.
Endgame.
But yeah, so Spider-Man knows nothing about that. So
Yeah,
it
you're
makes
right.
sense that he wouldn't know. I
Yeah.
guess I was thinking like, we should that shit, but no, yeah, I guess it makes sense that he wouldn't know.
Never mind. That was in Hawkeye. Sorry. Go ahead, keep going.
So then Strange is like, well, I could make everyone in the entire universe forget that you were ever Spider-Man or whatever. And he's like, yeah, let's do that. And then they go into this fucking basement.
Yeah.
And
that apparently some movie was shot in.
he said, yeah, an episode of Equalizer was
Yeah,
shot
it
here
is.
in the 80s. I don't know why. That's such a specific reference. And so he starts doing the spell, and Peter's like,
Oh, wait. I need MJ to know.
MJ needs to remember.
Yeah.
Wait, Ned needs to remember.
And then he's like, oh,
May.
but my Aunt May. He's like, I don't want to go through that again.
But happy.
Yeah. And he's like, "Stop talking! You're changing the spell."
I mean, I get it. I get it, but it was
kind of fucked up though.
Oh, I think he did too.
No,
I think he would have been. You think he would have been like, "Is there anybody that you want to remember?"
It's true. He should have stopped the spell, and he didn't. Instead, he kept literally changing it on the fucking fly.
He can't stop it. He said he couldn't stop it.
I think he said it was extremely difficult to.
Yeah.
No, it's extremely difficult to change it while it's in
going
process.
on. Actually, yeah, you're right. He did. He said it's extremely difficult for him to keep.
He had to finish it.
Still,
but
he should have let him know. Be like, hey, also, May's gonna forget about you.
Yeah,
everybody's gonna forget about you.
Yeah. But to be fair though, Peter should
hard.
not have been fucking saying it that many times.
Yeah, that's true.
Peter Strange, like, if you say another
To
word,
be fair,
we're
to be
fucked.
fair-
And he's like, wait, but happy.
No. To be fair,
too much.
And he also said at one point, he was like, "I just want everything before everybody find out about Mysterio."
Yeah, but
Everybody else
That's what he says at the very end.
Yeah.
At the very end, as the entire space is
yeah.
exploding around them, he's like, wait, just make sure everybody who should know would know. And then he's like, well, we're fucked.
Yeah,
it's too
it
late.
blew the fuck up, yeah.
He should have just said that from the beginning. Just be like, anybody who I know and love, let them remember.
Yeah, but
super simple.
Good job on them after the spell being done. Nothing happened, which is perfect, right? Because everything seems so fucking normal.
Technically, nothing happens.
Yeah, technically, like according
That
to
we
like
see.
from there, nothing happens. Everything looks normal. It's just like, okay, well, I contained the spell, everything's good, and he of course didn't. So
now
oh my god, no, don't please don't skip over this fucking amazing part. He literally tells him, what does he say? He's like, what is it? He's like, oh, it sucks you didn't get in. He's like, you tried everything you could. You called them, right? And he's like, oh, I could have called him. He's like, are you fucking kidding me? He's like,
do that?
You came to me and like you didn't even try all your options, bitch. Like you came to me almost immediately. And then he's like, oh, and so he leaves and he's like, oh, I gotta call MJ so she can go ahead and call him. And that's how she ends up on the bridge.
Yeah.
Also, how convenient is it for him that since everybody knows, right? He literally just swings on the bridge.
Hey,
Just
I was
changes back
thinking-
to he changes back to his suit. He changes back to his suit. And then just walks on the fucking street like it's not a big deal, bro.
I was thinking that about like how like as shitty as it is, it must have been so nice for him to just not have to worry about shit for a while.
Yeah.
you know?
So it was really cool because we actually skipped over. MJ asked him like, "How relieving is it for you that you don't no longer have to live this life?"
He didn't get to answer it though. Did
No,
he?
he did. He said,
did
he said, I've been Spider-Man for whatever long I've been, and then he's like, the only week that I ever felt normal was when you found out.
Yeah,
That's all he said. He said, other than that, it's never felt normal after he's had it.
Yeah.
So, but he never said if it was relieving or not. He just said the only time he's ever
that's
felt
what I meant.
normal.
He never said if he
Like,
felt
knock my
any
fucking
like
glasses off.
good
Jesus
relief.
fucking-
So what happens? He leaves. He goes to the bridge. Yeah, he goes to try and convince the lady.
Yep.
And he's got the Iron Spider suit back on because the other one's covered in green goo.
Green goo.
Which, by the way,
somebody's a dick, bro.
by the way, that was definitely like that was some kind of thing where they had to edit around it because I think originally that was supposed to have happened as he was swinging away because it just like cuts to a video of it happening on him.
Yep.
But he hadn't been out in the Spider-Man suit since then. Like the timeline does not line up.
Yeah.
So like they must have cut it and then
It's definitely like an edit around for sure. You're right. It felt very out of
They
pacing.
had to cut that scene. Like it must have been a longer scene where he was getting harassed, and they had to cut it because like when you see him come into his apartment, the suit's already off, so you wouldn't even see if it had green on it. But it was supposed to have happened, I think, when he was swinging back
in the very
to his
beginning.
house.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, so yeah, his suit is all fucked up. So he puts on the Iron Spider suit and goes to the bridge. And he's fucking tucked up. He's ready to go.
Yep.
Tracks her down, and he just says a bunch of bullshit to
Yeah,
her.
yeah,
And she's like, "What the fuck? What are you doing?"
Yeah. Also amazing with the spider sense. I actually like it.
With the Spider-Man sense.
Yeah. No, for real. I actually like it. They didn't make like a huge deal about it. It's just that real hard audio cue. But they
did make a huge deal about it later.
they did, but
in a good way.
But in a good way, in a very good way. I actually like that they focused very hard on his.
I was like
spiders.
super tense during that scene because I didn't know what the fuck.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if it was Spider Sense. I will get to it.
Yeah, we'll get to it. But I know what you're talking about. That scene was weird.
Okay, so and he notices, and I love that's the best thing about it, and it's kind of the same way in this is that he starts to get the sense, but he doesn't know what it is.
Yes,
and he's like, and then he kind of pinpoints it, and then shit starts blowing up.
So
and it's like,
that's consistent through the whole fucking movie, and it's great. I actually like this form of his spider sense where it's like he's noticing the danger, and like it kind of slows down for us. And it's to show you how quick he's finding the danger. He like slows down. He's like looking around. He pinpoints it, and then boom, he realizes what it is. Yeah. But for us, it seems like it's taking forever. But it's slowed down because if you watch in the background, like stuff is slowed down. It's so good. It's very well done. Like to show you how good his reflexes are.
It just sucks in terms of the trilogy that they had to go so back off and on and like fix it.
But it's because they fucked it up. So in Homecoming, they didn't even have him fucking have spider sense.
So
Peter Tingle.
What does he do? What's happening? He's on the bridge.
Oh, he's fighting. Yeah, he's fighting.
Yeah, and
Doc
then
Ock.
Doc Ock shows up,
and he literally says. hello, Peter, or whatever.
Yeah.
By the way, that's already been said in the trailer. It's in the trailer.
I know. I couldn't avoid that. I knew he said that, but that was yeah.
First things first, how fucking phenomenal does Doc Ock look, bro?
Yeah, man,
I actually really like it. Like, they moved away from the Spider-Man 2 look, but still kept the Spider-Man 2 look, but made him look like,
it's just kind of like, it's just more gray. Really.
Yeah, I don't know. I like it, but I'm saying, what's his name? Alfred Molina? Is that his name? I just like him. He looks fucking amazing,
the
dude.
belt, and his hair was like more tousled, I guess.
Yeah,
and like,
he just, I don't know. He aged well, bro.
Yeah.
Like, he looks great. I don't know. It was nice to see him back because he was probably one of my favorite villains, to be honest.
So yeah,
next to Willem Dafoe, bro. Wait till we get to the part that I like the most.
Oh wait, what?
Wait till I get to the part that I really like the most, bro. Where they're all caged up.
Oh, okay,
the beam, bro. I love it.
Oh god,
I love it, bro. When they reference, I was dying. I was so happy with that. But anyways,
so yeah, they're fighting on the bridge.
Yes,
they're fighting on the bridge a lot, and there's a lot of fighting on the bridge.
Well, the subversion to this was awesome because he goes to what is that he does? Oh, he rips the suit. He rips the suit with his.
Oh yeah,
and he sucks up the nanotech, right? And you're just like, oh my god, he just got an upgrade,
whoa,
right?
Whoa. Well, but what he does though, right before that, my favorite part of this fight is he rips off the piece on the chest.
Yeah.
And then he goes in to stab him, and he transfers from his
head
to cover his chest.
Yeah. No, that happens after. That happens after because he's like, so he rips it off, and he's like, nanotechnology.
You might be right.
And it takes it over, and then he's like, he still has full control at this point, and then he's like, oh, you've really outdone yourself, Peter. And then he goes to stab him, and then he's like, you're not Parker.
Yeah, but dude, just like
but it's so cool. It's so smooth, dude. It's so fast.
Yeah. I mean, you're
barely saves him, by the way, because he literally just barely.
Second,
he literally took a deep breath. He's like, dude, I think he himself was scared.
For a second, I didn't even notice that his helmet came off, and I was like, wait, how the fuck is he surviving this? And I was like, oh shit,
his helmet, yeah.
It took me a second to realize because it was so fast.
But yeah, and then instead of them being like, oh shit, Doc Ock got an upgrade, it's, oh well, look who's got the full fucking Yeah, it's great, dude. He's just like, hey, you're not supposed to have control of him. Like, by the way, his character throughout this is fucking hilarious, dude. Yeah. Like, he's very angry. Like,
because of the he still
has the broken chip.
He's more like fucked up than Wait,
we don't get to see a lot of anger. To be fair, he does become rageful and vengeful and angry.
You're right, because the moment that they say he gets taken out is when he has Spider-Man about to kill him. Yep. And then right after that, I guess he fucks him and the chip or something changes.
Maybe it's wet or whatever. Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, so he takes him and what the fuck? Oh yeah, he goes back up on top of the bridge and then he gets another tingle and something's happening. The bomb rolls in.
Yeah. Did you know that Green Goblin was in it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you knew.
I knew Goblin.
Because when we were talking about it, you said that it was just Electro.
No, I said Goblin. I only said it once, though, but I did say Goblin, Electro, Doc Ock, and Lizard.
That's fair.
And you didn't know about Sandman?
I didn't know
about the other big one.
The other one? Yeah, he is.
No, Sandman.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Sandman, Electro, Lizard, Doc Ock, Goblin. Yeah, you would think they would have done a sixth one.
They wanted to. I'm pretty sure they wanted to, but they said just leave it where it's at.
Yeah,
I really want to see Vulture. I want to see Vulture. Even if they give us a Tinkerer, bro.
They would have to give him a reason to come out of prison.
Yeah, even if they give us a Tinkerer from Homecoming, I would have taken that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
What would he do though?
Well, he could have upgraded everybody's shit. He could have upgraded everybody's shit, but no,
but he's not really like a member of the team. Anyway, yeah, so it's technically not Sinister Six, but it's close.
No, but it's very close.
It's anyway, so. So then Goblin, comes in and fucking just blows the fuck up out of that bridge, and Peter gets teleported down into the Sanctorum again.
Gets saved.
I was actually kind of disappointed, though, because I was like, oh, this is about to be fucking sick. Like, the way he was flying in and bombing the bridge, like, this is going to be dope.
No. This was perfect. But this is perfect because we didn't have to watch...
Expectations. I'm not
we
going
didn't have to watch him in this shitty Green Goblin suit, bro.
Oh.
That's the only reason I fucking like that.
For a second, I was like, oh my god.
Cool.
No, I don't like his Green Goblin suit. No, okay, so
it's way better than this, obviously, because
it's more
in the original one, it was so bad that, like we said, he had to actually been like this. But obviously, in this, it's like CGI, and they know how to actually make suits that are shitty nowadays. So,
but it did look better body wise. I still don't care for the mask.
No,
it's too alien. That's what I'm saying. I'm so glad they fucking smashed that shit later.
It's like a Power Ranger, but it's still, that's fine. It's cool that they kept. They had to keep it the same.
Of course, yeah, because they're being pulled literally right before
but
their
I
big
was just
triumphant moment.
The entrance that he made, I was like, this is gonna be fucking cool. But fuck that, I don't care. I'm not gonna let my expectations get in the way of that. You know what I mean? Like,
no, it's still cool to have.
I'm not the one writing the movie, so that's fine. I'm fine that they didn't fight after it. So yeah, he's back under, and then did Ock come with him, right? Yeah, because Strange takes him and locks him up.
Yeah.
And then they're talking and
he's like,
and
"Who
shit.
the hell is this?"
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
like, dude, Doc Ock is great.
Revealing that magic is real.
He's like,
to him
magic?
and shit,
Like,
and
dude, it's so
yeah,
good.
all these fucking things. And what happens here? He's like, he takes his armor.
Lizard locked up as well.
Oh yeah.
Yep, Lizard's
so
already
they
locked
just
up.
Kind of.
Well, Strange found him and locked him up, and that's why he looked for Peter.
Over it, but he looks different. Definitely, he's
Lizard
slightly
looks
different,
better.
yeah.
Looks better.
I don't know. I actually don't think I like it better.
I like it. I
It's
like
hard
his
to
face.
say.
His face. His body you don't get to see a lot, but his face looks better.
He's
got like the teeth. He's got a little bit more.
It's not that. No, his mouth is like the same. It's just that he's scalier.
Yeah, but his mouth is
basically
his mouth
it.
isn't as pushed in. It's definitely pushed more out because when he starts to change, you literally start to see his mouth go in. Like
Maybe
he
a
looks
little
more
bit.
lizard face.
But it's still. I was assuming when Matt accidentally spoiled for me that Lizard was in it. It's fine because I mean it makes sense, huh?
Does he know about that?
What?
That I spoiled the lizard for you?
It's okay.
No,
what did I spoil for you? No, Rachel spoiled something for you. What did you spoil?
What did you spoil? Electro or something? No.
I spoiled.
You spoiled.
Something in a different movie.
No,
Yeah.
it wasn't this one.
No.
Because we talked about it. I was like, Drew hasn't seen the trailer. And you're like, oh, my bad.
This was like when you first started.
God damn, I don't remember what it was. You were like, somebody's coming back, and I was like, oh.
Oh, it was, Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi Abomination.
Abomination, yeah.
that's what it
He was like, Abomination. I was like, don't worry about it, dude. It's not even that big a deal.
yeah. Anyway, okay. Clean in. And so they're, Lizard, I think, it's hard to say because you don't really see him like full on, like in daylight and shit like you do in
the other
Spider-Man.
one, yeah.
He's kind of like hidden away in the shadows for most of the movie, but you can tell it's different. You definitely can. But
So here's my
what I was
thing.
going to say though was like when he said that for me originally, I was thinking, oh, they're going to do it and have it be a different universe, so it's going to be full snouted Lizard.
Yeah.
That's what I thought they were going to do.
No,
But
yeah.
they didn't. Not at all.
So here's my thing, right? So
Real quick though, I was going to say though, if they're going to bring him straight from the Spider-Man, why did they change him then? That's my only thing. Is no one else is
no, you ready for this? This is the point I'm about to make. He's the only one that didn't die.
Yeah.
He didn't die at the end of Amazing Spider-Man. He was locked up, right?
Yeah.
So Doc Ock pulled right before his death. Green Goblin pulled right before his death. So and so Electro. He guarantee was pulled
Sandman
from his
too.
current. Yeah, Sandman as well. He was pulled. No, Sandman was pulled.
No, I'm saying Sandman also wasn't. About
Yeah,
to
wasn't
die.
killed. He was pulled from his current time, and so was Lizard. And I guarantee this is what Lizard would have looked like in the future. Like, had we waited
Why
fully,
would it be current time though?
because Andrew Garfield and Tobey
And how would
Maguire
he be
come
Lizard?
aged.
He's in prison.
Yeah, he's in prison, but it doesn't matter. He still has a lizard. They never.
No, he doesn't. That's not how it works.
They never fixed him. He never got fully fixed.
That's not how it works.
Oh wait, he
has-
did get
has-
fully fixed.
Yeah, but he also has to inject himself in order to turn into Lizard.
Yeah,
he
you're
can't
right.
just change
You're right.
at will.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I guarantee you.
he must have gotten out.
To be fair, they talk about Amazing Spider-Man 3 and they talk about Spider-Man 4. They talk about it.
Sure, yeah.
Because he literally says, like, when they're having the talk on the rooftop, Garfield, bro, again, these characters are tragic as fuck. Specifically, Garfield is the most tragic one because he literally says, Gwen died.
Yeah.
I went away for a while, came back. I fought Rhino. He's like, at one point I became bitter. And, like, he starts crying. He's like, I became bitter. He's like, and I stopped pulling my punches. And I start, like, he got very vengeful.
Yeah.
So, like, he talks about probably what would have happened in Spider-Man 3 had we ever gotten one.
Well, I mean, even longer. I mean,
Yeah,
however
that's what I'm
many
saying.
years it's
yeah,
been.
so it's
there from
been
present
a
day.
while. You know what I'm saying? So they do briefly mention like their future, like their current time Peter
Yeah,
Parkers.
but why would Lizard be from current time?
But don't forget that Spider-Man villains have a tendency to somehow always come back, dude. So like
Yeah,
Lizard would
I
have just
don't
made
know.
himself Lizard again at some point, just a stronger fucking serum.
So,
But anyways, they're in this lockup.
Lizard's there. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, it is the same guy
Yeah,
voicing
it is.
him.
Voice sounded different though.
It did.
Tell
It
me the
sounded
voice didn't
so
sound
different.
off. The
Yeah,
voice
I don't know
sounded
what
way
that
off.
was, but I checked the
Nope.
cast list after he's.
I'm gonna have to
he's
check
in.
the cast list because they show him. They show him later when he gets changed back.
Yeah,
they show
yeah. We'll
him.
talk about that.
CGI, right? You think
No.
he was? I think he had
It's
CGI.
not CGI.
I think him and I think Sandman. Those look almost exactly like themselves from Amazing Spider-Man 1.
CGI.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, I'm
Bro,
saying
they look
I'm-
fake. They look like they took the
No.
especially the Sandman
I
scene
was
where
gonna
he
wait until we
Hold on,
got to
listen,
it.
Listen, well, with the
Yeah,
scene
man.
where Sandman turns around, that's literally the scene from Spider-Man 3.
Yeah.
I
That's literally-
know.
He was
I was
inside of the
I was
head
saying
of
it's
the-
not
Yeah.
CGI. It's literally the scenes.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
they're
literally
not
the
CGI
scenes.
characters.
Oh, it
it's literally
kills
the
me, dude.
scenes from the
I
old
know,
movies.
and it
Yeah, because
kills
I guess
me.
they couldn't get him back.
So I guarantee you that's not.
I
Is
mean,
it the same voice?
Yes, Thomas Hayden Church or whatever his name is.
He sounds so different.
Wait, for Lizard?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't pronounce his name, but yes, it's the same guy. But I don't know why, like, he can't be that aged up to where they couldn't bring him back, so I don't know about that. Sandman I get, because he's probably way
Way
older.
older. He is. He does look way older. They could have kept him older though. He never died.
Yeah, I know.
So they could have left him aged. I would have preferred to see him aged and come back because it's his voice.
It's still, at the end of the day, though, they didn't fuck it up. Like it's still fun. I don't care.
It's so funny. Like that's actually some of my complaints. Is some of that. Like you can tell they were brought back from the scene. Like that's fucking one where he's inside the statue and he looks out. I was like, okay, it's like okay.
Some off.
Yeah. I don't think it was off. I mean, I could tell, but that's just because we've seen the movie so recently.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Like I was like, oh, I remember that exact movement.
Did he not seem like he was a little too big for that window?
Yeah.
Like, dude, something was off.
His head looked fat.
When he was when he's inside the Statue of Liberty and you see the shot where he turns back to normal because he's cured.
Which one?
And he peeks out. Sandman. And he peeks out. He looks way too big for that window. Like if somebody stood there, they would be smaller. Yeah, he's
I don't
huge.
remember this.
It's like the window and like the head of the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah.
Like the crown.
Yeah, the crown part. Don't worry, when we get to rewatch.
He holds his hand up and he goes like this.
Yeah, so that scene's there, but no. Then they show you from the outside of the Statue of Liberty, and he looks out the window, and dude, that shot took
old
me
video
out.
game CGI.
Yeah, dude, I was like, what the fuck is this?
What the fuck were we just talking about?
Sorry,
we skipped.
We skipped. It doesn't matter. Okay, anyways, underground scene. Lizard Scott.
Yeah,
okay.
and Doc Ock, and he's like, "Hey, here, I'm taking your armor, repurposing it. Now you can shoot
him
once
and
they'll come
teleport him.
back."
And so he tells him, "Now you guys need to fix this." He's like, "I'm gonna need help." So he goes and gets Ned and MJ, and
they go to the basement.
Fucking hilarious. No, don't overpass. This is important. Ned says, "Oh, do you think I can do magic? Because my grandma says we can do magic. Our family's magical." He's like, "I always get this little tingles in my hands." He's like, "Yeah, you should probably go get that checked out in the hospital."
Yeah, a psychiatrist
whatever
he says.
A professional, yeah.
Not psychiatrist.
He's like, he's like, you should see a professional about that.
No, what's the not psychiatrist? That's for your brain. What's the
specialist?
Other one? No, it starts with P. Physician.
Oh yeah, there you go. That's what it is. Thank you. You should see a physician
and
about that.
That's why you're our guest.
But yeah, it's really funny because he just brushes it off, and we find out later. But
okay. So what's happening? Yes, they're in the basement and they start trying to track him down.
Yeah.
And I think I love this. I don't think anybody else in the theater laughed, but he goes, "You can take the chair out of the guy, but you can't take the guy out of the chair," or whatever, the opposite of that. And I was like, that's amazing.
Even better though. So
he finds a disturbance that we don't know what it is yet.
Yes,
and
but
Peter makes a new suit.
He does not make a new suit. No. Do you not know what it is? It makes me laugh so fucking hard because it was leaked. Shut up. It was leaked. Everybody was like, "Oh my god, it's his magical suit. It's going to be amazing." It's literally his suit inside out. He doesn't make a new suit.
Oh, yeah.
He's washing it, and so he puts his hand in the mask and he turns it inside out. He's like, "Oh, that'll work." And
that makes sense. I knew. I was looking at it. I was like, it's clear. Like so many wires. It was in the back of my brain that's what it was.
Yeah,
but I
he
couldn't
wore
put my
his
finger
suit
on
inside
why it
out.
was.
Yeah, and everybody, you don't understand. I read the leaks. People were like, "This black suit, magical. Doctor Strange is so cool for giving it to him." It was his inside out suit, dude.
From from a distance and not knowing, it just kind of looks like it's a black suit with yellow lines.
Yeah, but of course you can see the wiring.
That's what I thought.
I got that spoiled for me. Like the day before I went to see it because I opened Fortnite and it was the suit in there and I was like, "Fuck!"
Yeah, that's funny. But no, it's spoiled for me because they already made a toy from it like months ago.
Yeah.
Like when it first announced, they actually released that toy.
It's kind of similar to the Ock suit from the end of the Spider-Man game.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Except, I mean, obviously not. But if it was yellow lines, then it would be kind of like that. Anyway,
but it doesn't matter. Surprisingly, still it's cool as fuck though.
It's kind of cool,
especially since he's got that big gold thing right here for where the web thing is.
Yeah.
I can see why people thought it was magical.
He goes to this field, and multiple things start happening. So I saw you see the little movement in the background. It's like, oh god, who's this gonna be?
Yeah.
And then there was
it was funny because there's some asshole in our theater. He goes, "Everything's dead quiet," but he's into the movie. Then all I hear is Sandman.
Oh my god! Fuck off.
Yeah.
So so he that little movement. He's like, what was that? And then another movement in the background, and when the second movement happened, I was like, Sandman. I was like, let's go.
But did you realize a little detail? His spider sense never went off because he was never in danger. He literally just heard the movement.
Yeah,
his spider sense never went off because he was never in danger. Sandman wasn't out to kill him.
Fight him.
Yeah. So I really like that little detail though. It was really nice.
Yeah.
Because his spider sense doesn't go off until the fucking lightning.
Well, they do that a lot. And I mean, they even do it later with Andrew.
Yeah.
Then the lightning starts going off behind him, and he's like, okay, and then he turns and I love how he just builds up this turn and nothing happens. He just turns and he's just standing there and nothing changes. And it's Electro and he's
he goes to shoot him,
building up.
He goes to shoot him with and it goes through him and it hits a tree and the tree ends up in the fucking yeah, it's fucking funny. And Electro first things first, I fucking love Electro so much more. I didn't want to spoil it for you because you hadn't seen what he looked like, right? You just knew he was in a movie.
Well, somehow you said something, and I knew that he was Yellow Electro.
And not just that, instead of him wearing a mask,
you were like, yeah, they changed his design. You're like, let me not say anything, and I was like, well, it's gonna be Yellow Electro.
Yeah, but the cool thing is he didn't wear a mask, but his lightning turned into the.
It's like only when he shoots it. Yeah,
but it's still cool. Like I love his design in this so much
Yeah.
more, especially when he gets that certain item later on. I really like his. Yeah,
yeah.
I really like how they took him.
I guess we'll talk about it now. I prefer the blue version. Yeah,
really?
I do prefer the blue
I don't
version.
know. I really like this, especially. We'll get to. Let's.
I like it, but
wait until we get
the
later.
reason I like it more is I kind of wish that it was. I actually wish they had went full out where his head was surrounded in electric. You know what I'm talking about? Like
you're talking about like a
comic
full,
Electro,
yes,
where
yeah,
his
where
head
he has
is electricity.
There's
all
actually.
That's what I was
yeah.
hoping for.
So that would have been
it's
cool.
not exactly what I was.
But let's not forget that he instantly got grounded into MCU-ness. MCU, even though we have magic, it's still more tech based. So he instantly was grounded. He lost that like weird blue fleshy thing.
Yeah, I also like. Yeah, he's normal again, and like
Yes.
he's shooting lightning. But
I
I
fucking
like
love the
it better
scene.
when he's
blue
electricity.
But
he
that
is
fits,
electricity.
But that
you
fits
know?
perfectly for Ultimate Spider-Man. Unfortunately, it doesn't. So to be fair, I don't dislike either one because I think he gets too much hate in Amazing Spider-Man.
Oh,
I
yeah.
actually love that design, believe it or not. I do. But I also really like this design.
Let me
too,
not get it twisted. Yeah, I do love this design. I'm
Yeah.
just saying, if I had to pick one, I would
You
still
choose
pick the
blue.
blue one.
Yeah.
That's just me.
But anyways, yeah, they're having a conversation, and he's trying to tell him, hey, come with me, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And even better, he's like, oh, so we're just not gonna pretend like I'm buck ass naked in this field, like.
Well,
dude.
we totally skipped. Sandman protects him.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. Yeah, so he goes to get shot, and fucking Sandman pops up and protects him.
Yeah.
By the way, I already knew that was gonna happen. That shit was mad leaked, bro. It was so leaked, so hard. Like
What got spoiled for you? Should we talk about
No,
that now?
not
or you
yet.
wanna
Don't
wait?
worry. We'll talk
Okay.
about it. It's the most important scene later on.
okay.
That scene, the one you're thinking.
Well, so then he's like he says something like yeah, I'll help you for some. Why is he?
He says
interested in
no. He
helping
says
him?
Spider-Man. He didn't say Peter. He says Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, because he thinks he's still
He's
Toby,
still
and they
Toby,
were
and
cool at
he's-
the
yeah,
end
they
of
were
the
cool,
movie.
yeah.
So he's like, yeah, I'm gonna help you, and we'll fight this guy and take him down.
take him down, yeah.
For a second, when he goes up and starts like webbing all the shit and pulling it together, I thought he was about to do exactly the same thing as Amazing
Yep,
Spider-Man 2.
Same. But that's a callback to that though.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And then he fucking pulls them all
Yeah.
down, and so he loses power.
Also,
Which
how did Peter not like his web shooters because of Tony? I guarantee you, they never broke because of the lightning. Like he was literally hit multiple times with lightning.
That would have
fine.
been like the first thing Tony would have put into those
yeah,
things.
but
yeah. So,
trying to think what happens next.
well, I mean, he turns into a man,
yeah.
a normal guy without
Yeah.
electricity, technically.
And he says the line of, "Oh, we're just gonna pretend I'm not
fucking
buck ass
naked
naked."
here,
Yeah.
yeah.
And so he shoots him with the web. He sends him back, and then Sandman gets pissed. He's like, "Oh, did you just kill him? Like, how could you?" Blah blah blah. And then like Peter tries to explain it to him, and then is it him that teleports him there, or Doctor Strange teleports
shoots
him?
him.
He shoots him. Okay, yeah.
Well,
And-
before he does, he grabs like a firefighter outfit to give to Electro. As
Yeah.
Well. So I think as well, like clearly, like it's hard to say because clearly he got a lot more confidence once he became Electro in Amazing Spider-Man
Yeah.
2. But even that being said, his character here is
Way different.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a lot different.
I'm okay with
Like,
it. Though. I don't know. Jamie Foxx is just so good. I like him.
He's just no, I love him, but I'm just saying like he's the confidence should be there, but the jokes, like he's cracking jokes a lot, and it's like that wasn't really his character.
No.
necessarily. I don't mind it. It's
I
just
have
like
a feeling I have a feeling
jarring.
that's where his character was gonna head towards, though. Had we gotten another
Maybe.
fucking Spider-Man, dude, I'm telling you, I guarantee that's where his character would have headed towards.
Yeah, maybe,
I
but it's just like
guarantee it.
there is no time gap there. He came straight from Amazing Spider-Man 2,
Yeah,
so there shouldn't
it's true,
be.
Yeah.
He should be.
He
the same.
literally says the last thing I remember was oh, it's so funny,
Yeah.
bro, because like when they're talking about, so they all end up back in the dungeon, the wizard
Yeah.
dungeon. And Ned asks a stupid question. So is this tree like a person? Is he gonna change? And then Jamie Foxx is like, "That's just a tree, man. It's just a tree."
Yeah.
Like it's so good. So how does he in the back? How does he go back?
He also looks different. Like he has a different haircut too.
Yeah,
and shit.
yeah.
And they're and he comments on it later, but it's like, why does he have a different haircut? Like what happened there? Like he's pulled straight from the universe, but he has like
Yeah.
this whole thing going on. It's just I don't know. They made like the rules are just kind of whatever.
Yeah,
they wanted to
yeah.
be, kinda,
I'll
I
agree
guess.
with you. They were trying to really retcon some of the stuff that people really hated from the other thing. That's all they tried to. That's what they tried to do. They literally fan serviced as much as they could. Some of it great, some of it, but
Yeah. Now on second thought, Yeah, oof. It's kind of like Rise of Skywalker, but mostly it lands.
Yeah, mostly it lands. There's a couple things that I don't agree with, but we'll talk about it here in a minute.
I hope that it wasn't coming from a place of like, ooh, let's fix these shitty movies. I hope they were just like,
no.
Let's take them and do some cool, interesting shit.
Yes,
I hope that wasn't.
That's why I tell you, I feel like That's why I feel like That's why I feel like them trying to save them is making way for we could possibly still get an Andrew Garfield movie, but maybe not, or we could end up getting a multiverse movie, and these villains will get brought in because they all decide to try and travel the multiverse because they're gonna live. They're all gonna live in their timelines now. They're not dying anymore.
Yeah,
so that's what I'm saying. The possibilities of what could happen next is ridiculous.
I don't know.
Yeah. So anyways, so yeah, they all end up there, and then they're talking about Norman.
Yeah.
Hold on. Are they talking about Norman? Yes, they're talking about Norman. And Doc Ock's like, "Oh, it shouldn't be possible. He's dead." And he's like, "Well," he's like, "You're gonna be fighting a ghost." And then they all start talking to each other, and they start talking about how, "Oh yeah, you're supposed Marco or no, this is later because this is after they get Norman because Peter gets a call from May.
Yes.
Because we have the moment.
Feast.
Yes.
Feast is
amazing,
here.
Yeah.
That's
the first reference.
Casually dropped that.
Yeah, they dropped that in there. That's insane.
So,
and apparently May's been doing this for a while, where she's just been, So anyway, she calls.
Was that what the?
It was in the.
Yeah, Far From Home. Yeah, I guess it was. Wasn't it?
But it wasn't
doing,
shown. But she was doing this.
They don't really make a big deal of it.
They don't make a big deal about it.
Anyway.
You're right.
So what? Yeah. So she's like, "Hey, one of the guys you're looking for is here," and he's like, "What the fuck?" And he just starts booking it in there.
But before that, we actually got a conversation. What's his name? Willem Dafoe. Norman takes off his mask. He hangs it. He takes his glider. He hides it.
Yeah.
And he's now putting like bum clothes over his his glider suit, which by the way makes for a really cool suit later. But anyways, he puts on like that raggedy clothes over it, and he starts to hear. He's like, "You're a coward," and he's like, "No, I'm not." Like, dude, again. So good. He poured his heart in his fucking. That's the one thing you can't say he doesn't, dude. He's amazing.
He always gives it.
That's the same. But he does such a good job in this, and he gets pissed off, and he like breaks the mask, which is. Thank you. Also, I hate that mask.
You know what? It's funny. Funny enough, another kind of parallel. That's same thing happens in Last Jedi with Kylo Ren. He smashes the mask. Yeah, just interesting. But anyway, so.
Oh, also this is a parallel to Peter when he gives up being Spider-Man. Alleyway, dumps his shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost the same exact thing. He literally, you see him just walking and you see his back. Like it's almost the same. Like
so, Willem Dafoe. They de-aged him, definitely. 100% they de-aged him, but it's good.
Yeah, no, it's not bad at all.
The technology is finally there to where we don't have to worry about it that much.
It actually looks really good, dude.
Yeah,
almost
really,
yep.
There's something still that you can tell, but it's like it's
good.
It's good, yeah. So
and he's saying he's talking to May.
He's talking to May. He's just chilling.
Yep.
Like a villain.
No, he's not a villain. That's out of him right now.
Yeah, right now.
But yeah, he starts talking to Peter and so. Dude, Peter as a character in this movie is so different. Like, he's like, "This isn't my problem, May." And May's like, "Yes, it is." Like,
that was immediately like the way he said it. He's like, "That's not my problem." She goes, "That's not your problem." And I felt like that was her being like, "Remember what fucking happened with your uncle?" Like,
yeah, right,
shit,
right, like something. But yeah,
like that felt like she was like, "Oh, it's not your problem." Like, remember when
she was
you
basically
offhandedly killed your uncle by accident?
but yeah, like it's so good because she this is the first glimpse of like it's your responsibility. Like this is the first glimpse of it. She's like, "No, you need to like fix this. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, these people are like he's lost, and I don't just mean mentally. Like, he's clearly lost.
Or like, yeah. Or no, she meant it like multiversally. Like he's also lost.
Like he's lost. Yeah, up here. Yeah. And so Peter's like, okay, like whatever. Mm-hmm. So they go back to talk, and Strange comes in, and he doesn't even wait. He's just like, "Hey, yo, Green Goblin." Boom. He just teleports him in there. And
he's
Peter's
like,
"Hey,
I'm
chill the fuck out."
Yeah.
So he's gonna like open the box and like fix everything or hit the button. He takes the he was looking for his thing.
Box, and he's gonna hit the button and revert everything.
Yeah. After he combined it with something else.
Take the floor.
Oh,
this was his big complaint.
Okay. Is this when they start fighting?
Yeah, him and Doctor Strange.
I don't know if you'll agree with this.
Okay.
But one thing that pisses me off about Spider-Man or Tom Holland, I guess, is that every time he gets in a fight, this movie and the other two movies he's in, if he's fighting like a normal like pussy ass monster, he's getting his shit rocked constantly until like the very end, I guess. But he's fighting Doctor Strange, and he's just easily like
Yeah.
He's outsmarting Doctor fucking Strange.
Yeah, well, I want to say he's outsmarting him, bro, because Doctor Strange outsmarted him pretty fucking hard.
That's like the mirror world. It's like Doctor Strange should be like.
Oh, in the mirror world? Yeah,
That's
okay.
what
That's what we're talking about.
Oh, wait.
So,
let's skip a little bit.
Yeah, let's skip a little bit because first he goes to
swings
outrun.
away.
Yes, he goes to swing away.
And he totally fucks him up and sends him back. And then he, pulls out his astral form.
Wait.
What?
There's one. Not that this person's ever going to see it, but just in the ever case, the guy who made this fucking to the many people that made this theory, you guys are fucking retarded.
What?
Don't even blur that out. Do you know the scene where he webs himself in the foot?
Yeah.
People were like, "Do you see that foot?" They're like, "That's another Spider-Man," and everybody's like, "Are you guys fucking dumb? He's clearly webbed himself." And people were trying to make the theory, like, "That's another Spider-Man coming into the universe."
For like 0.5 seconds, I thought it was too.
Oh yeah, no, you too.
But then I was instantly like, I'm an idiot.
Like, so. Yeah, but I was like, I never thought that because like, he's clearly webbed himself.
Crazy that someone would see that and think that with all the rumors. That's
maybe,
not that
but
weird.
I was like, no, it's clearly the same suit.
I mean, if you really look at it, it's obviously the same
But
way.
I mean, at a quick glance, I could see it. But like, there was people who were literally pausing on that. They were like, look at this hand. It's another Spider. I was like, get the fuck out of here. Like, come on.
Yeah. So he pushes him out, but his physical body still has spider sense. So
yes, but did you notice how awesome they did a good job of explaining that though?
What?
You probably didn't notice it. Like, I only noticed it towards the end. Yeah. So anybody who had any doubt, right? Yes, it's a spider sense, right? Yeah, but obviously. Even more, they went very comic booky. If you paid around his head. He had, like, in the comic books, he had the little arrays, like his spider sense was going off.
Wait, his astral form, you mean?
No. His regular form. Like, his human form, the one that was dodging Doctor Strange, if you looked at his head, he had the little... The spider senses. Have you ever seen the comic book where he has a spider sense?
Yeah, but...
he had it in there, like, as an Easter egg.
From what?
What do you mean
from dodging Doctor Strange?
So when he's dodging Doctor Strange, trying to grab the box around his head...
Right.
You see his spider sense.
We're in reality right now where people don't have things pop up around their heads.
Yes,
so
but he was seeing it from his astral form is what I'm saying. Like,
so it is. That's what I said.
You're not physically seeing something. You're seeing the waves. So
that's what I'm saying is astral. That's what I said.
You said, so he's in the astral sense, but he's not seeing the astral sense. He's seeing it from his own body, like the little tingle. Like
That's what I said. Like, you were like, no, not astral.
Sorry, I thought you meant like his astral form was doing it. No. But no, it was very cool that they even gave us that. His astral form wasn't doing it. Oh really? Oh, maybe I was paying attention to that.
That would make sense, I guess.
But still, it was really cool because like he's like, "How are you doing this right now?" And like, dude, it's so cool.
I did not notice that. I was just focused on the way his body.
Yeah, it was so cool. It wasn't even his whole body. It was literally just his hand. That's it. And he's like, "How are you doing this?" And then he jumped back in his body. It was so cool.
He jumps back in his body, and then they go to the mirror dimension, and
fucking amazing.
Huh?
Fucking amazing.
It's
I
cool
love the way they do
it.
It's very fucking cool. Probably one of my favorite shots in the whole thing.
It's good to see that again. I don't know if we'll see it again, like in Multiverse of Madness or whatever.
But we will. There's no way.
I was just like surprised. I was like, oh shit, we're doing this. Like, that's awesome. I'm glad.
They brought the train in.
On second thought, like looking at the poster, it makes perfect sense because it's like all buildings
broken up,
like twisted up.
So we have them battle, right? And yes, so you're supposed to have Spider-Man who's supposed to be geniusy, and yes, in my opinion, Doctor Strange should have whooped his ass. They did give us a semi-explanation where he's like, "Oh, this is all mathematics." Okay, yeah.
Oh no, that wasn't weird to me. I think you were just talking about the fact that like during the regular fight before he figured that shit out, he should have been getting his shit rocked. Is what you're saying?
Yeah.
When he figured out the math shit, that makes sense because like that's.
But he was web swinging like it was nothing. He was like, to be fair, he wasn't really doing a lot of fighting. He was getting more flung around. Like,
I guess,
dude, at one point he literally was dropping like endlessly, and those buildings and they all collapsed, and he could have webbed to nothing, and he's just free falling for forever.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. Is like I was thinking like. Well, yeah, when Doctor Strange like is so powerful, he should just be able to like do something and do that. But he used every ability we've ever seen him use.
Yes,
and he doesn't have the time stone anymore. So he used portals. He used mirror dimension.
Yeah.
He used literally everything like in his arsenal.
Yeah.
And Spider-Man was able to like work around it.
So it's not everything. He knows lethal spells, but why would he use that on Peter Parker?
Yeah,
by the end we learned that obviously Doctor Strange fucking actually really, really likes Peter Parker. We learned that by the end. But
if he killed him,
that's what I'm saying. He was never. But that's what I'm saying. He would have never killed him. He was holding back. Like Doctor Strange was clearly holding back.
Yeah.
He was just more trying to stop him and get the box. But Spider-Man, that's them showcasing you how strong his spider sense is. It's like. Even with somebody with like magic, he's still able to kind of dodge him and
and then he fucks him up at the end and gets out through the portal and takes the sling ring.
Yeah.
And
irresponsibly gives it to Ned, but whatever.
Yeah, wild. But then again, you would think this shouldn't work on anybody else.
It's true.
So I mean, like, I don't know. So what happens? He takes the box, gives it to MJ, and he's like, "Push this if I don't come back, or if I tell you to, or
if
whatever.
you don't hear from me."
Yeah. And then where does he go? To go cure them. He goes to go cure them with Norman.
Is that what he goes to do next?
Yeah. Because at this point, they had already had the conversation. We forgot to talk about
yes.
it.
Yeah, they had the conversation. Yeah. And he said, who's coming with me? And it ends up being like,
Everybody.
they all technically, yeah. So they go to Happy's apartment.
Yeah.
And, okay, this scene, this whole fucking scene, like, from beginning to end is phenomenal. You get to see Peter's smarts. You get to see Electro's fucking inkling of, like, energy. He's literally feeling it. Mm-hmm. You see the box that we didn't talk about it, but they referenced it. Like, we know you still have someone's text. Yeah, he noticed it. And, like, we got to see Green Goblin trying to play all nice. We got to see a little back and forth between Goblin and Doc Ock. I can't remember exactly what the fuck was said, but he says something like, there's a joke that was made. Oh, he's like, I have, what is it? He says popcorn? No.
Wait a minute. We can't skip over it.
With what?
When they're in the cages.
Oh my God! How did we skip over it?
I'll let you take this.
How did I skip over that? One of my favorite fucking scenes. It's like he's like,
I don't know if you even know this meme.
There's a meme, right? But anyways, there's a scene where they're sitting there. He's like, oh, I can definitely help you out. I'm a bit of a scientist myself, dude. I fucking love. Something of a scientist. Yeah, dude, it's so good.
I'm
I can't
struggling to know if I like that or not.
I love it.
It's so
dude,
on the nose. It's
perfect.
a lot. I don't know.
Even the sly smirk he puts on, it's like
it would always
know
be,
that was
I'm
for
something
fan.
about myself.
And
they would have a picture of it.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, I figured you probably had at least like seen it somewhere.
But yeah, dude, I love the meme, and I love how that was definitely to the crowd. That had nothing to do with the movie. It had everything to do with the crowd because that smirk that he put on
in context what he's saying.
Yes, but the smirk that he put on was more like, "Hey, I got you guys." Like, dude, it's definitely a very fan servicey thing.
Yeah.
I still like it. I like it. It's funny,
but I don't know.
It's funny. I enjoyed it. It's perfect. It's good.
So,
anyway, so yes, this scene.
What scene are we at?
In the house, Happy's. Yeah. So now Peter's working on fixing everybody's shit with Norman.
So I was thinking for a second, and I'm wondering why they didn't slip this in here a little bit. You know what I mean? When Aunt May offers him water, Doc Ock, she offers him water. I thought for a second, they were gonna do like some little like flirtatious shit, because they're always end up like he always tries to marry her in the comics and shit.
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
I thought they were gonna slip something in there, but
nope.
No, not at all.
Nothing.
Yeah, so what were you saying?
So he's working on, a bunch of stuff to cure people.
Yeah, and Norman makes his own cure for himself.
Yep, which, come on now.
Yeah.
And then Doc Ock, they fix his back piece.
Yes, yeah.
And, since he has no control, it's like, he's like, hey, this is disrespectful. Like, he's like kind of like moving him around, and he like lifts him up, and he pulls it out, and he puts it in, and instantly he's like, I forgot. Like, by the way, phenomenal acting on his part. He's like, I forgot what it's like to have all these voices in my head. Like, dude, it's so good. Like, he's instantly better. It's just so much cooler. And then he takes away the nano, gets him the new suit.
To Peter. Best suit.
No, disagree.
I'm saying so far.
So far, okay, so far. I heavily disagree. Relax. I'm just saying,
I much prefer this to
the Iron Spider. Absolutely,
this is the perfect combination.
It's so fucking cool.
It's like the White Spider from the Insomniac game, but Iron Spider.
Yes, it looks fucking amazing.
It looked dope, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And it's because the only piece that he had was just that little bit from his chest.
Yep.
So it was only just enough to cover Peter's chest. Yep. So I like that they, kept with that.
So so he fixes him, and then
he puts a thing on Electro's chest, and he's like, when all these green lights fill up, you'll be completely cured. All your electricity will be pulled out of your body. Well, not all the electricity, because you gotta have electricity. Why am I explaining electricity to the electric guy?
Yeah, but it's funny because Electro's sitting there, and he starts to get paranoid. He's like, hey, this doesn't feel right. Something's wrong. And which
is really just purely because he got so addicted to the power.
Yes,
that was like what was fucking with him so much.
So good, because he's addicted to that fucking reactor. He can feel it. Since he came in the room, literally like the first thing he does, he's like, what is that? He's like, there's something big in there. Like, dude, it's so good. He's like a fucking crackman. He's like, y'all got some rocks? Like, no, he fucking he instantly he knows it's there. So we go through everything, and then he goes back to the room, and Peter gets the absolute most ridiculous spider sense he's probably ever felt.
I was shitting my pants. I was like, "What
is
happening?"
Cool as shit. Yeah, right.
I didn't know it was spider sense.
Before this, I thought it had to do with May, because literally what happens is I think May comes in and she's like, Peter, and boom, spider sense, and you're just like, oh shit.
Multiple thoughts went through my mind. First, the way he was walking, he's looking around. I was like, is he not in control of his body right now? Is someone is he?
Yeah, he's confused.
I thought he was walking confused. And he was just he wasn't moving, his body was moving on his own. Second, I was like, okay, something's like the other two Spider-Men are about to show up or something. Like something's happening. I didn't think it was Spider-Sense. I thought it was like maybe they're coming into their universe, so then like their brains are like something is like fucking up and shit. And then I finally realized at the very end that it was Spider-Sense, but the whole time, like the way they play it is so tense that I'm like, what in the fuck is about to happen?
So you want to know what my take from it was once I realized what was going on? I mean, I knew it was Spider-Sense. I think he was having Spider-Sense overload. He couldn't pinpoint the danger.
Yes.
Because there was so much danger right at that moment. Yeah. Electro was about to take that shit off. Sandman was kind of considering to fight, which was going to get dangerous for everybody. He was concerned about May, who was also in danger. He was concerned about fucking Goblin. Like, oh yeah, the police
and
literally...
he had to pinpoint the actual danger.
Yeah, and the police were literally... So he had to pinpoint the most dangerous. I think it was him trying to figure out what was the most dangerous, and then, boom, he fucking hit Green Goblin, and it was the perfect thing, because Green Goblin was about to make his move.
Yeah.
So he hit Green Goblin, and then everything pops off from there.
Yeah.
Dude, everything popped off from there. Jesus.
Wait, no. I bet you I know exactly what it was. He probably got the Spider-Sense the exact moment that Norman swapped with Green Goblin. Like, he lost control. Yeah. So as soon as that happened, he noticed the difference.
And you can tell we knew when Green
tiny thing, it's imperceptible to everybody else. He immediately like felt that shift to someone else, and he was trying to pinpoint what it was.
It's possible, but I also feel like he was still in a bunch of danger.
He wasn't Green Goblin that whole time. He was Norman.
Yeah. You could hear when he turned it, because he literally started to do the like that.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying even before that, like as they're walking over there, he must have switched.
Yeah.
Right when Peter Spider-Sense goes off. Yeah. Because then he's like just biding his time until he gets next to the machine and
he wasn't even looking at Green Goblin. He literally was like still trying to pinpoint it, and then he was like, boom, without even looking. Dude, it's so fucking cool. It's smooth. Like that scene is like very fucking well done. And he literally says, "May run." And May's trying to run, and everything just
it's up there. It's probably like about tied in terms of like best portrayal of Spider-Sense with the Times Square scene from Amazing Spider-Man 2.
That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a really good one.
On par for sure. In terms of like Spider-Sense, or like physically showing it.
Electro, I don't know how I felt about this. Electro absorbed the reactor. He didn't have to physically go grab it. He literally yanked out of the machine, and he absorbed it. Like, I was like, okay.
Well, yeah, like electricity. What do you mean?
I know it's electricity, but he literally didn't break through the wall though. Like he literally he wasn't even in the same room. He literally broke through the wall.
Yeah, he could have done it the whole time. He was not doing it on purpose.
It just doesn't make.
Remember in Amazing
Spider-Man 2? You would have thought the box
would
have been well made like that.
That's what I'm saying. Like Peter's webs are made electric proof. You don't think Tony would make his?
You remember Amazing Spider-Man 2? Like the shit that he would do. Like he can interact like anything electricity.
Yeah, I know.
Fucking he can do. Anything
but if you want to say that, you ready for this? Why couldn't he interact with the nanosuit? That's what I'm saying. Yes, the nanosuit's all made out of electricity. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's a little bit of a weird thing.
Oh, the Iron Spider?
The Iron Spider suit. That's still electrical. I'm sorry to tell you, this is Tony's technology. That's just still. You would think it had some kind of electric proof.
Foolproof an arc reactor.
No, but he would foolproof the machine.
This is old tech, though.
True. That's true.
So it's a different.
But it's weird. I don't like that it comes through the wall.
It's even like the original. I think it's like an original arc reactor.
It's an original arc reactor. Yeah, it's not.
So yeah, he wouldn't have that in mind.
But yeah, he absorbs that. Whatever.
That also means before. What's his name? Whiplash. Before he even electric proof everything. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like this is like OG arc reactor shit.
But anyways, so he tells Doc Ock, "I liked you better before," and he like zaps him out the window and he leaves. That's it, right? He's gone. Everybody leaves. Lizard breaks out of the fucking truck. By the way, we forgot to say that. Lizard's not up there with him. Lizard's in the truck. J. Jonah Jameson showed up. By the way, waste of an actor. Sorry. I hated J. Jonah Jameson throughout this whole actor. Yes, I hated J. Jonah throughout this whole movie.
Talking about the news reporter, dude?
Yeah. I hated him. In Spider-Man 2, he's funny. He's great. Right, and here he's so serious, and like there's no funniness with him. Like he's not acting. He's not over the top like he usually is.
In this, no, but like in the scenes where he's like doing the news reporting, he was saying a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, it's a bunch of bullshit. Yeah, but that's just it. We don't get a lot of that.
We're not gonna get a scene of him, interacting with like his newsroom. They're not doing that.
We should have.
He doesn't have one.
They could have though. No, but it's still his own office. It's his own thing. We could have gotten some more scenes of him.
Why was it? Was it because there was a time skip? Because when they first show him, he's in front of a shitty green screen.
I think it's because he got a lot of publicity.
Yeah, and then he's in like this fucking. By the way, I think what they were doing is they were making him Alex Jones, but Spider-Man, because he literally goes like. Daily Bugle vitamins or whatever. He's like, get yours today. It's like, that's Alex Jones. Like, they were clearly like trying to pull from that, I think.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying, but he's not like, he's got some okay moments, but it's just like in this, he's more like, he's so hateful of Spider-Man that he located him for the police and told the police, like, hey, he's here. Like, dude, like, it's a whole different J. Jonah Jameson. By the way, it's not like the J. Jonah Jameson for Spider-Man 2 hates Spider-Man,
yeah.
but not enough to where he's like, we need him dead. He's like, he's a menace, but like he still likes Spider-Man. He knows he does.
By the way, remember when we were talking about Amazing Spider-Man 2, and you were like, I like to think that they didn't cast a new J. Jonah Jameson because like they knew they couldn't get anybody else.
Yeah.
You were exactly right. They tried to audition other people, and they were like, no one else can do it.
Fucking
you were
knew it.
exactly
Fucking
right.
knew
I
it.
remember I watched the behind the scenes after, and they talked about it. They
fucking knew
auditioned
it.
a hell of people, and they were like, no one is as good as him. We're just out of respect, we're just not even going to put
That's
him in
good.
the movie.
I'm glad it did.
Absolutely
That's
right,
great. Good.
So
Yeah, Lizard breaks out. Everybody breaks out. The only people that are left is May. She's going down the building.
Yeah,
this is
down
what
the
I had
stairs.
spoiled for me. May's going down to the bottom of the building. Yep.
No!
Yeah. Dude, I was fucking pissed.
What was the thumbnail? What did it say?
No, the thumbnail. It wasn't
wait,
the thumbnail.
Explain.
Okay.
What happened?
So I tried to stay away from spoilers.
Wow.
Really
That's
hard.
fucking
I tried to
stupid.
stay really, really hard away from spoilers. I was watching I can't remember if it was Corridor Digital. It literally had nothing to do with Spider-Man. I was watching a video from somebody else. I can't remember if it was Corridor Digital or it was something. The thumbnail was yellow. It had nothing to do with Spider-Man. I was watching it. Some troll was like, oh yeah, this is like, they bring up a good point at like blah, blah, blah. He's like, May dies. Blah blah blah, and I was like, "What the fuck, bro?" I was like, "Are you
in the middle of like a
in the middle of
paragraph
his
and a
sentence,
comment?
bro?" In the middle of his sentence, and I was like, "You've got to be fucking kidding me, bro!" I literally clicked out so fast.
I thought you said it was a thumbnail on a YouTube video. What
No,
was
no,
that?
no, no. Oh no, the thumbnail of the YouTube video was just all three Spider-Man together, but that's already been confirmed. That was already confirmed. I already knew that.
God.
Yeah, no. What was confirmed for me was the May dying thing. I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me, bro?"
When was this? The movie.
The day the movie came out. Thursday. The Thursday, so the Friday morning.
That's so fucking stupid because like if you don't know,
No,
like,
and remember how I told you? I hope it's not true.
that's so
And
so
when that
funny.
scene pops up when she's coming down here and it's getting tense, like you can tell some shit's about to go down because it gets very dark. Literally, it's very unlit, and shit just starts like.
It's so funny
Dude,
because like if you're reading that, anyone who like isn't thinking about Spider-Man be like, what the fuck is that little thing in the middle of that
no,
sentence?
dude,
But
Spider-Man
you
was in
immediately
there.
are like, oh, I can't see that. Like immediately.
I already knew
He
exactly.
didn't even
what
say
he was talking
Aunt
about.
May. He just said May.
May. It literally
and you
says
just
May
know.
dies,
Yeah,
and I was like,
just
"Are
know.
you fucking kidding me, bro?" And it's all uppercase. Literally, everything's normal and then uppercase, and then
So it's like the first thing your eyes jump
yep,
to.
dude. I was like, "You fucking piece of shit, dude."
That's
Didn't even finish
fucking
reading his
ridiculous.
sentence, by the way. I just left.
Yeah, fuck that. Yeah,
Yeah.
he doesn't deserve it.
But I never knew
actually.
when or anything, but I can already tell where it was going.
Well, I mean, hey, that happened to me with Amazing Spider-Man 2, so now we're even.
Now we're even, yeah.
I
But-
knew Ben was going to
I'm confused. Was it like a live stream that you were watching?
No.
He was just looking at a comment
I always
section.
read comment sections sometimes to certain videos because I always wonder what people think
comment
about
section
certain
of a
parts.
YouTube video?
Yeah, and
Completely
literally
unrelated
that's
to
what I wrote it.
Spider-Man.
And I was
That's
like, are
all
you-
normal shit, and then
Yeah,
somebody
and
just
then
made
yeah.
up.
It was
I
somebody
like,
going
dude.
like, "Oh, I love that part of the video when May dies." The
Yeah,
guy did
dude,
the
I was like, are you
that's
fucking-
fucked
yeah,
up. Yeah,
yeah.
that's so ridiculous.
Yep. So,
I'm sorry.
yeah, dude, I was like, fuck. I was like, that took away from me. I was
Yeah.
like, I already knew it was coming, but the way she dies is like,
Okay,
you
well,
remember
what?
what we said? We're like, we never got to see Tom Holland have his origin moment. This was
I was thinking about it the whole
his
time.
origin
I was
moment.
like, we were talking about it the whole time, and they did the whole
Exactly.
thing.
Yep, they did the whole thing.
We got
She
the whole
literally
thing,
hit him
super
with-
dark, him weeping and crying, everything
By the way,
we talked about. We were like,
just
how
as
would they
good.
fit that in?
Just as good as Garfield's and bro, his was passionately crying.
Yeah.
He was so good.
We don't need to compare him, but Garfield was still better.
No.
But he was good, yeah.
To his Ben? No. This was his Ben moment. Aunt May was his Uncle Ben.
But
No, his was better,
it's
dude.
not
Like-
the same.
like,
it's not the
oh.
same because they're talking the whole time.
Yes, but it's so
I'm
tense.
saying
You know,
it's not Ben. You know,
I
you know what I
know,
mean.
but it is his
It's not
Ben
the same
moment.
thing.
It
It's
is
his
Ben.
Ben moment,
Yes.
but it's more akin to.
and we
like-
get hit with
like
the
the
line.
Gwen type
We get
thing.
hit with the line, bro. She
Okay,
hits
whoa.
us. Sorry.
They're fighting in the hallway, by the way.
Yes.
This Green Goblin and him fighting in the hallway is fucking dope.
It is.
Yeah.
They
Very
are.
well done.
I don't even remember the shit they were doing, but like, there's a point where he's on the balcony and
Yeah.
he like webs him,
Bro,
throws him up,
yes.
gets on him, throws him down through like 6 stories. And
Okay,
shit.
so yeah. So they go down, and then at one point, Goblin literally grabs him. He scoops him like a
Fucking wrestling slam.
and slams him through the floor. And
Yeah,
then
dude.
he's like, he says something I can't remember, but who is it that's waiting? Somebody's waiting for him under. Oh, Lizard.
Lizard, yeah.
And Lizard fucking smacks him, and then Norman fucking Green Goblin comes out and grabs him, and then slams him in the balcony, and then. Fucking Peter's pissed off and grabs fucking Goblin
Throws
and
him up,
slams.
throws him
Dude,
down. It's,
so
like,
good.
ridiculous,
It's like brutal. Like,
And then when they're in the hallway, the shit that they do is just great.
it's great.
so
yeah,
good.
there's so much like,
The
dude,
lighting
it's
and everything is
destructive
fucking
as
cool.
shit. It's destructive. And like they get down to the bottom where May is literally
Other best thing about this movie, he doesn't touch Doc Ock once. He never punches
No.
him. because they knew not to do that. And in this case, they're both superhumans. So if they're punching each other, him and Green Goblin, they can go full out on each other.
Yes, they can because they're both
But if he were
superhuman.
to
You're right.
punch
You're
Doc
right.
Ock, his face would explode.
You're right. Absolutely.
So they
You're
knew
right.
well enough to not do
Good fucking
that.
job on their part.
Thank
Yes,
God.
it's true. They never had a full-on battle.
The bridge scene, the whole time, all he's doing is dodging,
Yep.
which is what I said they should have done for Spider-Man 2.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, it's fucking great.
Fuck
You're
you,
right.
Tobey
You're right.
Maguire.
You're
I'm
right.
just kidding. It's not his
But
fault.
anyway, so
They crash
May,
all the way through.
May's
Right as
literally,
May gets down there.
Yep, she's literally about to run to the exit, and then boom, he crashes through, and he's getting his ass handed to him.
Shit rocked.
Yeah,
He was dead.
Yeah.
I mean, that was it.
So May grabs the serum.
Yeah, the healing
And she
thing.
stabs, and it's
She
funny.
does it.
It's funny because the reaction you get is like Green Goblin's like, it didn't even work. Like it's like the way he says it is just weird. He's just like, it didn't even do anything.
He's basically like, Norman is a fucking shitter.
like yeah, but then it's
How
funny
did he not
because
get it right?
yeah, but then he like what is it he does? He's like he's saying something.
Something about like, you did this to me, and I'm going to do this to you.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, and then he's like, I'm gonna show you what it's like to like be in like pain, blah blah blah.
Yeah,
and you already know where this is going.
Yeah.
And then as he's talking, the fucking glider comes up behind May and absolutely rocks her shit.
Yeah, I don't know
dude.
how she stood up.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. It's
So it
I was
didn't
like,
hit with the blades. If I guarantee you
No,
on
it didn't.
rewatch.
It
No.
had to.
It only grazed her on this side. I wish they would have showed the wound, but they can't because it
Still.
would have been like
I figured it
still
would have like
fucked her up.
broke her back or some shit.
yeah, like it hit her hard. But
No,
like,
I was assuming she got stabbed. That's
No,
I mean,
so-
she did.
Yeah,
Obviously.
she did, but I think it only grazed her because when Peter like puts his hand on like the wound, he looks and it's literally on the side. I
Well,
guarantee she had
yeah.
a deep gash.
But either way, like she did get like gashed and fucked up, like stabbed, almost like Norman.
She got up, but I'm pretty sure she got up off adrenaline.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
guarantee
but she was in
you,
shock. But,
she was
but
super
when
in
she
shock.
got up, I was like, oh.
Also-
what? Like, she didn't get, like, I could have sworn she got,
Hey.
impaled right there.
You ready for this? To the guy on our TikTok video, yeah, Green Goblin's not ever gonna do anything this crazy again. Fuck you, he killed May, bro. Like,
Yeah, well, no, he wasn't saying, he was saying. He was
no
saying,
other villain will ever do this
He
again.
was, he was just saying no villains are as cool as this now. They're
Yeah.
not this serious,
But,
which
like-
was ridiculous.
yeah,
but
yeah.
still, sorry to that guy.
Dude.
Just kidding. Fuck you. Get off our channel.
But
yeah.
anyway,
Dude,
she got up and it's clearly off pure adrenaline. You can tell something's wrong with her. She's not the same. And he's still trying to figure out everything that's going on. He knows this shit going on like around him. So he's trying to make sure he's not coming back, but he's trying to make sure May gets out. So he's not even realizing that she has the fucking wound at all.
And they have to talk.
Yeah, and she hits him
explains
with
the
the
birds and
line.
the bees.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the birds and the bees.
The
And she-
powers and the responsibilities.
Yeah, the powers and the responsibilities. And do you think it felt cheesy to you guys at all? To me, it didn't. It didn't feel cheesy.
A tiny bit.
Yeah,
I didn't feel cheesy.
It's just because
Felt forced, not cheesy though.
no, I don't. No. Well, okay. It's just like it's just something about the way that she got to the line didn't feel natural to me.
That's what I'm saying. Felt forced. It didn't feel cheesy to me, but it definitely felt forced. Like they threw that in there for the fans. Clearly, that was in there for the fans because the fans. One of the things that everybody complained about
maybe.
is we never got the with great power comes great responsibility. Funny though, right? Everybody complained about it when it was said in fucking Amazing Spider-Man, but everybody complained it wasn't said here.
Yeah.
you can't can't.
There's no reasoning. with
That's
these
what I'm
people.
saying. Yeah, there's no reasoning. So and that's one thing everybody
Well,
bitched about. So that's why
It's
they hit us
just
with the
for
line.
some reason the way that she said it, I was like, I want to like this, but something was off about the way she said it. Like I don't know. It's just like the way she delivered it.
They did
felt
it for
like
story.
she was in her head. If
They-
that makes
they-
sense.
they did it
didn't
for
seem,
story.
It didn't seem super impactful.
It
Maybe.
didn't. It was yeah. I think they thought it was supposed to have
And I
more
think that's
impact.
because maybe it's just weird for it to happen this late
This-
into the Spider-Man
yeah.
game. Like for him to have like he should already know that at this point. You would
Yeah,
think.
it's true. It's true.
I don't
That
know.
is part of his character. He's always
And
supposed
does
to get hit with that
does
line.
he have a Uncle Ben?
Yeah, he does. He does.
But when they're all talking about Uncle Ben's later, he doesn't mention it at all.
No,
he's
because
only talking about
no,
May.
because why? Because he's in fucking grief over
Yeah,
May.
yeah, but what I'm saying is like he's talking about May, and she's like, she told me great papa, and like, oh yeah, that's what my uncle told me.
No,
that's
no.
what my uncle told me.
no,
but they
that's
don't-
not. No, that's not how the conversation goes. He
And it-
literally only mentions May once. That's it. He only ever mentions May once, and he only mentions it because Toby Spider-Man's like, my uncle died. Before he died, he said with great power, and then Tom Holland Spider-Man's like, oh, comes great responsibility. He's like, oh no, that's not how it's said. No. You're right.
Let's
we'll
get
to that scene when we get to it.
Fuck that. Okay,
Yeah,
so
we'll get
yeah,
to that scene.
so Goblin leaves, and then you guys are talking. She gives him the talk, and then
She falls over.
yeah,
And
I was like,
I thought his
oh my God.
performance in this was good. His crying, it was amazing, dude. I'm sorry, it was better than Garfield's.
I cannot stress enough that Tom Holland is an amazing fucking actor, and this scene was phenomenal. But Andrew Garfield's is slightly better.
Are you talking about the Ben one, or are you talking about the?
No,
the
I'm talking
Stacy?
about Stacy.
No, I'm talking
they're
about
the most comparable scenes.
I guess
they are.
I guess.
Yeah, those are two very similar in that way, and
I can see that.
Garfield's
I can see that.
is
Especially this late in the movie. I
rips
can
me
see
up.
that. Yes.
And it's also because like I'm sad that May died, but
no,
there's not enough to care about her.
There's
not enough to care about her.
You say it's not as impactful. I don't know. You're wrong, dude. Because it goes to show you his naiveness as a child. Because he's like, May, look at me. Like, wake up, May. Like,
no. I'm saying May dying is not as impactful.
Okay, I can see that.
I don't care about her.
I can see that because you're right. Gwen is far more. Gwen is far more. That's true.
That's like
I'll say that.
Yeah, that's like real grief.
Yeah, that's real grief. That's why you can't compare the two though, because this is a fleshed out character compared to a non-fleshed out character.
I'm just talking about now that like May. I just wish that I was like more into her character. To like, I wanted to be emotional and cry. Like I was into it, but I just didn't really.
By the way, I didn't cry for
the
this scene. I only cried for one scene. We'll talk about it after.
Yeah, but
there's literally only one scene I actually legit cried for.
It might be the same scene that I almost cried at.
Yeah, maybe we'll see. I don't know.
I didn't have enough like with May in these movies. Like she's just kind of like a background character for the most part.
She is
though. You're right. She is,
and she's hot.
She is good looking. I ain't gonna lie. She's fine as fuck. But anyways, so yes, okay, I can see why it's not as impactful. You're right. It's still sad, absolutely sad, but it's just not as impactful. You're absolutely
and it's
right.
also halfway through the movie, so it's like a different kind of thing where it's like not, you're like, oh god, where are we going from here? And it's like it's just a lot of stuff. But Tom Holland was amazing. He was like his performance is fantastic. Yes.
So what I like is even better. Happy pulls up,
and
there's literally no words that have to be said between them. He can see the look on Spider-Man's face. Spider-Man looks at Happy, and Happy's like, you need to go, and obviously Spider-Man doesn't want to. He's blocking the SWAT team. The SWAT team shoots fucking bro. They fucking hit him.
Yeah.
They just full on fucking hit him. Like, and he's just sitting there still looking at his hand.
A lot of people still think that he's killed people and murdered people because of Mysterio. So,
dude, I still his acting in this is so good. Sweet. I guess I'm not comparing it to the impact of what Gwen Stacy's dying. I'm saying his acting is so fucking good in this.
But I'm comparing acting. Andrew Garfield's acting is like they're okay. Maybe they're comparable, but I just personally, when I look at Andrew Garfield, I'm thinking like, holy shit.
It does make me cry.
And the reason for that is because they were actually in a relationship, so I can tell that.
Oh, you didn't know? Melissa Tomei.
Yeah. So I can tell that Andrew Garfield is actually imagining Emma Stone if she died.
No,
like,
it is definitely
there.
It's true.
To be fair, Tom has to pull from like real actory shit, but he's still amazing.
But to be fair, Tom and Garfield, when it comes to drama acting, Garfield's up here, Tom's up here, because like Garfield literally has done plenty of movies where it's drama, and it's like
he's like the best actor I've ever seen.
Much. I mean, I want to say best actor, but he's a good actor.
Who?
I don't know. I really like Jake Gyllenhaal, to be honest.
You said
that.
I was going to say those two.
Jake Gyllenhaal's like amazing, dude.
Those two are. Yeah.
And believe it or not, I know that we make fun of Toby. There's a few movies that Toby's done this drama that is like
Brothers.
Yeah,
that one scene.
Yeah, dude. That scene's like impactful as fuck. He channels his inner Venom in that one, dude.
Jesus.
Like, but anyways, so they try to dumb down the sound of Peter's grief, and you can hear Happy as he's being arrested in the background. He's like, Peter, you have to run. He's yelling at him to run, and Peter's not fucking running. Like, and he gets shot, and then finally, like, I think that snaps him out of it. He leaves. Does he leave or does he?
Yeah,
he
leaves. He like swings to his little safe spot.
Yeah, you're right.
And man, I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know.
We missed. There was a point where they were down in the basement when he gave Ned the sling ring, and Ned was joking with it, and it went, and we got a spark for a second. He was like, "What was that?" And then he just left it alone. That's it, because it's important.
How do we feel about this?
So here's my thing. You ready for this? This sucks because this is gonna be like, oh my god, he's bringing up Mephisto again. So I thought, listen. I thought, because I don't know if you know this.
We've never brought up Mephisto.
No, not us. I'm saying like people. People have been saying, oh my god, Mephisto's gonna be in this movie. He's gonna be in this movie. He's never shown up. So I honestly thought he was gonna have like a lineage with Mephisto, like because Mephisto's magic. No, it's not anything like that. He doesn't even follow Ned in the comics. I don't know if you know about this or not. Ned's in the comics. He's a whole different kind of character.
Which
apparently the Hobgoblin actually does learn magic though. He does learn magic in the comics. So this isn't completely blown out of character. Like, he dies, comes back to life, and he actually knows pumpkin magic. I fucking can't remember. It's weird, dude. It's weird. But he does know magic, so
why did I get that? I want to see some pumpkin magic.
I still don't know how I fucking feel about this. I don't fully know how I feel about it because they didn't flesh it out enough.
They just play it as a joke.
Yes, exactly.
And that's what it is. But like, I can easily see, and I wouldn't be mad at people complaining about it because like Doctor Strange, who's like the most powerful sorcerer to ever exist. It still took him, fucking months to figure out how to do that.
Yeah,
shit.
so it's played very much so as a joke. You're absolutely right. It's cool. Weird. Had they made it like a bigger twist where it's like, oh, like he's
Ned Wong's nephew.
Something, literally anything.
Racist. So
I think if it was literally any explanation, it would have been great. But like you said, it was played off too much as a joke.
My lineage.
Yeah, it was played way too much off as a joke. You're definitely right on that. But it doesn't matter because it still leaves us for amazingness.
Yeah, so that's where we are now.
Yes,
he's fucking with it, or he's not fucking with it. He's like, I wish we could just see Peter right now, and then he sees the spark.
And MJ says, "Oh, do that again."
Yeah.
He's like, I really wish we could see Peter right now, and it doesn't work. And he stands up, and she's like, okay, and like he starts doing it.
Yeah.
And you see
Spider-Man.
Okay,
so when this happened, I think I was focused on Ned or what they were saying or something. I wasn't even looking through the portal yet, and I just kind of like glanced over there, saw him standing in the distance. I was like, okay, I thought he swung to like a rooftop, and then I was like back to focus on them, and then like I was like, wait, and I looked back and I was like, oh, of course it's gonna be, course it's gonna be, like right before he started running in. I was like, oh my god, fuck yeah, of course it is.
Yeah, so he comes in, and this
the last way anybody expected him to show up.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Like everybody was thinking, like, oh, they're gonna swing in and save the day, or
at the last minute.
There.
They got plenty of fucking screen time, by the way.
But it's also just like the way they're introduced is like just so like not what you thought it was
going to be at all. I'm okay with it though. I actually liked it. I loved it. I fucking loved it because
it makes sense.
He comes in and he's like, the grandma's freaking the fuck out. And he's like, no. Like, he's like, and so like it's so good.
And he already knows that he's been transferred into the universe.
He knows because he's been okay. So the way they played it off is he said, I was doing this, and then I've been just walking these alleys. So he was already in our universe. He's been in our universe for a while. He wasn't just transported.
No, when everybody else was.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So he wasn't just transported out. So it's like it's kind of weird that he didn't go to help because this shit's been all over the news, all the fighting. So it's weird that he didn't. Same as it doesn't make sense when Toby later says, "I've been trying to find your Spider-Man like this whole time. I feel like he needs."
That's the biggest problem.
Yeah, that's one of my problems with it.
It's so stupid.
Because he could have found him.
I had a feeling that this guy or this other Spider-Man that I don't know exists, that I need to help him.
Yeah, So like I feel like that was a problem because it has been at least a day.
You just didn't even need to say that.
Just
have Ned be like, "Hey, can you help our Spider-Man?"
Yeah, something. But it's like no, they definitely
why did it be like, "I had a feeling in my heart that there was another Spider-Man that needed help." Like, what are you fucking? What are you talking about? It's like the stupid like.
But no, he doesn't say that another Spider-Man. That's not what he says. He says, "I saw your Spider-Man."
I thought this guy needed help. That's what he said. Yeah, and I've been trying.
He said, "I saw him on the news." It's like, okay, dude, like, that's what it is. So Andrew comes through. Yeah. I love this scene because she's like, prove it. And he's like, prove it?
Wait. So this is what we were talking about earlier in the non-spoiler section. When he came through and he took his mask off, that's when the girl screamed at the top. I'm talking a fucking
it was terrifying.
Demon from hell. You said, like, if
I was next to her, I would have rocked her shit.
It was
Wait, what did you say? If you were what?
If I was next to her, I would have rocked her shit.
Yeah.
If you were Chris Brown, you probably would have rocked her shit.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
But anyways.
Woke up Chris Brown.
Woke up Chris Breezy, yeah.
But okay, so he comes through.
I feel like our theater did not react enough. I think it was us and the group next to us. We were all like, yeah, we cheered. Other than that, crickets. I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
I mean, it's fine.
Garfield got a bigger reaction in our theater than Toby did.
Oh, same, yeah.
Garfield got a bigger reaction.
Almost nobody reacted
screamed
to Toby.
for Andrew.
Yeah, she was like, boo.
We literally heard somebody next to us go be like, she didn't say much for Toby. Like, I literally heard somebody say that. She did not react to Toby at all. It's literally just because she thinks Andrew's hot. Yeah. Definitely.
Wait, did we mention back when May died that the second, like, she's dying, she's like,
oh, was that the phone thing?
The phone, sorry.
It goes completely silent, and she, like, her eyes roll back, and then it goes, it's like something just starts playing at max volume.
And it's some old fucker, too, so, like, he hears it, and he's probably putting on his glasses. He's slowly reaching into it. Oh, yeah, slowly reaching into it. And then eventually I think like his son's like, holy fuck, give me the thing.
Dude, but that's the thing is like, at least I could tell that like it was not intentional. So I was like, okay, as long as you weren't just like, oh, let me pick up my phone. You know, like at least he was like, oh shit, I gotta shut this shit off. You know?
Yeah.
So you can't be super mad.
The worst possible scene.
The
entire
worst.
Well, for ours, she doesn't remember it, like because you saw the flash. But I'm telling you, Aspu during that scene because everybody was dead quiet. Somebody's phone notification went off, and I was like, okay.
Can we just?
Well, it must have not been very long.
It wasn't long. It literally was like somebody's like text message coming
let's
through.
just
And I
say
was like,
just
bro.
real quick. I mean, audio only listeners. Angel's girlfriend is sitting next to
Oh,
us.
yeah,
Video
yeah.
listeners, she's right over here.
Yeah, they probably can barely
They
hear
don't
her,
know.
but,
Yeah,
yeah.
they don't know anything that's going on. You're just talking
to
to
some person on the
disembodied
side.
voice. So,
But
yeah, that's what's happening.
but yeah,
Anyway,
yeah.
So what were we saying? Yeah. So Andrew comes through,
Yeah,
and so she's like,
prove it, prove it, Spider-Man. Yeah,
She throws the bread at him, and he's like,
don't.
Why
Why don't bread
do
of it?
that?
Yeah, he's like, don't
and
do
she's
that.
like, well, your sensor go off. He's like, yeah, it goes off, but not for bread.
Yeah. They never say spider sense, by the way. He says, yeah. He's like, I don't tingle for bread.
Well, they call it tingle.
Tingle,
so
yeah.
he
But so did
starts-
Andrew. Andrew was like, no, I don't tingle for
but
bread.
after they call it
Yeah,
tingle,
yeah.
so he's just like,
and so
going
she's
on
like,
with
prove it.
their
She's like, I'm
thing.
throwing the bread again or whatever. So he's like, okay, and like he puts his hand up and he
just does
sticks.
that.
And
shit
he's
was
like,
so
casual,
cold,
dude.
too.
So casual.
yeah, and he's like, this should be enough. He's like, no, it's not. And then
He's
the
like,
grandmother's
no,
talking.
how, he's like, how am I doing it? How am I doing it?
Yeah. And so like then the grandmother starts talking, and Ned's like, yeah. She said, while you're up there, could you just go ahead and get that top? And he's like, so he like
He
does
calls
it.
over.
Yeah.
And he puts the mask in his teeth, and when he drops back
And then
down,
he's
he's
like-
like, so what are we gonna do?
Yeah, it's so good, dude.
He is so fucking good, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. But
That's the thing that is so sad. Like we were saying, like, oh my god, we're never gonna get anybody Spider-Man 3. So sad. And this movie, we get a little bit more like closure, I guess, for that. But also, it just makes me fucking yearn for a third Amazing Spider-Man.
imagine
movie.
how much.
Need it, dude.
Imagine how happy he was to put that suit on again, though.
Yeah.
Both of them. Both of them.
Well,
Dude, I was thinking about that, like Andrew and Toby, like all like not being there for so long. They see the set and how much it's changed.
dude, imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought but they both left on bad terms for Spider-Man though. Like
It wasn't
Toby, not
horrible.
necessarily, but like the studio had fucked with it so much
Yeah,
that he didn't
yeah.
really want to anymore. And Andrew got fired because he missed a
Yeah.
meeting, and so like he started disliking it too. He's talked about in interviews that he didn't like the way they were taking the character and shit. Like he was not in. Like he felt like the Sony was dipping their fingers in too much and fucking
Yeah.
it up. So that's why he left. So of course he still wanted to be Spider-Man, just not in that way. So of course if he sees Marvel doing it like in a heartfelt way like this, he would be all on board. Yeah.
So
absolutely.
I don't know about this.
Toby. I have no fucking.
So I don't know about this. As I say, I was too young to care. Like I used to watch behind the scenes when I was younger, but I was too young at the moment to watch behind the scenes for Spider-Man. I mean, I did watch some, but now interviews, like I wouldn't care about those. Now that I'm older, I would watch them. But Garfield and Holland, they both grew up loving Spider-Man even before they played them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they knew the source material. They loved all of it. So they to them, I
Andrew
guarantee you,
Garfield's
Garfield
first ever Halloween costume was a
was
homemade Spider-Man costume from his mom.
But so Garfield, like, I guarantee you he didn't want to go with that role. But for him to be fired, I bet you that fucking hurt, dude. I bet you they hurt.
I don't know though. It kind of seemed like they
He was probably
they
relieved.
portray it as that he kind of did it intentionally, like he kind of wanted to get out.
He might have, but
There's no
but
way to
I
know. You
guarantee you
have
that
to
has
ask
nothing to
him,
do with the
but-
character. It has everything to do with Sony, though. I guarantee.
Oh
you.
yeah. No,
That's
he
what I'm saying.
loves-
No,
of
I
course,
guarantee. Yeah, so I
he's
guarantee you,
passionate about Spider-Man.
Disney being more behind this than Sony was.
That's
I
what I'm
guarantee
saying.
you he was
Is
like, I would
he
gladly
read
come
the script
back.
and he was like, yes, let me
Yeah,
do this.
so-
they probably both were because I don't know if that Toby had any interest in it to begin with.
Yeah.
Like to do a Spider-Man.
Well, there was a
Spider-Man
rumor.
movie.
It's so funny because there was a rumor that Toby was like a drama queen on the set. So I don't know how true that is, but
this
apparently,
one?
apparently he's like a drama queen in most of his movie sets. But like, he felt like he was like top notch, like because he's the OG. I don't know how true that is, but
God, I hope not.
yeah, I hope not either.
The middest actor though.
Yeah, the middest actor,
Yeah, out of the three, yeah,
Toby
definitely.
Midguire.
Toby Midguire
Okay,
is Spider-Man.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, what he climbs or whatever, and then they're talking about it. He's like, well, we'll just keep doing it until we find the actual Peter.
Yeah,
Then they pull
and
in
he does it
Toby.
again, and
And
I actually
no reaction.
Believe
No
it or
one
not,
cared.
but believe it or not, I actually because he wasn't in suit, like, so I actually kind of liked it. I didn't like his acting as much. For some reason, I don't care for his acting as much. I really don't, because even the way he like,
I didn't have any.
Toby.
yeah. Even the way
There's
he delivers
something
his
off
line
about
here,
it.
right? Even the way that he delivers his line here, he's like, "I came through this portal."
There's, like, no
that's
mouth
behind me."
movement.
Yeah, right. It's
But
like he doesn't-
that's
he's
not an acting
He's not
thing. It's
animated.
just-
He's not
Hold on.
animated as much
I'm
as everybody
pretty
else.
sure that it's just because he's like up there in age. Like his
Oh, probably.
mouth- I think there's something up with his mouth because he has like a
Probably.
lisp almost because of it. Like his voice is different. He
Yeah.
has like a lisp kind of thing in the way he's talking.
Yeah, I mean it's
It's
possible.
like more pronounced than it was in the original movies because he's aged up, and I don't think he has any control over that.
Again, I didn't
So
hate
don't
him at
blame
all.
him.
I didn't hate him, but his acting seemed off, right?
Yeah.
It did. It did. To me, it seemed off, dude. Something about it. Like, even
I
the
think
way he
it's-
said the portal line was kind of bland.
I think it's just because he's supposed to be like this old and fucking worn
seemed very
out Spider-Man.
yeah, he did. He seemed
But I
much
think
more
that's because he's just kind of like, he's like not adult Spider-Man, but he's like almost fucking he's like-
middle-aged Spider-Man.
Yeah, like way
Yeah.
older Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Like he's just kind of like over it, you know.
Multiverse.
Multiverse.
I was just
Yes.
thinking about
Yeah.
that.
Oh,
What are you talking about?
Multiverse Spider-Man,
pizza and
older
shit.
Multiverse Spider-Man.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
oh yeah,
yes.
the guy named Multiverse Spider-Man.
Yeah,
you mean
no,
Spider-Man?
Yeah,
from
Spider-Man.
Into the Spider-Man.
No, I'm saying the Multiverse Spider-Man movie.
Jake Johnson's Spider-Man.
Yes. By the way, fucking props to keeping multiverse rules from the Multiverse Spider-Man like Miles movie. Fucking props. The moment they both come into contact with each other, look at each other, their spider sense go off, and then they fucking flip at each other.
Yeah.
Dude, I fucking love this. Like, they instantly feel it,
And
they're not even in danger. They just feel it.
Andrew, like he webs Andrew's shooter, and he's like, oh, like respectable. And he,
Yeah.
he like drops down. He's like, okay, pretty good. So yeah, then they kind of like.
Can we talk about that for a second though? Like, you know, they attacked each other because their spider sense went off, and they're so used to when their spider sense goes off, it's danger. But for this, it's going off because it's like, oh, something's off. Like, it's two Spider-Men staring at each other. But they're so used to danger that they literally both flipped at each other.
Yeah.
And then they realize, like, oh, wait, we're not. Like, this isn't like,
Yeah.
And then it's funny because the grandma gets mad. She's like, clean up your webs. Like, dude, it's
like,
so
fuck
good.
this, I'm going to sleep.
All in Spanish, but then when she goes to bed,
That's not even in Spanish. It's a whole other, it's not Spanish,
not
no.
Spanish, but, like,
But she's in a whole other language. I don't know what the
She
fuck she's
goes
speaking.
off, and then Ned
Yeah.
translates. And she's
going
like,
to bed.
Can you guys clean this shit up?
Literally in perfect English. I'm going to go lay down.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
dude.
So, so then they kind of like work it out, what's going on, and then they're like, so is there like a place that he would go to fucking grieve or whatever?
I love
It's
it.
like, what, Chrysler Building,
And then he's like, the Empire
which
State
is
Building.
such
for
a
me.
2002 thing.
It is,
for him
it
to
is, though,
say.
it is, yeah. And then
so
he's
I was
like, the
holy
Empire
shit.
State Building for me. He's like, much better. He's like, yeah, it's advertised for you.
yeah.
I love that they're like linked like that, though.
So and then they realize where Peter would go. Is it a place that we know of? Like
It's the top
I
of
thought
the,
it
it's the top of the
was-
school.
the roof where
It's the top of the roof of the school.
Wait,
Yeah,
was it?
it's the top of the roof of the school. Yeah.
It was.
What
It was
did you
dark.
think it was?
It was
I
dark.
thought it
wasn't
was
paying
like
attention.
the building where the Iron Man memorial was after Endgame.
I think
Oh,
that
I
is the
think
same.
Far
No,
From
that's not
Home.
the same
No,
thing. No,
that's just some
that actually
random
would have made
building.
sense though. I'm actually surprised they didn't use
That's what I
that.
thought it was gonna be.
Yeah, but no, it's the top of the school where he has.
Yeah,
the
you're
conversation
right.
with
It was
sense
dark
now.
and I wasn't paying
Yeah.
attention. So, but yeah, you're right.
But-
because it has those like slanted like roof tiles.
They have this absolutely heartfelt moment
Yeah.
where it's very believable as
They give-
friends
they
and
give a
lovers.
minute. They give
Yeah,
it a
they
minute.
literally embrace each other like
moment
a
of
group.
silence, if you will.
And then like Peter literally like his fucking spider sense goes ham.
Yeah.
And he's like shrugging him off because like he feels like he's in danger.
Yeah.
He starts shrugging him off. He's looking around and he looks up and cool shot by the way. They're
Yeah.
both sitting up there.
Yeah, she was. Hot.
I fucking I loved it, right? And then they both hop down, and like Peter still can tell
He's like,
he's
"What
like,
the fuck
he's
is
like,
going
whoa, he's like, hold on, slow down. Like he doesn't know if he's in danger or not. Like because
Yeah.
his spider sense going off. They play that off very well, and then they start having that conversation. And this from here on out, seeing all three of the Spider-Men, it's very somber, dude. It's supposed to be very happy, but it's somber in the sense of like, not only are they talking to each other as Spider-Man, they're talking to each other as Toby talking to Garfield, talking to Holland, because we'll get into it in a second. We'll get into it when they all suit up, but.
I know exactly.
Yeah, you know exactly what I'm talking about,
And
yeah.
I didn't like it.
I liked it
It's too like
on the
turning to
nose.
the audience and
Yeah.
talking to them. Like,
Yeah.
we don't need all that. We'll get to.
No,
it in a
I
second,
like
though.
it. I like it because it still makes
I
sense.
appreciate it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it makes sense, but it's still like it's
No,
so
I like it.
clear
I
what
like
they're
it. I like
doing.
it, but at the same time, I'm like, damn, it makes
It's
it
too
really
much.
dark. It makes it
Yeah.
like really sad, dude.
Okay,
Like,
so what happens? They have their
They
little
talk.
moments. They talk about Uncle Ben's,
And they all talk about their
Gwen's.
origins. Yeah.
yeah, and all this stuff, and they're all great.
and then they talk about the great power comes with responsibility, and
Mm-hmm.
Toby's like, "Oh, my uncle said that right before he died. Maybe she didn't die for no reason." As in, like, dun dun,
And
it's
it's
the
funny,
origin story.
I was thinking as well. Like Andrew's like, yeah, my uncle said the same thing.
No, didn't I tell you that? Then that's right when he's like, Toby's
But,
like,
you know,
"Oh yeah, my uncle said the same thing," and Andrew's like. He
It's
didn't say anything.
it's
He's
the
just,
same gist.
It's the
but
same gist,
yeah,
right?
but
And then
yeah.
I literally turned to Rachel. I was like, "Well, his uncle didn't really say all
not
that."
quite,
But
not quite
yeah.
the same thing. It was a little wordier than that.
Yeah, it was like tiptoeing around it, but it was the same thing.
Yeah,
Same concept.
No, it's not tiptoeing around. It's just like that's the way he worded it. 'Cause
Worded
it's
it,
a different
yeah.
universe. But yeah, so he gets the basic concept. He's like, yeah, mine
Yeah.
said the same thing. So what the fuck was that? What the fuck was I gonna say? What do they do? What do they do? What do they do? Where do
They
go?
talk about how they need to cure these people, and because they killed them,
Yes.
they died in their timelines. He said, "You guys are the ones that killed them." He's like, "If I send them back, I don't care what happens." He's like, "I'm mad." Like you can
Fuck,
see the
I'm
rage. He's
done with
literally
these
starting to like
fuckers, yeah.
rage up, and they're like, "You can't go down this path." They're like, there's a point. That's when Andrew says,
Yeah.
I
did
got
that.
very dark, and I started to not pull my punches." And Toby talks about how, I can't remember what he says, but he talks about.
talks about going after his uncle's killer.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, he
And
talked about going after
in
his
the
uncle
first
killer.
movie.
He said, "I really wanted to kill him," and he's like,
And
he
he did
died.
die, yeah.
Yeah, he's like, he died. He doesn't.
but it technically wasn't
Technically,
me. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, it was mostly the feelings. The feeling didn't go away.
Yeah, the feeling didn't go away. He said, he died and the feeling didn't go away. He's like,
Yeah. So, I I mean,
So he's like, let's cure them this time.
yeah. So they go and they start whipping up
I
cures.
fucking love everything about this.
Yeah.
Everything. I didn't think anything felt cheesy. I didn't think anything felt out of place. A little forced in some parts, but I already knew that was going to happen. Everybody knew it was going to happen. Where somebody
The
was going
webs
to say,
thing.
hey, Pete.
Yeah.
No, not that. With, Peter, yeah?
Oh, yeah,
I already knew
yeah.
that was coming. There's no way you didn't know that was coming. Also, the web thing, yes.
Yeah. So they're all working. He's whipping up a cure for the lizard. Toby's whipping up a cure for Norman. Which
So wait,
I like
let's
because
not
he's
overlook.
like, I've been thinking
yes,
about
I was gonna
that
say don't
for a
overlook
long
it
time.
because I fucking love everything about this. Like he's like, oh, I cured him once, I can cure him again. I'll make the cure. Like they were the missing components of what he needed to do, everything he needed to. So yeah, and then Toby's like, oh, I've been thinking about this. Hey, you ready for this?
No.
We got to see the smart of Toby that you don't get to see anywhere else. Not once you get to see him be Mr. Techie Smart, experimenting and doing all this shit in Spider-Man 1 through 3. You don't get to see him being all experimental and scientific and nerdy like
Well,
he's
yeah,
supposed to.
he's just like, he's in the class and he goes, square root of 7.
Yeah, here
That's all
he's
he does,
literally
yeah.
mixing
He doesn't
chemicals.
invent
And it's
anything. Yeah.
way, way better. It's very nice.
The nerdy Spider-Man
We never got
Yeah.
the actual nerdy Spider-Man. Yeah.
So,
All he was doing was missing his glasses, and we would have really been on the nose.
yeah.
but-
So, what the fuck happens? I mean, they do like the Peter thing, and then there's a point where he's like, I gotta refill my web shooters and get some more web fluid.
Yeah.
And he's like, you don't have that? And they're like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is wrong with you? That's disgusting.
yeah, they're like,
that's like actually
Wait.
like where.
over Ned talking to Peter.
Oh!
His best friend.
oh yeah, Ned literally is talking to both people. It's so funny though. You can't skip over. He's like, so do you have a best friend? He's like, yeah,
I did. He died in front of
He
me.
died,
In
and
my
then
arms.
and then Garfield goes, dude, it's so good. And then Ned's like, oh,
It's
and
a
like, he
little
leaves, dude.
weird though the way he's talking about it. He's like, yeah, he died in my arms.
It's like
and-
he's trying to like make a joke about it.
yeah, it was so
But
weird,
it's
but it was supposed to be like so
serious.
Yeah, it
fucked
does
up.
come off jokey. Yeah, it
And,
comes,
like-
no, but it comes off jokey almost. Like but it's Toby's delivery, dude. It's his acting. It's Toby's acting.
No, because it's the
unfortunately.
way it's the way the line is written though. Because it starts out he's saying it as like, yeah, he died in my arms after trying to kill me, and also I was
But Toby's
heartbroken.
delivery's off.
I think it's just
like,
a very weird scene because it was like a whole half of the scene.
that mic.
A whole half of the scene was just him completely being serious, and then Ned was just kind of there like an idiot,
Yeah,
clearly trying
Yeah.
to. It was
Yeah,
like
so
a
it
joke
does come
'cause
off
It was a joke because it was a
jokey.
net. It was
does.
Ned.
Doesn't matter. Let's be honest. The fucking
who
three
cares?
first Spider-Men are a meme anyways. Whatever. At this
Yeah,
point,
yeah,
they're just a
exactly.
meme.
Ned is kind of feeling like a third wheel. That's what I personally got from it.
I mean, yeah, kind of. That's definitely a jealousy thing of Ned.
Ned
He's
feeling like a
definitely
third
feeling,
wheel.
yeah. Fourth wheel,
We
technically.
can't. We gotta like. No one can hear you, so I'm trying to like portray what you're saying.
Yeah,
Ned
but
felt
it's
like
true.
a third
Like,
wheel.
like you could tell he was very uncomfortable with all the three Spider-Man because he has no connection to them like they do.
Yeah.
Like,
So they get all the cures together and they go to the Statue of Liberty.
Yes.
Which, by the way, I don't know if you know this. In the like vague background way earlier, there's like a news station playing something and they're
yeah.
talking
About
about them putting the Captain America shield on the Statue of
oh
Liberty.
no, I didn't get that.
Yeah.
There was another point where they mentioned they were reworking the Statue of Liberty. I think it's the same thing.
It might
actually.
be the same thing, but they
Yeah.
say something about. Oh, so I heard Captain America, Statue of Liberty. I was like, what the fuck are they talking about? Like I didn't understand it, and then now it's like, oh, okay. So yeah, they go there and it's all under construction and shit, and
Yeah.
they go up and they set up all the cures. Yes, yeah, so they're talking and shit, and this is where you get like a lot of different different lines. Like there's the
References.
point where Andrew's like, what does he say? He says, "Oh yeah, they talk about they're fighting aliens." Toby
Yes.
and
Yes.
Tom, and he's like, "I want to fight an alien." He's like,
Yeah.
"I feel like I'm not as good as you guys." And Toby's like, "No,
No,
you are
you're
just as good as
amazing.
us.
Yeah,
You're
you are
amazing.
amazing.
He says
He's like,
amazing
say it.
twice.
Yeah,
he says
yeah,
amazing
yeah.
twice.
He's like, say it. He's like, say you're amazing. He's like, no, I don't need to say it. But like,
So
thanks, I
that's
really
like-
need to hear that.
that-
That
yeah.
was Toby talking to Garfield.
So much. It's so much though.
No,
It's
I
so
like it
much.
because, in all seriousness, there's actually an interview where he felt like his Spider-Man wasn't as loved. Though there is an interview where he talks about it. He felt like his Spider-Man wasn't as received.
It wasn't.
Yeah,
as,
I know
but
it
that
wasn't.
doesn't mean. Well,
No,
look,
he-
here's the problem: is like when you get
I
these lines in there,
guarantee you-
when you get those lines in there, it feels like a fan film.
It
does.
but it is.
It-
It 100% is, dude.
That's not a good
This
thing,
is
though.
yes, it is. This is no. What do you mean? They handled the story brilliantly and still gave us a fucking fan love letter. They still did a good job, dude.
No, because
Peter?
it's so. I said this to him on the way in. I was like, in Endgame, everything that happened there that people say is fan service was so natural and like they had been building to it for fucking years and like everything was set up and like it made perfect sense for everything.
Yes,
This is like going out of their way to make nods and different things that's what fan service really is.
Yeah,
and
but
not in a good way.
Endgame is still the same way though. There's
It's
a few
not.
things.
I completely disagree with you.
Like them giving Gwyneth Paltrow a suit. That's definitely more of a fan service because that's one thing people requested, and we would have never gotten it because there was no other Iron Man movie coming. That's 100%.
It was totally natural. It made perfect sense.
That wouldn't have made no sense. It doesn't make any sense because he retired. He literally talks about how he retires. It doesn't make anything. So when would he have made the suit?
They talk about him making the suit.
No, I know they do. I know they
movie.
do, but they should. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter. We'll get to Endgame when we get to Endgame. There's fan service in Endgame. I'll point that out when we get to Endgame. Trust me, there's plenty of fan service.
But this is just like, this isn't just, oh, this would be nice for the fans. It's like, hey fans.
But I'm okay with that though. I'm okay.
It's too much.
It was needed.
I was debating it on all the way in the car right over here, and I'm
think about it like this.
Not everything is that bad, but there's moments like this where I want to like it so much because I'm like, obviously I
love every second of it.
Obviously, I want to like it because Andrew Garfield's my favorite Spider-Man, so of course I should be like, fuck yeah, they're giving him requisitions, but it's too much. It's too on the nose.
No, I like it. It's very well deserved.
See that. Like,
it's okay. The only reason I think it's well deserved is because think about this, right? There's no way that didn't break fucking Garfield's heart, bro. To be kicked out of doing Spider-Man and not being well received, considering it's one of his favorite fucking characters ever. Dude, I guarantee he was depressed for a while after that. I guarantee you. We obviously wouldn't see that. But him as a person, not as an actor.
Interviews. He wasn't depressed about that. He was depressed about the fact that the character was going in a direction that he didn't want.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. I guarantee it still depressed the shit out of him. I still guarantee you it fucking crushed him. There's no way it didn't.
I think he was already kind of fed up with it at that point.
Even if you're fed up, it still doesn't mean you can't be depressed. You still like the character.
No, I think he was already depressed because of that.
Yeah, maybe. But it doesn't matter. Like, for him to get that recognition and then to get it from Toby, even though I don't
let's not speculate. We don't know anything about these people.
But it doesn't matter. But for him to get it from Toby, it's great.
Who knows what they fucking think.
But for him to get it from Toby is what's great. Like, that's what makes it so good.
So they set it all up, and then the villains start arriving.
Well, no, before that, okay, so they really made us feel like they were about to skip talking about their webs. Because they talk about it and they're like, oh, we need to focus
on it. They talk about it again.
And then they talk about it again, and they're like, they ask the questions like, does it just come out of your like wrist or does it come out of other places? They're like, just the wrist. Like he's like, oh, like you wouldn't think about that? Like it's so good. They have back and forth, and then they have a reference to where he's like, oh, my back. He's like, my back hurts. He's like, it's been hurting for so long. Blah, blah, blah.
I did like this
it's
where he like cracks his back.
Yeah, but it's because the scene, because I don't know if you've ever watched the first 3 Spider-Mans.
He has.
Where he's like, okay, so there's a scene where he's learning how to swing again. And he's like, I'm back. And then he falls and he hits his back. He's like, my back. And that's where that's from, yeah.
But yeah, I was just a nice moment between them where he's like, I got you. Me too, dude. I got this like mid back thing. Like, it's totally fucked me up. Trust me.
Because it's being stiff from all the web swinging,
Yeah, it's great. I like that.
But there's a lot of little moments like that is really, really nice.
That's the thing is I would rather just have natural banter.
Oh, I get what you're saying.
It was going out of your way to do
that's what I meant. Some of it was a little forced.
It feels forced.
Some of it's forced. But I don't fully dislike it. I'm okay with it. Like I'm not sitting there like head over heels, but I get it.
Yeah.
I literally turned to Rachel and said that was Toby talking to Garfield for sure.
Everybody.
Yeah, you know. Yeah, if you know, you know. So now we get all the villains showing up, and we get possibly my absolute favorite solidified moment in this movie is they all start to fight the villains. They suck. Yeah. Dude, they completely fucking suck. At one point, he webs Toby, and he's like, ew. He like takes the web off because clearly he's never had his own webs in his face. He like literally takes one. He's like, ew. Like, dude, it's so good. They like. At one point, he swings through his rope, and like
he like shoots like this.
And he's like, sorry, like dude, it's so good. They suck.
I love
so bad.
the little kind of like back and forth they have with their own villains. Like when Andrew meets up with Electro, he's like, "What's up? Like, hey, how you been?" or whatever, and shit like that. Like I don't know that I like to see because, like I said, I want to see Amazing Spider-Man 3, and that's almost like we get to see what would happen if those characters kept going and if they met back up and
but
all this shit.
So the plan was they were gonna have the button get pushed when they were all there,
and they were gonna lock Ned and them away.
And Ned opened the circle and Ned can't close the circle. Yeah. That's actually kind of important. It's extremely important for a scene later. So
they're trying to close that, and then they're fighting.
Yep, and only 3 villains showed up.
Yes, Goblin's not there.
Goblin, Doc Ock, and Sandman are not there.
No, Goblin and Doc Ock are not there. Sandman is there.
Not right away, though, right? No, not right away.
It takes like 2 minutes, but he's there.
It takes him a little bit while they're fighting. He doesn't show up until they start working together.
No, he shows up before they start working together.
Are you sure?
Yeah, definitely, because as they figure out how to work together, the sandstorm is going around the thing.
They've been fighting a little bit.
Yeah, that's when they're like, okay, we need to do this, this, and this. Let's team up, focus on one
Yeah, that's
guy.
what I'm saying,
As they're
before-
talking about that, Sandman is
that's what makes him split
storm's
up.
going
Yeah,
on,
yeah,
so
yeah,
he's been
yeah.
there. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But
Fair
anyway.
enough. Yeah. Doc Ock and
They all
and
get
Green
they
Goblin
all
are
are
the ones who are
fu-
completely
they all,
away from the
they
fight.
all fuck up a shit ton, and then they reconvene in the middle, and they're like, all right, you're Spider-Man 1, you're Spider-Man 2, I'm Spider-Man 3.
Yeah.
Let's do this. Let's all focus on. Oh, never mind. Let's focus on one guy.
Yeah,
and
at a
one
time,
at a
yeah.
time. Cure like
He's
that.
he's like, trust your senses. That's, by the
Mm-hmm.
way, the first and only time we're actually gonna get it called senses. He's like,
Yeah.
trust your senses.
Yeah.
So they what happened? Doesn't matter. Anyway, so they're
Well,
fighting.
Peter calls it a sixth sense in like Far From Home, I think. He calls it
Yeah, he
a
says
sixth
it's
sense,
like
but it's not
sixth
Spidey
sense,
sense. Yeah.
So then they start to work together, and we get like some really fucking cool scenes. Like
Yeah.
they're all three
The
swinging.
way
Who is it?
they all three jump off.
Who grabs the other two and launches them? Who was it? I couldn't even
I don't
fucking
remember
tell.
that.
I don't remember that.
I don't remember
What?
that happening.
How did you guys not see that scene? Okay, so they're all three swinging, and they're about to lose momentum. They have nothing else to swing on. And one of them, I want to say it's Toby that grabbed Garfield and Holland. I would have to go back and watch it. But he takes his
maybe I
webs.
vaguely remember
He
this.
takes his webs,
Yeah.
and then he shoots them, and then he takes them, he swings them around, and they get some more
There's
momentum
also
going.
a great point with Andrew where he's on the side and he's about to like go up. He has the cure and he's about to. This is like I think this happens right now. Actually, he grabs the cure from one of them and he's about to go up and he's on the side of the building and like he just swings out, lands in the building, webs like this, and he like leans
Slingshot.
Oh, yeah,
back.
he does a slingshot,
He goes
yeah.
so far back and he sees Electro coming and he still waits the last possible second to
And
get
then
the most momentum possible.
and then he shoots
It's
himself.
so fucking
yeah,
badass.
It's very
It's
badass.
awesome.
And then Lizard's climbing up at this point, and he
Yeah.
starts to hear all this arguing. He's like, "What the hell's going on?" And
Yeah.
he realizes it's them in the portal.
Yeah.
So
So he goes through,
Yep.
and then Tom notices and follows straight after them, and we get it's almost kind of like the fucking Stan Lee cameo from Amazing Spider-Man, where like they're running in the foreground,
and they're
beating
fighting
the shit out of each
yeah.
other in the background.
So they run out, and MJ
they're on the
scaffolding,
Yeah,
and MJ gets knocked off.
is this immediate? Yeah,
No,
does it
this-
happen immediately?
This is later. This
Is
is
it
like towards,
later?
She runs
this is
out
towards
and
later
then it
when
cuts
Green
back
Goblin
to-
showed up, though.
Is it
Right?
before? No, it's not. It's before Green Goblin. Definitely before Green Goblin.
I think Sandman gets cured
No,
before
it was
this happened,
no,
though,
it-
doesn't he?
that's
Yeah.
what, that's what happened because they fell and Tom fell because of Green Goblin. Like
Yeah,
Tom-
Oh
you're
yeah,
right,
you're right.
you're
You're
right.
right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. It's
And
later. It's not right
that's
away.
why you're here today.
But yeah, you're right. No, you're right. So they run out. And,
So they run out, and then it just cuts back
what
to
starts
the fighting.
happening is they're running from Lizard, and it's Ned opening portals. And he lets the
Oh,
water
yeah.
rush in, and it starts to bring
yeah,
down
yeah.
Lizard.
Yeah,
and he
yeah.
brings up another portal, and he weighs him down with water. And then he opens up another portal, and it's Strange.
Yeah.
And he lets Strange in.
Well,
Wait,
so-
is he actually like purposely doing the portals though? I thought he was just like waving his hands like
No,
he's
he's
running.
doing-
and
Oh, I
shit.
think he is. I think that's what it
And
is.
he was
I
like,
think that's
and he
exactly
was
what
just
it is.
coming in.
You're right. It's not
Oh,
on purpose.
maybe.
He's running with his hands in the air.
the Strange one was on purpose though, because they were trying to hide the box.
Yes.
That
yeah,
one
that
was
one was
on
on purpose,
purpose.
and it ended up being Strange.
And it ended up being Strange.
It's funny because I thought it was Strange, and it wasn't. Because Strange is like, how did you open that portal? So it wasn't Strange.
So at some point in the middle of all this, Sandman gets cured. Like Toby's getting swallowed by the sand at the top of the building, like where the
It's a
viewing
team
area
effort.
is.
It's a team effort. I think it was Holland that throws it up, and then,
That's what I'm talking about.
No,
is
Holland gives
when,
it. To,
when
Holland
Andrew
gives
does
it.
that sling thing, he has the Sandman cure, and he goes up and throws it to Toby. And Toby's hand comes out, which I love because again, it's his spider sense. Even though
Yeah.
he's drowning in sand, his spider sense knows to catch it
Yeah.
and pull
So
it in.
smooth.
Yeah,
So
it was
smooth.
real fucking smooth. Yeah,
And yeah,
and
and
so like
he
he,
cures
what is
him.
it? He like disperses it, and it instantly.
It's
he
like a
literally
flash.
is like
It's like
dude,
a
he was
flash
dying
because like when he got
Yeah,
changed,
when he got flashed, it was-
when he got
it was
changed,
the
it was
same
like
thing, yeah.
lighting and all this
Yeah,
shit. So they
but
flash him and
like
it fixes
Toby
it.
was dying, dude. Like he literally
Oh,
was
yeah.
saying he literally had to get like a
was
big old
fucked.
gulp of air.
Yeah.
So next we move on to Electro. Electro grabs.
Well, Lizard gets cured next if you're talking
Oh
about
yeah,
in order of
you're
cures.
right. You're right.
I don't remember what exactly happens, but you know, a bunch of shit goes down.
I think
And
he
then
goes
they
to
knock
charge at
down.
him, and he grabs and he stabs him. I think somebody
Yeah.
throws at him, he stabs him.
No. He charges at him and he holds up the canister and Lizard bites
Oh,
it.
bites
and
it, that's what it
explodes,
is. That's
which
what
is
it
so
is,
cool.
yes,
I
yeah.
love that too.
Again,
and then,
unfortunately,
yeah.
this scene was stolen directly from the movie, but it's fine. Whatever. They did a good
It's-
job with it. It
it's
doesn't take
fan-
away
They
from
did a
it.
fantastic job.
Yeah,
with
they
it.
did a great
I
job.
was just pointing out that
But
like
I think it's just because
noticed
you
it.
and I recently rewatched it.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
just-
That's the reason I noticed
Yeah,
it. The
so,
most.
like, it sucks
Yeah,
because
you can
it's-
tell because Matt realized too, but like, it's still so fucking good. Like they did a great job with it because they just
the
don't
Sandman
focus
one
on it
bugs
too
me.
much.
You want to know why it bugs me? The scene that it's from is from the scene when he's down in the train.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Spider-Man shows up in the Venom suit, and he calls him out, and he's like, "Huh?" That's
Yeah.
where it comes from, and that's why I don't like that scene. That's why I don't like, and it's very off. It's very off-putting of how they have it in there, but it's fine.
So I think do they cure Electro before Goblin shows up though?
Yeah, I
Yes,
think they do.
because Doc Ock grabs both the two Spider-Man. He's like,
Oh,
they're
Doc Ock
mine.
shows up, yeah.
He's like, they're mine, and you're thinking, oh God, why is Doc Ock evil again?
Yeah.
And then he's like, And then he grabs Electro, and then he's like, and he takes his fourth arm, grabs the cure, and boom, injects Electro, and you're like, oh shit, like they actually have Doc Ock helping him, like that's fucking awesome. And is this when Green Goblin shows up?
Yeah, it must be.
Did Green Goblin or Doctor Strange pull up first?
Doctor Strange
goes to hit the button.
Goes to hit the button to send them all back.
And Ned and MJ are like, no,
don't do that.
Peter,
and then Goblin comes in at that point and knocks it out of his hands and starts fucking with shit. And then they start fighting over that.
Yes.
And then at some point, MJ gets knocked off.
Oh, yes, it's the explosion. Yes, he throws the bomb.
He does the bomb is in the...
Yeah, in the thing, and it knocks.
Yeah, and so MJ starts falling.
Only scene that made me cry, by the way.
Yep, I was just gonna say.
You too? Only scene that made me cry.
Wait, what?
It's because when they landed, Andrew's like tearing up and shit.
Yes. Okay, so MJ's falling. Did you not? How did you not catch it with Garfield? I'll punch you in your fucking face right now.
This is like.
How did you not catch it?
This is.
You got it right.
Yeah, I was like shedding a tear.
Dude, it was
bad.
sad.
I mean, not bad. Like that's fine if you felt that way, but like it was just too much.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
So
Peter goes to save
Andrew to save him because remember what happened in that movie?
Fuck you, Drew. Fuck you. This scene.
No,
this is good, right? You agree?
It was one of my favorite scenes.
I like his reaction after, but I just
okay. So he goes to save him, and no, we don't get this bullshit, unbelievable like, oh no, I missed my web. No. Goblin just fucking inevitably like moves Peter. It's great.
It makes sense, but
even
that doesn't
better.
mean...
No. Even better. Garfield doesn't save her with a web because he would have broken her fucking back.
Yes.
He catches her and then lands. And then the look on his face of like, why couldn't it be this way with Gwen? It's literally the look of like, it's not a look of redemption.
He doesn't even say a word either.
No, and you know exactly what he's thinking. He's not thinking this is redemption. That's not what he's thinking. It's like, he's thinking like, this is what should have happened with Gwen. That's literally what
I understand so that's the only part that I cried. Last bit of this.
No, it's not fan service, dude. It's so good.
It's so
I disagree. Yeah, Ray just said fuck you.
This is good.
I would say in a way
I'm in the minority on this.
I would say in a way it's fan service. But
this might be the most fan servicey thing in the movie. The fact that they went out of their way to be like, oh, what if he had a second chance? Like, come on, dude.
It's so good.
It's better. Just leave. Let that be.
You cynical piece of shit, bro. It's so good. I can't.
Yeah.
It was handled well. It was such an impactful thing. I don't want to see them bring it back up and rehash it. It's not bringing it back. It's and have it be so.
You're thinking out of the way. He's thinking it wrong. He's thinking it wrong. You're thinking of like, oh my god, it's redemption. No. It's listen.
No.
I can see both arguments if I'm being honest.
No, listen.
Redemption.
It's not a redemption thing of him getting a second chance. It's him going out of his way to save it because Peter's already been through enough. He doesn't want to see Peter go through a darker side. That's what it is.
Well, let's just clear something right now. You don't have to explain to me anything about the scene. I comprehended it.
You literally said second chance
to bottom.
You literally said second chance.
I'm talking about like he got another chance at this exact same scenario to save someone. Like what if? It's like a what if for him. You know what I mean?
But it's not. That's not how I see it as. I see it as.
You just described it as him being like, oh, why couldn't it be with Gwen?
No. That's
what
a
if
look.
It was this way with Gwen?
Yes, that's a look. But that's not how he says it. That's not how he gets it.
He doesn't say anything.
He couldn't see like Peter have to go through that. He knows what it feels like, so he made sure that he was gonna fucking do everything he could to save her because he did not want Peter to go through it because he already knows what it's like.
Yes, but I know. I get it. I get the whole thing. Of course, I feel...
How are you an Andrew Garfield fan and dislike this?
Because it's too fucking much.
I think you're too biased. I think you're too biased when it comes to Amazing Spider-Man. You got bias shades on.
That makes no sense. Yeah, if I was bias shades on, I would be coming in my pants.
Because you're saying, oh, it ruins the impact of the movie. No, it doesn't. I think it makes it stronger, dude.
No,
I think he learned from every mistake he made in that.
I was so into Andrew... Which I am. He's my favorite Spider-Man.
I know.
If I was that into it, I would be bawling my eyes out of that scene. Like, oh my god, I'm so happy about this.
It's perfect.
That makes no sense.
It makes it more impactful because he learned.
You're like,
this is how it gets.
This is what you wanted, though. You wanted to get in the middle of a debate.
It gets heated.
You wanted to referee our debates.
So. I clearly agree with them. I mean, I don't know. I think it's just personal preference.
I personally just feel like.
But I could see the fan service, but like it's not that serious. I agree with you.
It is fan service, but he learned from every mistake he made. What I feel with this scene is he has thought about this scene so many times that he learned how to save MJ without even he didn't count on his webs. He literally bounced off, grabbed her, and landed. I just feel like he's lived that moment so much in his head that he learned it and saved
I'm
it
not
without.
debating anything about how the scene goes. I understand exactly what happened, why it happened, how deep it goes for his character. It just feels too much fan service. I just think, it's way too out of the way to go out of their way to have her fall off and do the repeat the slow motion thing of her falling and looking up. Peter misses, and then he's like, "Oh, it's me! It's my time!" It's
I don't see it that way,
dude. Like,
I don't see it that way. I really don't. Now I feel like I definitely don't agree with you at all. I was agreeing with the fan service. I don't think in his head he was like, "This is my time to shine," or "This is my time to save her."
You do agree it's fan service.
It's fan service. Absolutely. It is fan service. Absolutely, 100%. But it's handled well. It's handled well, correctly. Yes.
Oh, it makes sense. Like the way they set it up makes sense. But I just feel like it was so unnecessary.
Yeah, he does. He literally.
Of course, he never got over it.
Yeah.
It is.
I just think they didn't have to write themselves into that situation. They didn't have to write her falling off.
Of course they did. Saying? Of course they did. They had to, because in every Spider-Man movie, MJ, Gwen Stacy, they're always in danger. Spider-Man 1, she fell off the bridge. Spider-Man saved her. Like,
what I'm saying is they didn't have to write a situation where it's set up for Andrew to go and save them. Like, they didn't need it. They went out of their way.
They needed to for the fans. I'm sorry. This is the only fan service I agree with.
There is no need. They went out of their way because they wanted to give her fan service.
She would have just fallen and got rocked by the ground.
What I'm saying is she never needed to fall in the first place. They did that on purpose so that they could have Andrew.
No, again, it's a staple. It's a staple in every Spider-Man movie. It's a staple in every Spider-Man movie. Literally MJ.
I mean, I'm not too into it.
But MJ, Gwen, like there's always in danger. Aunt May, like there's always somebody of Peter's family or loved one that's always in danger.
Okay, so if it always happens, that means it has to happen in every single one. Uncle Ben doesn't die in these movies. We never see Uncle Ben. We don't see the origin story.
No, but in Homecoming,
it always happens though.
No, but in Homecoming, it's literally like the big dangerous moment in that movie is like his identity being revealed. That's the big dangerous moment in his family. No, in Homecoming, his identity being revealed to the Vulture is the equivalent of that. Now his family's in danger. That's the equivalent. I'm saying it's always a loved one.
What are you talking about? What does that have to do with Uncle Ben?
No, nothing to do with Uncle Ben. What I'm saying is it's a staple of them always having to put his family in danger. That's what I'm saying. It's a loved one or family member that always has to be put in danger. And this one, it's Vulture finding out.
That's reading into it.
It's
too far.
not, bro. It's not.
That is. I mean, he knows that I read into stuff, but that's too far.
No, what do you mean? Even he thinks it makes sense.
You just said because that Vulture threatens his family, it's the same thing as Uncle Ben dying.
No. See, that's what are you thinking? No, I'm saying it's always his family being put.
But that's what I'm saying. Uncle Ben dying is family in danger. That's the
no. You're focusing too much on Uncle Ben. I'm saying his
that's the point I was making.
His family was in danger.
Yes.
Not in danger anymore because he's dead.
Yeah. Rip. R.I.P. Uncle Ben. Yeah. Rice. No, I'm just
not in danger anymore. Thank God. That problem was solved for him. Yeah,
they didn't have to worry about it no more. Hey, he doesn't have to worry about Aunt May either.
My point is that they did not. They specifically made a point to have her fall in that way so that it was a means to an end to have Andrew get that moment, so they could write that fan servicey moment. And I feel like it was unnecessary. She didn't need to fall. The only reason they wrote her to fall is because of that. I see what you're saying, that it's a staple of the movies, but they didn't write it because it's a staple of the movies. They wrote it in there because they wanted Andrew to save her.
I get it.
It was all for the fan service.
This is the one thing you and I are just never going to see eye to eye. I loved every second of that, and it's not because Andrew
you also loved every fan service thing in this movie, and
not every. I told you there's a lot that's forced in here. This didn't feel forced.
You said it was forced, but you said it's good. You're like, yeah, it's forced, but it's good.
Not everything's good.
What?
Like I said earlier, I said earlier. Like there's a couple things that I didn't like earlier. Like, what the fuck was it? There's another thing that was fan service that I felt like was very forced. Oh, with it was something that Toby said that felt forced. I can't remember what the fucking line it was. There's something that I did say felt forced and I didn't like it.
Oh no,
I didn't agree with everything.
Responsibility line, but it was
the responsibility line. It's not that I didn't like it. That's not Toby, but that's definitely a thing. I can't remember. There's something that I said that Toby said earlier that I was like, whatever.
I don't remember that.
Was it?
Yeah, I don't think so.
The portal thing? No. It's when they're on the rooftop. I'm saying it's when they're on the rooftop and they were all talking back and forth. And no, it wasn't. It was Garfield, like the thing with Uncle Ben. The great power comes with responsibility. That felt kind of forced.
You didn't say that though. Yeah, you didn't say.
Maybe I didn't say that. I don't know. I think I was supposed to. Whatever. I was supposed to, but whatever.
Anyway, this was the one thing I was like, obviously Andrew gave a fucking great performance again.
Yeah.
Like he's clearly like, I get all the character motivations, and I do like that. Like I like that, but I would prefer it if they just left that alone. Like that's such a powerful and fucked up thing.
Okay, I'm gonna actually shut down your whole argument. She needed to be in danger. She needed to be in danger. It doesn't matter if Tom saved her. It doesn't matter if Toby saved her. It doesn't matter because her being in danger and her almost fucking dying is what makes his decision at the very end. Mm-hmm. That is important. That makes his decision at the end. You know what I'm talking about, right? When the whole memory gets erased and he decides to not. That's what makes the decision. She literally got that cut in that moment from the explosion.
Okay, well, so that it doesn't matter if Tom, Toby, or Andrew say.
That's what I said.
They don't have Andrew save.
You know when he says when the memory gets wiped and he decides not to tell them.
They don't have Andrew save her.
It's whatever.
That's my point.
She still needed to be in danger though.
I don't know.
It was just nice to have Andrew save her, bro. Plus everybody, literally everybody said, I shit you not. When she was falling, even though they didn't show the other Spider-Man, they're like, if Andrew doesn't save her, we're gonna riot.
I know. I saw all those comments and I was like, fuck. Oh no. I was like, this is like that. I was like, please don't. And then we got in the movie and they did it. But I also
okay
like also everybody. As soon as she fell in the theater, I don't even remember.
There was a dude behind me saying like,
everyone was like, oh my god. They were like, oh no, she's gonna die.
That's
like,
the problem. It's
everybody
the fans being like Andrew. That's
like,
not how I saw it.
I heard some dude like back where I was like, oh, this is Andrew's redemption.
I don't see it that way though. I see it as he learned. I know.
That's how
I don't see it. I see it as he learned from his mistakes. He's lived this moment in his head multiple times. He was not about to let Peter go through that.
That's the same thing though. It's the same thing.
That's also the thing too.
It's the same thing. It's still
That's definitely a closure thing for him.
Those aren't different things though. Calling it redemption and the fact that he relived it over and over his head to save it. It's still the same thing. He's still doing it and like he feels.
It's definitely a closure thing. I agree with Rachel. It's definitely a closure thing. Like he got closure. He was able to actually save somebody. I guarantee you, he literally says it himself. Which is
another thing as well is that now that makes me kind of retroactively. I don't know how I feel about the rest because like he already had closure. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. Sorry. Okay. I came unhooked a little bit. We're good.
He already had closure in Amazing Spider-Man 2. That's the thing is they kind of retconned it. You know what I mean? I know I spat. They kind of retconned Amazing Spider-Man 2 because he closed that chapter and
moved on,
came back, and now they went back and said, "Oh no, actually he was super fucked up," and then he started beating the shit out of people. And it's like, I like that darker thing, but like that was never their intention with Amazing Spider-Man 2. They were not going in that direction.
No, but Amazing Spider-Man 3, I definitely see it that way.
No, they weren't.
I guarantee you, had Green Goblin showed up, we would have had a moment just like with Tom Holland. I guarantee it.
What?
Had Green Goblin showed up in Amazing Spider-Man 3, because he never got killed, he got arrested.
Yeah.
I bet you we would have gotten a moment exactly like Tom Holland's.
But what I'm saying is, he was saying he started doing it to just fucking petty criminals. He was beating the shit out of people.
Yeah, I know, because he grew bitter and angry.
Yeah,
that's completely believable, though.
But it's believable if he did it to the person that actually killed her. But the fact that he had already closed that book, moved on, and that's the whole arc of that movie is that he comes back and becomes Spider-Man again at the end.
Yes and no, because in the comics, that actually happens. So he has what he thinks is closure. And he ends up not having closure, and he does start to abusively beat up petty criminals. That is a thing. I guarantee that would have been an arc in Amazing Spider-Man 3. There's a comic where he does come back, and you think, oh my god, it's closure. He thinks there's closure, but he starts having these PTSD, and he starts beating the fuck out of petty criminals.
It wouldn't have been an arc in Amazing Spider-Man 3, though, because Gwen Stacy was supposed to come back from the dead.
So. Oh yeah, you're right. That's true. You're right. Never mind. Yeah,
they never had that intention. This is a retcon. Like, it makes sense. It tracks, technically, but it is a retcon because they were never going to do that originally.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, I forgot it was supposed to be a bring back from the dead.
Yeah,
story.
It is them looking back on it and being like, what's the most interesting way that what would happen to him after? Because we will never get an Amazing Spider-Man 3.
I mean, I was okay with it. Honestly, but him being darker, I was okay with it.
No, I like
every Spider-Man goes with very dark.
I was like, I would be interested to see that happen.
Some are good, some are kind of goofy where they end up dancing, but whatever.
Yeah,
that's fine. It's okay. We agree to disagree. It's a good scene. It's probably one of my favorite scenes.
Okay, so I mean,
it's good.
Okay, I was gonna say
okay. Here's the thing. I will agree with you.
No, we're not
gonna argue. I'm saying I agree with you. It is complete fan service. It didn't have to be written. I think what made it powerful for me is the same thing for you. Is like his acting at the end of it was like.
Yeah. I did love that.
I think that's what made the scene so fucking.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
It's not that he saved her.
I'm never gonna look at him crying and not feel something. I still felt something in my heart, but I was like, I can't fully be attached to this because it's too far. It's like it's so on the nose.
No, I get you.
Like, because I've already I've already cried my eyes out too many times to the end of the original movie. So, but anyway, so I would say I'll definitely be in the minority on this. I'm sure because people are very caught up in this. So I was gonna say leave a comment below if you agree with me, but everybody's going to agree with you. Because,
no, I don't think so. I think some people. I think there's going to be people that hate the fan service. Honestly, I do think that I think some people came in here expecting a super serious non-fan servicey movie, but it was meant to be. It's as much for it's for every generation. They're pandering to every generation. They have to find a way to pander to every generation. It's fine.
Yeah.
That's okay. At the end of the day, you got to just enjoy it for what it is. It's a big old movie written with a decent story with fan service.
Oh, it's a big old movie.
It's a big old one, boy.
So, yeah, he saves MJ.
I can't remember exactly what happens. Yes, I can. They're fighting with Goblin, sort of. And Peter's pissed off, and he's on Goblin's glider.
Yeah,
and
they're
he
on
takes
top
one
of
his
Captain America's
bomb.
shield, aren't they?
Not
They
yet.
fell in the water?
No,
not
they
yet.
were on the shield when
Oh, the bomb
MJ
when he
fell.
fucking-
Yeah, when the bomb went off and
Yeah.
the shield fell. Because the shield falls. Oh, yeah, and Strange. Oh, sorry, we did skip over this. Now the fabric of time's breaking.
Yeah.
And
patching
if
it
you
up.
actually paid attention, I actually noticed a few things.
Wait, we've got to... I noticed Scorpion, but we have to...
I also noticed Rhino.
I wish that we could fucking pot... Like,
Me too.
Eventually, when it comes out, we'll be able to, like, go and look. There were so many fucking silhouettes.
Yeah.
in
I
there.
noticed
There was
a
so much
Rhino
shit.
that was comic book accurate. I'm talking about like buff. Like
Yeah.
there was a Rhino
all
in there.
all I saw was Scorpion, but it was, like, literally a scorpion. I don't know
Yeah.
if you noticed. It
There
was,
was
like,
also
actually a scorpion.
there was
I don't know
also
what that means.
I think from what I saw, somebody in a comment section said they think they saw Craven because there's somebody with like a spear and he had like a big old fluffy neck.
Remember when that's
That's the only one I saw.
You remember when
Yeah.
everybody was like, "Oh yeah, the next one they're gonna do is gonna be Craven."
Nope.
Nope. That didn't
Yeah.
happen. I really want to see Craven.
I want to see
dude.
Craven
Oh
too
my
because
God.
Craven's just he's not a super regular guy, but he's like a super hunter
they
regular
would,
guy.
For live action, it would be perfect.
It would.
They would. You know, I mean, unless they fucked it up, but like, it's like if they did it right, he would be fantastic.
Yeah, I
Anyway.
agree.
So, yeah, I mean, yeah, he's holding onto the glider because Goblin knocked him out of the
Yeah.
way, and then he like beats
Pulls
the
out-
shit out of it, and then
pulls
pulls
out
out
a
a
bomb,
bomb, and
sticks it in
then
there.
blows it up, and then they crash.
Yep.
And yeah, and then they're
This
fighting
scene,
each other.
second favorite scene in the whole thing. It's believable. It's so funny because we wanted.
Oh, yeah.
We literally said, "Oh, I don't think I can picture Tom Holland angry. I don't think I can picture him like rageful." Boy, was I fucking wrong. This was
yeah, I
love that
good.
scene.
And then
Yes.
the computer,
Yeah.
he leaned over and he was like, "Me and Drew just was talking."
Yeah. I was like, we were just talking about how we can't picture him angry. And like,
I never said angry. For me, I was just talking about like him weeping
Like
and
when-
like for Uncle
Oh,
Ben.
no, I
was
definitely
like,
could picture
don't
him
know,
weeping 'cause he
but
did that
it
good.
wasn't more. It wasn't that I didn't think that he could act it. It was.
Oh,
I
no,
was
something I
like,
couldn't think is we can't
the
picture
tone,
because it's
the tone of
comedy.
the films. I was
Yes.
like, I don't know how they would have made that fit, but this one is a much darker movie.
yeah, it is definitely a
In a
much
lot
darker
of
movie,
ways.
and he starts to beat the absolute
shit.
shit out of him.
Yeah,
and the
it's
cool
great.
thing is, like you said, it makes
They're
sense
both
because
superhumans.
exactly.
So we don't
it
have to sit
makes
there and be
sense,
like,
yeah.
why is his face not exploding?
Yeah, and like he fucking absolute fuck, bro. I'm talking about he gets his shit.
But then the
rocked.
problem with it is after he rocks the fuck out of him, they didn't bloody his face, and I know it's PG-13,
Yeah, I was thinking
but like
that too.
he's totally unblemished.
But that's because it has to do with him being a super thing. Like
It doesn't
he has,
matter. No,
he has,
because
he has-
Peter's fucked up.
Yeah.
No,
Yes,
Peter's
bleeding.
fucked up but Peter doesn't have super durability. Peter has super healing. He doesn't have super durability. In the original Spider-Man, when they're talking about the toxin, they tell you it's gonna give you heightened everything, durability, speed, everything. So that's why his skin's not
They do
cracked.
not say durability
I
in that
promise
movie.
you.
They
Go
say
back
it
and watch
gives
it.
you heightened
Well,
everything.
I would say Tom Holland still had super durability, but I guess Green Goblin was just like on a different level.
I
think
don't
so.
think that was an intention to do anything. I think they
Maybe.
just. I think it's just because.
Oh, that's true too.
Huh?
He continues to inject himself too. He's like
No,
double
but
serum.
I
dub.
think the point of it is like it's still obviously it's PG-13, so like they could have that, but to the point that he beat him, his face would be
Should've-
so
it should've
fucked
been
up
bruised.
that they couldn't.
You know what?
put
You
that
know
in
why,
the movie.
right? No,
What?
you know why, right?
What?
I guarantee you it was hard for them to scar him up because they
Oh, the
de-aged
de-aging?
him.
Yeah.
I guarantee it's because they de-aged him, and I
Maybe.
guarantee you it would have been hard to put stuff over that.
That's
I guarantee
possible,
it.
too.
Because
Yeah.
that's
But I also
what is
feel
that?
like-
It's almost the equivalent of that thing that they do where they put another celebrity's face over somebody.
Deepfake.
Yeah, it's almost like a deep fake, and that's hard to add to that.
I was gonna say I feel like the high possibility is that because of how badly he actually beat the shit out of him.
yeah.
Realistically, if they were gonna portray it, it would have been way too much for
It
a
would-
Spider-Man
probably would have
movie.
been, yeah.
Like he
It
would have
probably
been,
would have
his
been.
nose would have been snapped and
then he
fucking
grabs-
blood everywhere. It would have been too far.
Yeah, so he beats the shit out of him. He grabs the glider. He lifts
Yeah.
it up to fucking smash him with
Yeah.
it.
Oh, and then this again. This is another one. Like having Toby be the one to stop the glider from killing him. Come on, like
This is okay.
It's okay. It's not that big of a deal. But
Yeah,
it's like,
to be
come
fair, it's just
on.
because it's Toby's villain, in all
It's
seriousness.
just so it's obviously, but we all know that's what they were doing.
I know.
That's what they were doing.
I know,
Because
but
I don't know if you know,
no.
at the end of the original Spider-Man 1, the way Green Goblin dies is
Toby dodges
Toby
it.
jumps over his glider and the glider impales Green Goblin.
But
so
no,
he gets
this
killed
isn't.
by his own glider.
No, but it doesn't matter. This
It
isn't.
is.
No, it's not so out of bad because what was the goal? What was the goal before they came to this? It wasn't to kill any of them. It was to save them.
Huh?
The goal before they started to fight them wasn't to let any of them die. They literally
I
had.
know,
Yes.
but I'm just saying
So,
the fact
to have
that
it
it was
Toby doesn't matter.
Was so,
I mean,
it was
I get
clearly
it.
intentional.
I get it. Okay, if you want to complain about anything that's intentional, it was the fact that he got stabbed by fucking Green Goblin instead in the back.
Both. Yeah,
Okay,
of
that's
course.
definitely a little bit too on the fucking nose for me.
How is that? Those are both the same amount of on the
Sort
nose.
of. No, this is definitely way more on the nose, bro. It's like he got his revenge, and like you think for a moment.
But if you got his revenge, you would have stabbed him in the dick. Because that's
True,
where,
because that's where he got stabbed. I don't
yeah.
care what anybody says. But so he stabs him, and you think Toby's gonna fucking die. Like
Yeah.
they literally make a scene that way.
And I was thinking,
And
I
he
was like,
doesn't.
this. I was like,
Whole theater was like,
this is gonna be
The theater
a lot.
died.
I was like, this is gonna be a lot, like May and Toby, and it's like, I was like, it would be weird if he did die, but
Yeah,
like,
but then they played it off.
I mean,
They played
I
it off
saw
very
that shit
jokey.
coming though from like a mile away.
that he was
That
gonna die.
No, that he was about to get stabbed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're talking about
Is
when they're
that
talking
obvious?
because he was yeah.
Dude, is that because maybe in the back of your mind because of that talked episode?
I've seen too much anime.
I
I've
was gonna
seen
say,
too much
but
of that
it's
shit.
It's exactly like that episode
Yeah, I
of Talk that
know.
we just watched. And like the exact same thing. I was thinking the same thing. I was like, oh, it's.
But I
literally
saw
just
it coming to Lenny too. So
Yeah. Well, spoilers.
blur that out if anybody watches
Spoilers
Talk.
for Talk to OP Destiny, the latest.
But
Map-
Mappa and
anime.
Madhouse production.
but anyways, yeah, you know, it's right. There was like a lot of lingering back and forth looks. It's like it does build up to it, and then he gets sad. The only thing I don't like is it was played off very jokey.
I forgot to say,
Yeah.
we didn't even ever talk about the fact that he gets his costume. Goblin does.
Oh yeah, I like it.
And I don't like it.
What? Did
I
you
think
not
it
like
looks so goofy.
What was it? It was just like the normal costume without
the-
the head and it had the raggedy clothes on.
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
but
it
that's
just like
his
ripped it
original
up, and it was
outfit.
trying to make it look like his Goblin outfit.
Yeah, I loved it.
I think I
loved
like
it.
it's the only possible way
I-
they could have done it
You
realistically.
ready for this?
But
This-
I think it just kind of looked goofy. Like,
I think it's
I
good,
was-
but I think it's better than the normal.
Thank you.
Outfit.
I
yeah,
agree.
but I don't think
I-
that doesn't mean it's good.
I was mad because what I was hoping was going to happen is, you know, he ejected himself again. I was hoping he would have injected himself a third time, and he would have had the scaly like.
Turn
He gets a
Goblin.
power up.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, that's what I wanted though. I really,
Super
I really,
Saiyan.
yeah, Super Saiyan. Yeah, but I really wanted him to have like that.
I would love
start
to see Willem
scaly.
Dafoe go Super Saiyan. That would be
That's his
amazing.
yellow, bro.
Yeah.
Because I can't. But I would have loved to see him go scaly. I
I just-
literally
I
told
just-
Rachel, I was like, dude, had they made it where he would have been scaly, like that's
That'd
all.
have been hella
That's
dope.
all
I just think it was
missing.
like it was the best way. It was the only way they really could have
Done his
made that
proper outfit. Yep.
and made it make sense.
Yep.
But it's also like it's like ripped, so it's like a crop top, and it's like it's still almost as goofy as the original. It's just
I
like,
wouldn't say as goofy.
it's
The
slightly
original's
better.
too goofy, bro.
It's just because it looks goofy. Like
I
I
liked
get they're
it.
trying to make
The
it look
only
that
thing
way,
that
but
I will
just-
say that I
it doesn't
didn't
look
like-
cool. Like I'm
the
not
only-
like, oh, that's so badass. It's
The
just
only thing I
get
didn't like
what they're
was
doing.
he must have had the world's best hood because there's a lot of wind while he's riding the
Yeah.
faster. But that shit stayed up, man. It
That's
never
how
fell
always
off.
is. Like
yeah.
Amazing Spider-Man 2 when Electro has his hood,
Yeah.
it stays on
Stays
constantly.
off
It's
constantly.
like-
Yeah, so that's the one thing.
Yeah.
What?
bonnet.
It's a bonnet.
I just forgot to mention that, and then we also didn't talk about like we talked about how Electro has like the mask thing come up, but he also
Yeah.
like attached the repulsor
Oh
to
yes,
himself.
yeah,
and had, like,
fucking
this whole
awesome.
suit.
Makes sense, by the way. Perfect
Yeah,
sense of this universe.
and
It's one of the strongest
Lizard
forms of
didn't
energy.
change. Sandman didn't change.
No.
Doc Ock didn't change.
No.
So it was really just that. But
Cool.
I mean,
Electro's helmet.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's what we're talking about. We talked about it already. Yeah.
I think
Um,
still though, like as much as like you know they changed these stuff, they're still like.
I'm about to tell you my biggest dislike of the whole movie, by the way.
Oh,
But-
okay. Well, okay. Well, let's.
No, we're
is
gonna
it
finish
right
up.
Now
No,
or
no,
okay.
I'm gonna tell you here in a second. We're
Okay, so
we're
what
getting ready to
happens?
wrap it up.
He
We're at the
beats
end.
the shit out of him. Toby stops him.
Yep.
Toby gets stabbed. They cure Goblin.
Yep.
And
Willem
and then
Dafoe,
Toby's
by the
fine.
way, fucking phenomenal, man.
Dude, that acting was fucking
Right?
insane.
He
I
literally
was
goes from
getting chills.
insane. Yeah, he goes from insane.
I don't know if
the
I'm.
moment they
I don't know if
cure
I'm
him.
pushing it here, but I kind of describe it as like Joker
Yes.
vibes.
No, yes.
He was like psychotic.
Yeah, he was very
You're talking
psychotic,
about
right?
Joaquin Phoenix,
yeah,
right?
when he's Green
Yeah.
Goblin, right?
Yeah.
And then when he gets cured, not only do you see, bro, he does such a phenomenal job of looking like angry to like calm. It's so good.
Yeah,
It chills.
he's always
amazing.
been good with
Yeah,
that.
he's always been really good with that.
Uh,
He goes to calmness, and you can tell he's like, "What have I done?" Like,
But
dude,
it's also
so
like,
good.
yeah, he says that, and then it's like, oh, Toby's fine. It's like
Yeah,
like,
'cause
you're
they
like
focus on
it's so
Toby.
serious, and you're like, oh my god, he's gonna be so like he
And
killed
he's
him,
fine.
and then you're like, no, he's fine.
Yeah, and even it's more funny because they're like embracing each other later on. He's like, you're in a lot of pain, aren't you? He's like, yep.
At that scene though, I don't know if it was just me, but I didn't see a single stab wound anywhere.
No,
honestly.
No.
It's because it didn't go.
It didn't go through him. I think it's just in his back.
Oh,
We were just looking at the front of him, so it was only on his back.
Yeah.
I was
I'm sure his back's gonna
I
hurt
don't
again.
think they would have
but-
had a problem like making the stab wound because May was bleeding like a motherfucker, so I don't think they would have had a problem with it. I think it's just because it didn't penetrate.
They definitely forced, like not forced. They definitely pushed some of the boundaries of PG-13 because that wound, she was literally like his hand was doused in blood.
pushed the boundary. They pushed the boundaries of Spider-Man PG-13, but
Yeah.
not the boundary. I've seen way worse.
Yeah, you're right.
PG-13
You're right. There's
movies.
worse, but I'm saying in terms of an MCU movie.
And with Spider-Man even specifically,
Yeah.
it's like well, I don't know because Gwen dying is pretty fucking
Yeah,
awful.
dude. But there's no blood.
No blood, but it's
Never.
like
Not even a
it's
pool of it.
worse than that. Like almost,
Yeah,
I think.
yeah, it is
Like
worse.
you hear her face.
Oh yeah, there's no
Oh.
blood dripping.
No,
It
No,
goes out her
it's just
nose.
this.
No. And Garfield puts his hand. He puts his hand, and you see it on his suit. And just literally
It's
dabs.
it's nothing though.
It's
yeah.
nothing, yeah, it's just
and,
dabs.
but it's really though. I think you saying you're good. It's more fucked up that she hits the ground. You hear the snap.
Oh,
and
yeah,
crack.
that's
like,
fucked.
that's
Oh,
way
that's
worse.
fucked, yeah.
If I were to see that
It's
as
like a
like a
Mortal
young
Kombat.
kid, that would scar me.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
way more than seeing like a pool of fake blood. I don't know. Because it just.
To be fair, MJ's fall is not that serious.
No,
bro.
that's what
whole
I'm
movie,
saying.
That
It's
whole
like-
movie,
and it's
you
also
can tell it's
you also
heroic.
you're like
No, but
nothing's gonna
okay.
happen to her.
Oh,
She's not
this is-
gonna
yeah.
die.
It would scar him, but it can't scar Garfield enough to go and save MJ.
We're done with this argument. This is over. Stop it. We're done with this argument.
Well,
It's
I
over.
just want to say real quick, I don't think everybody seems to think that I don't get why he did it or
No,
like
it's not
what's
that you
going
don't get
on.
why you did it. No. That's
I
fine.
just
We're
didn't
done.
like
You
it.
just didn't like the fan service. We get it.
Okay.
Fucking veins popping out of his forehead. He's getting so mad over here. But
So what happens? Where were you?
so
they walk off.
They
and
no, they don't walk off. You dick.
Toby and Andrew, I'm saying
They don't walk off either. They're sitting there.
We were just talking about them saying you said like, oh,
Yes.
you're in a lot of pain.
No, we haven't. I'm going to it. They don't walk off. They stand there. They literally stand there while he's holding them.
because they move. They walk a little bit, and he's like,
They
you're in
move
a lot
maybe
of
like
pain
a
right
couple
now.
feet.
No,
though.
not even a feet, like an inch. Because
Why would they
because-
step 1 foot?
No, Peter. No, we didn't. Peter goes back up
Oh
to
God,
Strange.
this is a nightmare.
What?
He talks to him first, and then he comes back down, and they have.
Yes, yeah, that's when
That's
we
too
did
much.
skip. He goes up to Strange and he tells him, he's like, "What's going on? Can you fix this?" And he's like, "No, I'm having a hard time."
Oh,
he's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
he's like, "How can we fix this?" And he's like, "Well, make everybody forget me."
Yeah.
And then he's like, no,
No, that's a terrible idea.
Yeah, it's a
Everybody
terrible
will
idea
forget
because
you.
you can tell you can tell it's actually gonna affect Strange too.
Yeah.
It's actually really good. Again, Cumberbatch does a phenomenal job in this of being very conflicted with the choice, but he's like, just do it. And then
Because he
they
knows
get
it's
this,
like the only way.
yeah. And so then you get the moment between him, Ned, and MJ, and Rachel already knew, and then like
Well,
I
first
already
we
knew.
get him with the Spider-Man.
Oh yeah,
Like
yes.
he goes back and they all hug.
Hug,
and-
yeah,
and-
a very long hug actually.
yeah, it
Very
was
nice
cool.
moment.
It was cool.
And then he goes and he talks to MJ and he talks to Ned, and you already knew what was coming on. Like Rachel said it to me,
Great.
and I agree
Also,
with her.
props to Jacob Batalon. Like you can see, like he clearly has like you don't really get he doesn't get a chance to like
but he has
show
drama.
his acting chops. But yeah, he's
Yeah, he has
crying his
very-
eyes
yeah, he's
out.
crying
and
his eyes out.
I was feeling for this was
Because
the
Ned
scene-
realized it, by the way. Ned realized it. That Peter wasn't going to come back for them. That's why he said, he literally starts crying and he's like, promise us that you're going to come back.
Yeah.
So Ned already knew.
This, this is the one scene where I started to get a little emotional. I like,
This one definitely,
almost
this one
teared
made me
up.
emotional.
I wasn't quite there,
This one
but
made me emotional.
This was
because
rough,
you can
I
tell,
think.
and
it was primarily Ned for me. I just,
Yeah,
I got,
'cause he knew.
I got the most attached to them as friends.
she probably did too, but Ned definitely
I just think
knew.
like in terms of like, I mean, you know, it's a different thing, but like, as how attached I was to like Gwen and Peter.
Yeah.
Like Ned and Peter
yeah.
are so well developed, almost in that same way that I
Yeah.
was fuck, man. And obviously I cared about him and MJ, but they barely got any time in the relationship.
it's true.
They had
It's
only
true.
just gotten
And
together
it's
at
so
the end
quick
of the last
to
movie.
MJ and Tom just making out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
well, I mean, they
Hardcore.
made out sort of at the Far From Home. It was like awkward making out,
it
but
was
they
very
made
awkward.
out.
It was like a peck, and then they made out.
Yeah.
I guess so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
sure.
gotta,
Yeah, but this is like when Ned's like crying his eyes out, and I want to feel
Yeah,
bad for
Ned's
Ned,
like-
but they're hardcore making
The
out.
third wheel, yeah.
Yeah.
Ned's like watching.
You know what would be great if Peter was like, "You want a kiss?" Like, but
Okay,
yeah.
So yeah, and then he swings away, and they
Yep.
forget.
And
I
yeah,
guess.
the
Or
spell goes
everybody
through.
starts fading out.
Yep, the
and
spell goes through,
dissipating
and you
dissipating.
know automatically that he's not remembered because they cuts to J. Jonah Jameson, smart as fuck.
Yeah.
Cuts to J. Jonah talking about Spider-Man, blah blah blah. But they're like he needs to take off his
He should
mask.
tell us
and
who he
show
is, yeah.
Yeah. So they right off the bat they tell us that, and you have Peter swinging around. Is he swinging? No,
No,
he's not.
he's
He's
just
like
walking.
not.
He's
He's
walking.
not.
He's got
he's
the coat
walking.
on. He's rehearsing his
Yep.
shit. Yeah.
And so he goes into the diner, and you can tell he's watching them and he's thinking about it. The gears are going through his head. He's like, "Is this the choice I want?" And he almost decides to tell her. Almost.
I don't know what it is,
her.
but that scene was mad awkward. Like, it was too long.
Yeah,
like, when
you're
they're at
right.
the register staring at each
That's
other.
what,
you're
like,
right.
like
Say
he,
something.
it was him because he was taking too long between everything that you would think she'd be like, what the fuck is this guy doing?
You're right. Yeah,
But she's instead just like, I think it's because she's probably just like, he's kind of hot though.
yeah, probably
Because the
She didn't think he was
attraction
cute.
would
It's
still be
there.
there.
Yeah. So like it was awkward though. You're right. That did run on for a long time. Especially he looked at Ned like 3 times. Ned not once ever looked in his direction, bro. Which I kind of hated that, but that's fine. I understand why he was in his phone and everything.
Yeah. It makes sense.
And then he saw the Band-Aid, and that's when he was like, "No." He's like, "I can't do this."
So I'm glad I told him I'm glad they didn't cop out of it and they stuck with it.
Yes.
But also, like, realistic, like, if he, it's not gonna work if he tells her. She's gonna be like,
true.
"Who the fuck are you? What are you
It's
talking
true,
about?"
yes.
Like,
Because realistically,
he
there's
can
no
prove
memories there.
He can prove he's Spider-Man, but he can't prove, hey,
feelings
by
aren't
the
gonna
way,
be there.
magic's real and blah 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 blah. Like, Doctor
Well,
Strange.
no. He doesn't have to prove. They don't have to prove any of that. Everybody knows magic. Everybody knows Avengers. They didn't fucking erase their memories for the last 10 years. They just erased Peter Parker Spider-Man.
No, I know, but I'm saying, like,
Oh no, sorry. They didn't erase Peter Parker Spider-Man. They erased Peter Parker is known by literally anybody. That's what
Peter
they erased.
Parker does not exist anymore.
Yes.
He's not a person.
Yeah.
But what I mean is, like, there's just no way. Like, he can prove he has physical
Oh,
proof
that
that he's
is of
Spider-Man, but he
magic,
can't
yeah,
say
but
he
he
can't be like,
can't.
"Oh yeah, but and here's my proof that I wiped
We
your
were
memory."
together.
Like, there's no way to prove it.
Well, didn't he have a picture? Yes, he has a picture of them. He has a picture of them in the end. So when he goes to his apartment, he has a picture of them all together.
I guess so.
I kind of don't like that.
Why?
Why does he have a picture but nobody else? MJ doesn't have a picture.
That's a
Ned
really good
doesn't
point.
have a picture.
Oh.
Did it erase everything that happened?
Probably,
with
yeah.
No,
him?
it wouldn't have though, because the spell was literally for him to forget. Damn, that's a plot hole, bro. That's a plot hole. That's a plot hole. Yeah.
It's not like there was just like no pictures.
Especially
of him.
Ned, who's known him literally since like a young age, bro. Oops.
Best friends.
I don't know. I mean, they don't dive into it enough. It's
It's
just
true, you're right.
just the everybody forgets.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
And,
really?
and like all
You
the
know?
footage that they got of literally after Jake, Mysterio was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, it's Tom Holland,"
Yeah.
and they
like-
show his face.
That's
yeah,
what
that's
I'm
true.
saying.
Where did that footage go?
That's the thing is, it's magic. It
Yeah, it's
has
magic.
To,
It has to be
for
magic,
this to
yeah.
work.
I think it's just a
like,
plot hole.
No, it's
No,
I mean,
it's
a plot
magic.
hole,
You have
but
to-
they're
it's a
just
plot
saying-
hole, but-
it's a plot hole. But
we
they
might get it
explain
explained.
it with, "Hey, magic's real. Guess
Yeah.
what? It doesn't fucking matter. It's the same way. Oh, we can snap with the Infinity Gauntlet and everything goes back to normal. It's like that's just how it goes.
We get the staple Spider-Man again, where I feel like Amazing Spider-Man would have gone is he ends up in a really raggedy apartment. It's actually a good-looking apartment,
It's pretty. I would
live there.
fuck with it. Yeah, it's
But
way better
it's
than
raggedy
Toby's
still. It's
was.
still raggedy
Yeah,
as fuck.
Toby's was fucked.
Yeah, Toby's was really fun.
Yeah.
And then we get the police scanner, which is awesome.
Yeah,
he doesn't do that
he's
anywhere
like-
else.
That's the thing is they kind of made a nice point to close off all MCU ties and be
Yep.
like, hey, now Sony can do their thing.
Their own thing,
you know?
yes.
Which kind of sucks, but at least they wrapped up their side of it, so there's no ties. So
Yep.
like, now Sony
That's
can-
why I
now
I said.
Sony can
Oh, we're
fuck
gonna
it
get to
up
my
however
point.
they
We're gonna
want
get to my
to.
point. No, I don't think it's still Sony, and I'll tell you why in a second.
I think I know what you're gonna say, but we'll see.
Well, yeah, I still don't think it's Sony because I'm about to tell you the 3 things that I hate the most actually.
Okay,
And it's all
let's
one
do
to
that.
one. But no, we're not there yet.
Oh, okay.
Because he goes out to save the day. We get a glimpse of his,
He sews a new suit. He
Yes.
sews the suit. It's like an actual.
in
cloth
my
suit.
opinion,
it's like the comic suit.
the best suit. Yeah, it's the best
It
suit.
was a hard suit. I think top 3.
Yeah, right?
But I don't even remember most of the suits.
No, you're so wrong.
I just know
bro.
Andrew Garfield's is the
It's
best.
a mix of Toby's, Garfield's, and the comic books. It's a mix of all 3 suits. It's a mix of all 3 suits, and it,
It
looks
was a
great.
little bit too glittery. I don't know why.
No, it was,
think
it
it
was
was
just
shiny
shiny.
'cause of the lights.
It was shiny.
But
Brand new.
I think
it's supposed to be cloth.
I think it's a mix. It's not. I think so. There is cloth embedded in it, but I think it's mixed with the nano that he had left. Because if you go play Spider-Man 4, he has a
what?
suit. He has a. If you go play
Say-
Spider-Man
say it.
PS4,
oh, you said
sorry,
if you go play
Spider-Man 4.
Spider-Man 4.
If you go play Spider-Man PS4, there's
Yeah.
a suit in there that looks almost.
I know the exact one you're talking
It looks
about.
almost exactly like
Yeah.
that, and it's still partially nano, but it's not a full suit.
I know exactly what you're
Yeah,
talking about. It
and I
does
guarantee
look
you that's that
exactly
suit.
like
Yeah, and I guarantee you it's that suit. Guarantee it.
It's good.
like
I don't
it.
think
It's
I don't
sexy
think
as
it's
fuck.
that amazing.
I think it's.
Also, we didn't get a good enough really look at it.
It's on
technically.
purpose.
I was
It's on
expecting
purpose.
them to like him swing out and then get like the way Amazing Spider-Man ends, like get a shot of him doing like this and see it all in the light of like
no,
the Christmas
it's on
tree,
purpose. 100%, it's on purpose.
You don't
it's on
really
purpose.
get to see it fully.
They didn't want you to see it on purpose.
You get the idea of it basically. Like
because if that's the suit that he has in the next movie, why are they going to show it off completely? They want you to come back and see the suit.
yeah.
So that's
they're
exactly
just
why.
going to show it in the trailer. So
True,
yeah.
that's true.
Yeah, see, come on, guys, no more trailers.
But
I want to start a movement.
Okay. Here we go.
Yeah. So
you ready?
Is that
out of 10?
That's it.
Out of 10, how are we rating?
Well, hold on. He's gonna say the shit that.
No, we're not done yet. 2 after credit scenes. Sorry, 1 after credit scene and a trailer.
Are we gonna do after credit scenes before you say what you didn't like?
Yeah. No, this is what I didn't like.
Oh.
I hated every fucking thing about this. I don't know if you knew this or not. Did you ever watch Venom 2?
I told him about
Okay.
it
He
well
told
before
me,
the
yeah.
movie.
Stupid.
Expectations, man.
The spell was anybody who knew Peter Parker was pulled in, correct? That's what the spell was. Anybody who knew who Peter Parker was, they're all being pulled into Tom Holland's Peter Parker.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the spell was. When in the fuck did Eddie Brock ever run into Peter Parker or Spider-Man?
Don't know.
Exactly. The only thing I can explain is there was a line where Venom said, "Oh, I've been through many universes." That's the only thing I can think of. Okay.
Or
fine.
It's possible that in that other universe there is a Peter Parker and
It's possible,
Spider-Man,
right?
and
But
he knows,
they never
and
showed
they
it.
just can't show it in the Sony movies because they don't have the rights.
Possible. Okay. Now, this is where it brings me to the next thing that I don't like. If they're moving away from the MCU, why even get rid of Venom? You're now fully Sony, so just keep fucking Venom there. I would have loved to see Eddie Brock be played by.
I was so confused because I thought Peter would be going to the Sony universe, not the other way around.
Yeah, exactly. So why did they do this? They could have just kept him in there. I would love to see Tom Hardy as Eddie Brock. But I guess somebody told me, they just have to be around the same age, which is
It makes
semi-true.
me feel, though, like they are going to keep doing MCU. Cause,
they are.
It's like
they are.
we're dropping the symbiote into the MCU so we can keep doing MCU Spider-Man
Exactly.
and have Venom.
They have Venom.
It's
So they
weird.
dropped, and that's
I don't know
another thing that I
what's
don't
going
like is they kept a piece of the symbiote. Cool way to bring it in.
on. I like it, yeah.
Cool way to bring it in. Very different, but shouldn't have gotten rid of everything. That's how that spell works. It's supposed to get rid of everything, including the symbiote. That piece would have gotten left behind. Plain and simple. It shouldn't have.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So that's why this scene right here really killed me. And not just that, everybody was so excited.
Yeah.
Everybody's so excited to see Venom. And now we're not going to see Tom Hardy as Venom. I would have loved to see Tom Hardy as Venom.
That's the thing I
disappointing part
do
for me.
disagree with, though, because that's just another thing of expectations. That's why I hate watching trailers. I hate having expectations for shit because you're setting yourself up.
No, I wasn't setting up for anything. I mean, I was setting up for Tom Hardy to be in the MCU. I was setting up.
Yeah, exactly. We all were.
But that wasn't in any trailers.
But then I actually I kind of like this. I kind of like that he was just kind of there in the background, and he went back.
I know. He just leaves the
like
symbiote.
that.
Yeah, he just leaves the symbiote. I mean, it's cool.
I do actually like that way that it turned out because I would not have wanted him to show up.
But
in
it
this
just
movie.
again, it
way
leaves
too much
a lot
going
of
on.
questions like how did he know he was Peter Parker, and you know what I'm saying, like,
oh, wait, no shit, no.
that's what I'm saying. No,
Fuck.
because even when he sees him in that scene,
That's
he's
already
just
already
like,
in the universe.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's when he enters the universe.
I don't know.
That's what I mean.
I'm wondering if it's supposed to have something to do with the fact that Venom was about to show him something,
Yeah.
and maybe that fucked with something.
That's the only thing that I said.
It doesn't
I said,
make any sense.
I said he.
But
That's
that's not Marvel's fault. That's
No,
Sony's
that's
fault
Sony's
for
fault,
writing
yeah.
the shitty way for him to slide
That's
in
just
there.
Sony showing you their sloppy writing.
I think. I don't know. Who knows? Those movies were not good.
No.
So
No, they weren't.
okay. So
Not
wait,
worth
that was everything you hated about it? Just that?
Just that after credit scene was stupid, bro. I really wanted to see. The only thing
You
that
said
makes
the three most things you
I
hated
said
about.
three
It was
things.
all about the after credit scene.
all
Oh,
the
God.
after credit scene.
I thought you were about to point out some some other shit.
No. I already told you some of the stuff that I disliked. Yeah.
So then we get the second after credit scene.
It's not an after credit scene. It's a
I
full
got
on
trailer.
fucking trailer.
I got
it's a full
tricked
trailer.
into watching a trailer.
I was 30 seconds in. I was like, this is a fucking trailer.
Yeah.
Why is
Yep.
Drew still watching?
So he got tricked into watching the
I was
trailer.
already, I was 30 seconds in, and I was like, well, there's no fucking point in it now. Like, I'm just gonna fucking commit. I didn't want to do that.
But here's the thing. You ready for this? I have a feeling half the shit we saw in that trailer is not going to be in the movie.
I don't think it really spoiled. I didn't really.
It did spoil a couple things.
Not for me, because I didn't even know
Yes, you
what
did.
any of it was.
Okay, so
I
the
mean,
ending
Scarlet
of
Witch,
the
we knew
ending
Scarlet
of
Witch was in
the
it.
ending of
Well, don't say it.
WandaVision. No, the ending of WandaVision. Yes, you should already know this. The ending of WandaVision, they insinuated that Doctor Strange and Wanda were going to fight. But no, literally, he asked her for the help in his trailer. That's one thing that everybody was like, Wanda and fucking Doctor Strange are going to fight because she's ruining the multiverse.
No one.
And instead,
They never insinuated that they were going to fight.
Yes,
They insinuated
What,
that
in the
she was
trailer?
going down a dark path.
No, not in the trailer. Not in the trailer. I'm saying at the end of WandaVision. Have you ever
Yeah.
saw the show? Okay, so at the end of what happens is she's like dipping into the multiverse with her magic. She literally reaches out to find her kids. So everybody's like, "Oh shit! Like Doctor Strange is gonna
Yeah,
fight
but
her
that's
because she's
just
fucking
people
up the
making
multiverse."
shit up.
But
That's
I
just
know.
people making shit up.
was-
Yeah.
You see her flipping through the multiverse.
You just
Yeah.
assume that she's going to be doing something like maybe slightly like maybe she's going down a darker path. But
no.
that was never. That was all just a bunch of made up shit that people just like. Oh, she's gonna fight. That was never a thing. They never set that up. So that didn't really. I just knew she was. We all knew she was gonna be in it. Like we all knew she was gonna be in the movie.
Of course, it's literally called. What is it? It's
Multiverse of Madness.
Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, but she's literally on the promotional.
And Scarlet Witch and the Multiverse.
Yeah,
Doctor
Strange,
Strange and the
Scarlet Witch,
Multiverse of
whatever.
Madness. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
But anyway, so like I think there was a bunch of like visuals and stuff, and I think some characters, but I didn't really recognize any of the stuff. It's probably like a little bit deeper comic stuff that I don't know. Yeah, but he was in the first. I'm talking about
looks
like
fucking
there
awesome.
Was flashes. There was flashes.
Yeah,
of stuff.
But
and,
he looked awesome though. He had like
characters.
a long like I don't know if you ever saw Doctor Strange, but he has like
that's like one of his
But like
favorite
he had like
movies.
the long fucking hair. Like dude, he looked awesome. He looked great.
So
I can't wait. I think it looks good.
Yeah.
That's the next one.
No,
What's the next one?
I can't remember.
Is it Thor?
Yes, it's Thor.
Yeah.
It
How
is.
do you know that? And we don't. What the fuck? What the hell is going on here?
Did you see the poster by any chance?
I know it's. I don't know if I saw the official poster. No.
I saw the official poster. I'm not gonna show it to you because you don't want any spoilers. But you already know everything that's on the poster. But you get to see Thor's new suit, and you get to see like Jane in her suit.
Well, I kind of don't want to see it either.
Yeah,
That's
it
what
looks
I'm
amazing.
saying. You wanna see it
It looks
for the first
amazing.
time?
Yeah.
It looks so cool, dude.
You gotta be kidding me.
Oh no, dude! Holy shit!
All right, well, we have just
That's okay. We only got like a 5-minute thing left.
Yeah, we could have made it the whole way, and
we
like
could have. We just got sidetracked.
damn.
That's okay. It's okay. No big deal. Out of 10.
I'm not rating it out of 10. I can't. I need to see
Really?
it again.
You
Well,
see it again?
I need you guys to rate it, and then I want to rate it. I want to rate it on my own, like from a normal like fan,
Not a nerd.
base. Yeah, like because you guys are like the heavy nerds who are like you guys are all the time talking about Hawkeye and
It's
shit. I'm
funny,
like,
That's funny though. You just said not. She just said off,
As an overanalyzer?
off mic. She said that's like as not being an overanalyzer. But when we got out,
I
he was talking
overanalyzed
about
everything.
how he was overanalyzing shit, and I was like, "This is the one thing that I didn't overanalyze." Like usually when we watch anime together, I overanalyze it, and this was the exact opposite.
That's
he was
funny.
like, "I'm thinking about this too much."
So yeah, I went into this enjoying it. So right now, as it stands, enjoying it, I give it a 10. Okay, I guarantee you on rewatch that will change.
yeah.
Because to me personally, this was a nice closure to everyone.
Well, I said the same. I told him I said the same thing when I came out of Homecoming. I said best Spider-Man movie. Came out of Far From Home. I said best Spider-Man movie. This one, I didn't have that feeling immediately. I did not. I walked out and I was
maybe
like,
it's because Far From Home was so good.
I still think.
Far From Home
I
was good.
still. I
It's
still
so
think Far
fucking
From Home
good.
was better. Just as a movie, like
As a movie,
I
yeah.
don't know. This one's good.
As a
I really
movie,
like
yeah.
this one.
Yeah.
I do want to rewatch it because I'm not gonna lie. I went into this blinders on. Obviously, like I fed into everything, but it's because I was really excited to watch this. I didn't go into this review mode. This is a movie. This is a movie we're revisiting.
This is a movie I was the most excited to see
Yes.
in almost like a decade. Like I genuinely like a childlike excitement. Like, and I didn't even know anything about it.
Yeah.
And that was part of the reason I was so excited for it, is because I didn't know what was going to happen.
Yeah.
So I was like extra hyped for it. I feel like I'm losing my voice, but
We've been talking for almost 3 hours. It's crazy.
yeah, this is the longest.
3 hours,
This is the
dude.
longest episode ever.
Yeah. Good luck editing this fucking
Fuck
trash.
you. So, yeah, I don't know if I guess if I had to give it a rating now, I would probably give it an 8.
An 8?
Yeah.
That's surprising. I'd definitely say a 10 for right now, just because I really like the fans.
Yeah, and I mean that, like I said, when I got out of Far From Home and Homecoming, I was like best Spider-Man movie.
And for this one, you didn't.
Each
Hey, you know
one,
what?
and-
That's okay though. I respect that. I understand.
It's like I
100%.
could tell anytime I see a movie that
You know what, though?
that I really like, I will at this end of that movie, I have like this, like when I saw No Time to Die.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna take my score. I'm gonna change my score actually, because you know what? I'm gonna give this an 8 out of 10 as well. You wanna know why? Because same thing as you.
Holy shit.
I remember when I came out of Far From Home, being like, whoa, like this is a big deal. Like, oh my god, I can't wait. Right, for this one, it's like, okay, yeah, like it's a big deal for everything to happen, and it is almost as big as Endgame, but it's at the same time, it's like, what comes next? It's
well,
like,
I'm just like, don't compare it to.
Yeah, don't
Far From
change
Home.
your don't change your score until
No,
you.
no. I am
but-
changing my score because it's the same feeling as you. When I was coming out of theaters and watching every other Spider-Man
Yeah, but
movie,
you haven't. But the only reason I now say that is because I've had the time to look back and be like, yeah, now I feel differently. You haven't yet. You still feel like it's a 10 in your heart. So say it's a 10.
It's not that I feel like it's a 10.
You do.
No, I don't. No. I was saying. I had my blinders on. I felt like it's a 10. But no, you're
and
right.
that's fine.
No, that's because I have my blinders on. But you make a good point. You came out of every Spider-Man movie. You came out of every Spider-Man movie being like, oh, this is like one of the best Spider-Man movies. And I actually have something similar where it's every Spider-Man. With Homecoming, I was like, oh, this is great. This is a staple Spider-Man. Far From Home, same thing. It's like, this is staple Spider-Man. With this, it's like, it's not the same feeling. I don't know. It's nice because we got closure for the other Spider-Man, and we got a nice, good, like, Peter Parker's now on his own. But it's like...
I kind of felt...
That's not what you said.
I felt like it was kind of missing something. I don't know what.
It's the ending. The ending is the problem.
Maybe.
The ending is a problem because what you don't have the question that I have. It's like,
You know what?
is Spider-Man in the MCU
No.
or is he out of the MCU?
I think just in general in the movie, I felt like there was multiple times in the movie I was just thinking like something like I should be feeling super hyped about what's going on, but something. I think a lot of it weirdly was the music. I felt like the music I did not notice a single point except for when the Amazing Spider-Man and like Tobey's themes played.
Yeah.
Everything else was like so.
Maybe that, or
was not noticing
it's
at
just
all.
because you knew Andrew and Tobey were going to be in it, and all these villains were going to be in it. So like when any of them popped up, it wasn't surprising at all, except for Daredevil.
No. But I mean,
true.
like, I'm just saying, like, when they were doing like fight scenes and shit, I was like, I should be feeling like a rush from this, like how well, because it was all really cool the shit they were doing, but I felt like maybe I'm thinking now I'd have to watch it again and see, but I feel like maybe it's because it didn't have strong music and like sound design necessarily backing it.
I agree, except for the one scene where they're all like, all right, let's work together now. And they'll
Yeah,
start
they had
swinging out and
the-
shit.
yes.
Oh yeah. I did.
But
fuck-
you're
That could have had
actually
no
right.
music, and I was
You're-
thought about it.
You're right though. That music was a big deal actually. Does Tom Holland have a theme?
Yes.
Does he?
Oh,
you're right, he does. Yeah.
It's that. But
But they never played that in the movie.
You said they played it in the trailer.
In
You're
the
like, that's my
trailer.
favorite version.
Yeah, and
I
it's-
didn't
and
hear
you didn't hear it
anything
once.
that stood out to me.
Once,
in this movie.
yeah.
This is easily the weakest like Spider-Man score. I did not. Nothing stood out to me. I wasn't like, wow, that was great. Aside from,
No,
yeah,
it was definitely
there's a lot of like
non-music.
Doctor Strange mixed in.
That
there,
is
too.
true. Yeah, shit. Yeah. Like
Yeah.
there wasn't anything that was mind blowing.
Yeah.
And even with that, it sucks, right? Because you know what, I'm gonna keep my score at 10 for now because I'll just say because how I felt after watching the movie.
we'll come back to it later.
We'll come back to it
and we'll
later.
See what happens.
I'm gonna keep it at 10, but
You can give it a 9.
no, I'm gonna keep it at 10.
I mean, you gave it a 9.
No. I'm
Wait,
gonna keep
let's
it at
think
10.
about this.
No, I'm just gonna keep it at 10 for right now because I know it's gonna change
Just like
because
totally fucking with you and getting in your head like, no, you should change it.
no,
Actually, you
listen.
shouldn't change it.
It's not even just that, right? It's because I remember watching some of the fights. The only fight that had me like excited and giddy was when it was right before May died. Like when they were slamming each other to the floor.
I
That
agree.
fight was the only one that I was like,
And
oh
then-
shit,
and then
right?
at the end when they were all
Obviously when they're all
swimming
working together. But
together.
every
But
other fight,
you feel the same way? Like in terms of like the most like the fights where you're like, holy shit, this is dope. Like the hallway fight with Goblin where he's wrestling slamming him, and then the end when they all work together.
Yeah, I
right?
guess.
Those are,
Yeah.
like the two.
But,
Because
like,
the Doc Ock
fight-
fight was kind of weak.
Yep,
It was just
that's
kind
that's weak.
It was weak, but that's because
I was
they did
expecting
the
it
The
to
best
be
only
thing.
so
the
badass.
only cool thing that happened was, how did we not talk about it? Is Doc Ock had his arms ready to go, and then Peter pulled out his 4 arms, and then he's like,
Oh,
"Look, so we
yeah.
got some competition, boys." And then they were like, he was
You
deflecting.
would see the
off
arms
him.
of each one clashing with each
No,
other.
but
Yeah.
I think that was really cool, but it was cool in the fact that they made a point to not do the bullshit that the originals
Yes.
did, and they made it he just has to dodge his shit because he's
Yeah.
doing so much. All he can do is dodge the tentacles, because we were talking about this when we watched the original Spider movies. In Spider-Man 2, when he fights Doc Ock,
Doc
he
Ock's a person.
punches the fuck out of him, and Spider-Man can fucking like punch through brick walls. And Doc Ock doesn't have powers.
Yeah.
He just
Yeah,
has
so
the
he
arms.
hit- if he
he
hit
would
Doc Ock at
blow
full
his
power,
head
yeah.
off. So the fact that they made a point in this movie to make sure that he never actually physically
hit
punched
him,
him.
yeah.
I prefer that, even though it wasn't like super badass. Like
Yes.
it's still much cooler to see that like that dodging type shit. But yeah,
We never got a fight with Electro. We never got a fight with the
not
Lizard.
really. Yeah.
We did get the fight with Green Goblin. The best parts, honestly.
Yeah.
There was actually, oh my god, in terms of action, this movie really wasn't action packed. Dude, think about it. We got
I think
the
it was more
bridge.
action packed than Homecoming, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
No,
Not
for sure.
nothing far from home though. I don't think.
No, not from Far From Home. Far From Home had a lot of actiony moments. Yeah, this movie was not that action packed. We had the fight on the bridge. We had May's death.
Yeah.
We
And
had.
then the end, the big.
Well, you
end
have
battle.
him fighting Electro, which isn't.
I mean,
really
No, it's not a
but
fight.
It's like.
I mean,
never a fight.
kind of Tom and Doctor Strange.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
even then, that's
right.
not action packed. That's more like, oh, this is so cool visually,
Yeah.
but we know nothing's gonna happen to either two because they're both heroes.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
really,
you can always say you know nothing's gonna happen to Tom
Yeah.
at any point. Like you know he's not gonna.
I gotta
die,
rewatch
so
this
it's
movie.
like-
I have to rewatch this
Yeah,
movie.
I'm gonna go see it again.
I'm gonna go see it again. I already thought the original.
I just don't. I don't know. I mean, I'd still give it an 8 because it's so well put together, and it's like they made it work. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like you got to commend them, and John Watts especially how the fuck he went from Homecoming, which is essentially like him just being like, they got a small director to come on and make basically like a high school comedy, and now he's making this shit. Bravo, dude! Like, congrats!
Yeah,
like, you fucking. Like,
it's a solid Spider-Man movie. It does give you semi-closure in terms of Garfield and Maguire, but I don't feel like I just don't know. I think the ending's weak.
Well, there's no closure for Tom because he's not done yet.
He's not done. But this is the problem where I say it's weak, right? Because, like you said, they cut ties to the MCU, but they didn't. So is he gonna be in the MCU anymore? Or is he done?
Know. I have no idea what it means.
And it's not even just that. It's like. We never even saw Strange after.
So here's the thing: in the credits, right? In the credits, it rolls and it goes Sony Pictures.
Yes.
And then it changes to Pascal Pictures, which is Amy Pascal, who's like produced like all of these Spider-Man movies. So I wonder if that's indicative of like she has control of this shit now, and she's gonna make sure it's done well. You know what I mean? Because it's not Sony Pictures anymore.
Yeah,
that was the company that did it all the time before.
Yeah.
I don't know if because it seemed like they made a deal out of it, like, ooh, Sony Pictures now it's Pascal. Like, you know,
we'll see
like
what
they were
happens.
like doing like a little twist.
But there's too many questions right now. What's gonna happen next? That's the thing.
Oh, God.
Tom Holland said he's not done.
I hope not.
But I'm scared that if it's Sony that takes over.
I was really hoping, we'd get him and grow him up and get him to like play through into an adult Spider-Man. I would love to see that.
I want that. But I'm pretty sure he's done with high school.
What? Oh, you mean like?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure by the end of this he's done with high school.
Yeah, he's going to college.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like that's where they leave us though. So we gotta get him growing up.
I'm talking about like 30 years old Peter Parker. I want to get to that point.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like
where Andrew is now.
Yes, exactly. Where Andrew is now. Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
that's what I want to see.
It's not this old fart Parker.
And then you can see like how that, like how he gets maybe more rage or like shit changes for him. Like he becomes more jaded and type shit like that. Like I think that'd be very interesting.
Yeah. Well, we'll see.
What did you say? You didn't say.
You didn't rate it.
Yeah, you gotta.
I'll give it a 9 out of 10.
Okay. Got a feeling.
Well, no, you were like.
As a casual viewer, it's a 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
It's got enough to keep you entertained.
10 out of 10.
Whoa!
Far From Home is better.
To be fair, I think I gave it a 10 out of 10 too.
I think people just want to say this
we
is
did.
better than Far From Home just because of
we
ranked it
them.
We
didn't
ranked
give
them, yeah.
What'd you say?
I was saying that people would want to just give this a better rating than Far From Home just because of Toby, Andrew, all the old villains.
It's like a massive thing.
No, I can definitely say Far From Home is like really good.
Yeah, Far From Home. It's just. I mean, Jake Gyllenhaal. Come on.
Dude, Mysterio's so cool.
Come on. Yeah, Mysterio's fucking badass. I'll give you that.
And yeah, again, like I said this, we didn't get any new villains in this. Yeah. I remember saying that to you before, to both of you. I said it. I think that like I'm kind of sad that we didn't get a new villain, and I'm like we don't get new versions of these characters. We're still like it's very cool. It's super cool.
We talked about this. We talked about. I would love to see I wanted to see an MCU Doc Ock.
I'm ready to see new versions of these characters, and I'm ready to see. We talked about this throughout all these reviews. Definitive versions of the characters.
Yes.
Definitive live action versions.
Yes.
Electro, definitive. Lizard, very close aside from the design.
I want to see. If he's going to college, I want to see like one of his professors be like Dr. Octavius, and like now he's aware of what Doc Ock becomes.
That would be
so
weird.
He's trying to no. So he's trying to like avoid him becoming Doc Ock, but in part makes him Doc Ock.
I kind of want to see. I kind of want like I feel like they're setting him up sort of brand new. I kind of just wish that we could stop doing. I'm kind of over the kind of like how they did with all these movies where it's like. Oh, you already know it, so now we're doing like this kind of twist on what you already know. Like I kind of just want to see Spider-Man again, fresh. Like I just want to see the regular shit happen again. I want to see a regular.
He's talking like not this world ending like.
And no, like I'm just saying like the takes on the characters is always like, oh, Spider-Man, he fuck his origin story. We're already past that. Now he's doing this, or like in Far From Home, and now here it's like we're kind of. We're not getting the base set up for these people. So, like, if we got to Doc Ock, it'd be like, yeah, it's that, but it's not classic Doc Ock. So then I can't say it's definitive Doc Ock because it's not Doc Ock. It's this version of Doc Ock where Peter already knows about Doc Ock, so he's trying to stop Doc. It's like not
it's not definitive, like actual origin story.
I would just love to see regular shit happening.
That actually makes sense. You know what would be cool?
Which kind of feels like
now that he doesn't have Ned, and now that he doesn't have, if we got Harry. And if we got actual MJ.
And then, or Gwen.
Or Gwen, absolutely, or Gwen. Did you see that they officially made Betty?
Yeah. But what do you mean, Betty Brant?
They gave her her last name.
They never said it before?
Yeah, they never said it before, yeah. But they made her Betty Brant, like, yeah.
Yeah, that was so cool.
But I would love to see or Gwen. Yeah, absolutely, Gwen, dude.
I mean, Liz could come back maybe in some way.
In some way, but yeah.
But I mean,
I would love to see them bring in Harry, and I would love to see that.
Yeah, as long as they, maybe, we need definitive. I want to see definitive, you get.
And he
the
needs to
Dark
become the
Knight.
Hobgoblin.
You get the Dark Knight, Joker. That's Joker. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I mean, Joaquin Phoenix too, obviously phenomenal, but but
I don't see him as a Joker. Though.
But
it's not in a bad way. Like this movie would have been great if let's not talk about Joker. This is Marvel. We're not going to mention DC. We're leaving that alone.
Okay, so.
I have a question for Drew.
Yes.
How do you feel about Spider-Man and Mary Jane? They're still together.
Oh yeah, he did say that, didn't he?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, he was like, we went through our rocky.
He goes, we made it work. Of course you had to make it work because she's a fucking asshole.
Yeah, he hates her.
He hasn't watched the movies in a long time. So
yeah, he hates.
Oh, how do I feel about that?
How do you feel about them still together?
I don't care. I don't give a
He
shit.
doesn't give a fuck. He's just glad Toby's.
You hate Mary Jane.
Oh yeah. Remember I told you
you
to
told
watch
me
that
about
episode
that.
because, but once you watch the movies, go back and watch it because then you'll have the context if you ever go back and watch them. But yeah, I don't care. I am glad though that they slipped that line in there because it kind of felt like he was like, yeah, we have our problems all the time, but we work.
You know who didn't have any problems? Andrew Garfield was Gwen's dad.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's true. Everything was perfect, and then it got cut off. So,
Yep.
her life got cut off, actually.
No, that's true. They don't.
Yeah, he was supposed to, but yeah. Okay, so I don't know how confusing that's. Oh god, this is gonna be a nightmare to edit. Oh shit. It's fine. We'll work it out. I'll figure it out. So, Spider-Man: No Way Home.
Definitely go watch
8,
it.
9, 10. That's interesting. I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, go of course go watch it.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I gotta rewatch this. Where I can watch it, take my time with it. And a movie theater doesn't work that way. But I want to watch this where I can take my time and really analyze the shit out of it. And obviously not go in all fucking blinded because I definitely went in blinded being like, oh my god, this is gonna be fucking great. Except for me knowing May died. But that killed me.
I can't believe
that fucking killed me. I was pissed. I was like, okay, cool, bro. I wish I can go back and see it, but they removed this comment. They removed this comment.
Good for them.
People reported the fuck
as
out
they
of it.
should.
So, all right, that's it.
I
want to thank Matt for being here,
for joining us.
Yeah,
and,
Thank you for having me here.
and mediating these arguments.
It was interesting hearing you guys fight.
Yeah. It's not even a really bad fight.
I wasn't expecting that either. I mean,
it was getting heated.
I thought we would disagree.
We get heated all the time, though.
I thought we would
disagree. Get heated all the time.
I thought we would disagree
Drew might be the problem.
because I knew when I walked out I was like, oh, Angel loves this, and I was already I could tell I didn't love it.
Love it as much as you.
My feeling.
You didn't like it as much as you wanted to like it.
Yeah, basically. I was like, I should be feeling amazing about this.
No, I definitely liked it. But I told you, I definitely went into this bitch blind. I when I say blind, I mean with blinders on, where it's I'm gonna absorb everything in as a fucking fan. That's why I keep trying to do it with these movies. I will watch it as a fan first, and then I go into review mode, and then really fucking overanalyze every little thing. I didn't want to overanalyze every little thing.
I just think there was a more tasteful way to do Andrew and Toby, in that it didn't need to be so. Much fan service.
I agree with you.
I don't think any of the fan service needed to be there. They could have just showed up and just had them banter and do all this shit.
Yes.
Don't.
So
I
agree with you
necessary.
because that's what I told Rachel. I was like, I felt really somber about these characters. To know about it, I was more depressed for them than anything else because it's fuck.
We're never getting to see them again.
Yeah, and it's not just that. It's even to know their afterlives kind of suck. Dude, Andrew to know whenever we're gonna see Amazing Spider-Man 3, but he was gonna have a full storyline set. Yeah. But anyways. That's it.
So,
no, we're good.
No, he already said he don't give a shit.
I know.
Wait, what happened?
She was saying he's got to go, but
yeah. So okay,
we'll probably still be here for another 30 minutes talking about bullshit.
Thanks. So thanks for watching. Leave a like and subscribe.
Yes.
If you enjoyed, and we're gonna be doing what's next? What
is
do we have
next?
to do next?
Into the Spider-Verse.
That's true.
Demon Slayer Entertainment District.
Yes.
He's right. Actually, yeah, we are supposed to do that.
I should do that. I should just.
Remember, we had planned to actually do them as they came
started,
out, but I totally forgot, and then you haven't even watched them. But hopefully, we can start doing.
It's okay.
That.
I want to rewatch Demon Slayer from the beginning because she doesn't remember a lot of it. So.
Yeah. Okay.
But anyways, yes, that's it. We'll figure out what we're gonna do next.
Yes.
Oh no, we're doing Spider-Verse, but we're also redoing the Aunt May movie.
Oh, yeah! Fuck, I totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait to do that. Okay, so Spider-Verse, and then also we're gonna get back into the MCU.
Yes.
And Doctor Strange. You remember that? Yeah, I know. We'll talk about that. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.